After a massive season, it's come down to this.
It is the People's Weekend.
The penultimate weekend.
Here we go.
Prelim final weekend.
It's the best of the best.
We love finals footy.
Who is going to stand up?
It's Jezza, Barry, and Bobby Hill.
Unbelievable from Bobby Hill.
It's sneaking up like a librarian.
Wonderful chase by Henshaw.
Or shushing the Pie Army Dom Sheed style.
Set shot, left footer. It is good. That is incredible. That is unbelievable.
It's Malcheski or Oliver.
Streaming through. Bang, 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 bang.
It's Dusty Martin owning the G.
He's shaping up for a fourth goal.
No way. No.
He's got four. You cannot do it any better than that.
It's Marlon Pickett making an entrance.
Marlon Pickett on debut in a grand final to kick a goal. Bang, let him get around him.
It's saying goodbye on a high.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's what we've been waiting for all year. It's finals footy.
Shut up.
And it's now.
Shut up.
Geelong showed us the other week that they are the big cats of the AFL.
The Cats get the job done over the line.
While Hawthorn last week displayed the flash and flair we know.
What a goal.
Both teams are full of stars. The Cats with Danger, Dempsey, Cameron, Neal and Smith.
Bailey's moment. 45.
While the Hawks have Ginnivan, Sicily, Newcomb, the Wizard and Gunston. And tonight, it's all on the line for one thing. A spot in the 2025 Toyota AFL Grand Final.
Shut up.
Tonight, from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, live from the Triple MCG, it's a prelim final between Geelong and Hawthorn as Triple M rocks finals footy.
Welcome along to the MCG. One of the great weekends is preliminary final weekend, and two massive ones coming your way. Arch rivals, the Cats and the Hawks, to kick things off tonight. And a perfect night at the MCG, and then tomorrow in the twilight, the Pies and their fans as Brisbane come down to the MCG. Picture perfect night here, big crowd in. Hope you've enjoyed 3 hours of the huddle. Those boys were dominating on the Friday huddle, and now Joey and Kate McCarthy, we get ready for the footy. Brian not too far away alongside Nat Ioannidis and the two-man James Kelly to join us shortly. But we'll start with you, Kate. If you can't get excited at the footy tonight, there's something wrong with you. It's a walk down through the park in Melbourne. There's Cats fans, Hawks fans. It's beautiful. It's just so good.
How lucky are we,
Yes,
Howie,
very
to come
much
here
so.
tonight and get to call this a job. Call the biggest weekend of footy that is upon us now, and this is going to be an absolute blockbuster. I cannot wait for this game.
What about some of the scenes on social media of the crowd for the MCC members over, and 2 hours ago it was, at 5 o'clock when the gates opened, they were miles back trying to get a seat here, the best seat in the house. There could almost be 100,000 here tonight for a prelim final. As Kate said, the ground looks unbelievable. It is immaculate, perfect night for footy. It is the best weekend of football, and we are looking forward to this, Howie. I know you certainly are.
Indeed. Early thoughts on what we're going to see tonight, K-Mac?
I think it's going to be a pretty close encounter. I think you could flip a coin. I know, Joey, you and I like to crunch all the numbers that we can, but the more that I've looked at this game, the more I think it is a genuine toss of the coin. I think, yes, the Cats come in with probably the better resume coming into this point for their season, a bit more consistent. But what the Hawks have done post-bye has been something that's been really impressive. They've got their game right after that point, and they've been able to roll out a game plan and do it in situations where there's been sort of big moments for them. They've won 2 finals to get to this point and done it in different ways as well. So I think it is a genuine toss of the coin, this game.
Yeah, the numbers say the Cats. Their profile, every part of their game is in really good shape. They couldn't be in any better condition, both with their best personnel, with their system, but it's a one-off game, and there is something that you can't measure, and that is the confidence and the belief and the momentum that Hawthorn have at the moment. They believe in themselves. They're riding this wave. They've been able to win away from home twice. Now they come back to the MCG. I don't think they're going to be overawed by the crowd. The excitement and the anticipation of playing in their first grand final for nearly all of them, except for Jack Gunston and maybe 1 or 2 others. It will be something I think they'll thrive on this big stage, and I can genuinely see this being a one-kick game. We've seen so many Hawks-Geelong games in the past that have been decided by, a kick after the siren or late in games, and I think it's going to be something similar.
Question without notice. I'm going to put both of you on the different sides of the debating team. Would you rather be tested like the Hawks or rested like the Cats. Kate, you would rather be tested like the Hawks have been.
Yeah, I think the momentum has to speak for itself when it's come into it. Their two finals, I mean, they were pretty dominant last week, let's be honest. They got everything going the way they wanted to. One out of centre bounce, which is an area that they haven't actually dominated in for a lot of the season. And the big names, or the names that we expect to play well in finals, got firing. We saw Nick Watson, some of his best wizardry that we've seen all season, on Friday night at the Adelaide Oval. And they are a team that you feel like the more they already believe in themselves, you can feel that confidence, and that comes straight from the top in Sam Mitchell, that quiet confidence, or at times the loud confidence as well. But I feel like for them, they are a team that loves that. They come in with so much of that bravado, that confidence that they've taken from the way in. And that's why I think it's the perfect way in for the Hawks.
So I wouldn't like to come up against Kate McCarthy in the school debating championship, by the way.
Very impressive.
You're following up that now as why you'd rather be rested rather than tested.
Well, I just think that the resting has got them in cherry ripe shape. Everyone was thinking something similar about Geelong coming into the first final against Brisbane after the soft run that everyone said they had in their last 5 games of the home and away season. They then had the bye, and that first quarter against Brisbane could not have been more impressive. They weren't off the pace at all. In fact, they were the ones that instigated the game style and the way that they wanted to play. So I think that would have taken great confidence that they did it 2 weeks ago, off a bye, off a soft run. I trust this program. I think that Chris Scott and the coaching staff and the football program that they have would just leave no stone unturned, and I would expect them to be coming out breathing fire, led by Patrick Dangerfield. I think he'll start in the first centre bounce and set the tone, and away they go. And they've done it all year long. They'll be rested, they'll be fresh, and I think it's going to work in their favour.
You and your mate Kingy with the first crackers are all over the numbers. Something like 13 of the 15 the last they've won. Geelong averaging by 9 goals, like 54 points. So massive, massive margins. They play this game 10 times. How many did Hawthorn win at, Kate?
Let's go 5 and 5.
5 and 5. So you think it's that tight?
Toss of the coin. Their history, so the last 4 games, the average margin has been 44 points in Geelong's advantage. But you go back to the game in round 6, 7-point win to Geelong. So that's the most recent history that we see. Yes, we can go back a little bit further, but I argue this Hawthorn team this year, and potentially last year, but this year is a little bit different than what we've seen in that previous matchups that we've seen. So I think, yeah, like we said, the numbers, yes, favour Geelong for their ability to play the system across the 24 rounds, but I really have faith in the Hawthorn system coming into this one.
So 5 and 5 for K-Mac. What about you?
No, I'm very confident if it was over 10 games, Geelong would win more. 6 and 4 at least.
6 and 4?
Because think about the ladder positions. They finished second, Hawthorn finished 8th, the profile that we mentioned, all those things. If it was played 10 times, Geelong would win more than Hawthorn, but it's a prelim final. That doesn't matter. It's a one-off game. You're going to have to take your moments. You're going to have to be accurate when you get your chance in front of the big sticks, and pressure and all those sorts of things are going to play a role. So it doesn't matter where teams finished on the ladder and teams' profile. I've heard Craig McRae, who sums it up really well. He said that the stats don't matter in a one-off game. It's match play. All you have to do is be better than your opponent and beat them. So that's where the Hawks are right in this game. As I said, their belief will be sky high and they'll be confident. But I just trust this Cats team. I have all year long. No reason to jump off them now.
The genius of Chris Scott, we've heard for the last few years, people in your role, Joe, and your role, Kate, talk about taggers and why don't coaches tag? And the coaches continually come out and say, we play our own game, we played our own structures. But every Hawthorn fan's fear tonight is that Mullen or O'Connor goes to Newcombe, shuts him down like they did Hugh McCluggage, and game over. So Chris Scott is prepared to do that, K-Mac.
I cannot understand coaches that don't tag, but don't have the ability to roll that out if they need to. So Damien Hardwick last week at the Suns refuses to tag. He always has, and he's had success as a coach. But I think if he was able to take something away from that Brisbane midfield, which we saw the Cats do the week before, it makes them go to something else. I just don't understand why you're happy to be beaten by what you know, or at least not have that trigger to pull. Start one-on-one, start how you want to, but have a plan in place that if you need to, you'll go to a player and try and take them out of the game.
I think because it's complicated. Because if you tag and they decide to pull you apart and change positions and throw guys around, all of a sudden it can make a mess of what you want the game to look like. So teams, I think it's almost safer to say, we'll back our system in so that everybody knows what it looks like and not worry. But this is the beauty of Chris Scott. They've planned for every scenario throughout the year. They've played guys in different positions. They've played O'Sheen Mullen as a mid, as a defender. They've played O'Connor. They have thrown everything at their team throughout the seasons for a game like tonight, where they are prepared that if for some reason John Newcombe plays a different role or Watson starts in at the centre bounce and they wanted to tag him, they have prepared for it, where I think a lot of other coaches aren't prepared to do that because of how complicated it could be if another coach wants to mess around with it.
Joey, you could almost confidently say the what-ifs meeting at Geelong would be the longest meeting of the year, because they genuinely do. They come up with all the scenarios, and when they roll it out, it's not just the coaches that know what needs to be done. The coaches have coordinated that with the players. Right, if we do this, that means this happens. You all know your role when that happens, though. They're all on the same page. They've sort of come up with every scenario, and all well and good for the coaches to know, for the one player that changes to know. But if the rest of the team doesn't know, it doesn't work. And you can see that the rest of the team knows exactly what they're rolling out.
So, Joe, if you get tapped on the shoulder, you're playing for Geelong, by the coach, he says, right, I want you to play Newcombe tonight. What are you doing? How are you doing it?
You got to be physical around the contest. The number one thing with Newcombe is take away his ability to win clearance and set the team up. So you've got to be physical. We've seen players like Matt Rowell, you need to be actually not giving them any space and separation, because they only need 1 metre and they'll do the damage. They'll get their hands on the footy. So if it is Atkins, and my feel is I think they will go with Tom Atkins. He has played that role all year long. He's played on Tom Green a couple of times, Lockie Neal a couple of times, all those big bodies, Ollie Wines, Davies Uniacke. That's his role. I think he can do that and just try and nullify him around the stoppage and that first possession. And then I think Geelong will be happy in general play to let Newcombe just be a part of the team offense, because he's a good player. He's going to get the ball. But where he really does his damage is around contests, and they've just got to not give him any separation and allow him to get on the move.
Big crowd building at the MCG. The Hawks have got their banner up. The Cats not too far away. Conversely, who do the Hawks play on, gentlemen such as, let's start with Jeremy Cameron. Who are you putting on Jeremy tonight if you're the Hawks?
Yeah, I think Josh Battle takes that matchup. He's had it when he played at St Kilda, and then in round 6 he took that matchup as well. He's had pretty good numbers against him. So Jez has kicked the 5 goals in the 3 games. A couple of those with St Kilda were not direct one-on-ones, but the one in round 6 was a genuine one-on-one. 14 disposals, 3 marks for Jeremy Cameron and the 2 goals. So I think that's going to be a really good one-on-one matchup. Battle will take Cameron.
Ollie Dempsey. What do the Hawks do about this bloke who just seems to snag goals from 15 metres out 2 a week and get his 25?
Yeah, I think you either decide to play either a defensive winger on him and go with him the whole way. I don't see them trying to challenge him back the other way, because he just doesn't do it, and they've got their system right to not do it, because they have a +1 behind the ball if they need to. They can pick up a winger if they do run forward. It's not his role to run all the way back. Mind you, he does take defensive marks in the goal square as well. He's that athletic that he can do both, but I don't think they have a defensive a winger that tries to test him back the other way.
I would love to see Sam Mitchell play fire with fire and put Josh Weddle straight onto him and say, you want to run forward, Ollie? Well, guess what? You got to run with Josh Weddle the other way. And I know Weddle can defend, and he's been able to do that. Can Ollie Dempsey defend Weddle if he pushes forward like we saw a couple of occasions against the Adelaide Crows? So that will be fascinating. We would love to see that. Probably leaning towards Cade. I don't know if the coaches are game enough to do it, but these are 2 of the smartest coaches in the league. They take some risks, they try things, and they're prepared to fail. So I can't wait to see what that matchup looks like.
Can Barras go with Shannon Neal?
That's the risky one. We were talking about it just before. He can't go with him with leg speed, absolutely not. But if he plays him in a way where he keeps him in front of him and then takes him when he's the deepest, yes. One-on-one he can play on anyone when the ball's coming in long and high. If Shannon Neal's getting up the ground and then trying to race him back to goal or leading up on him, I sort of see that as a little bit of a weakness for Barras.
And Hardwick, does he play on Dangerfield? Because Dangerfield, this is made for him tonight. They have planned this all year for Dangerfield to be unleashed to play his very best footy tonight and hopefully for them next week. So Hardwick has done the job on all the dangerous, medium-sized forwards in the second half of the season. That's going to be unbelievable if he goes to Dangerfield, and can he stop his influence?
No late changes. I didn't think I'd be saying that. So Stanley stays out. The subs, Georgie boy's telling me CJ once again for the Hawks, and Jai Clark is the sub for the Cats. Quick break, James Kelly to join us next. He can tell us what's going on at Geelong and how he found the Melbourne coaching application. Oh, big night at the G for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks football.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Monday from 4, drive home with JB and Billy. Triple M's Rush Hour. Speaking to finals superstars all September.
Tom Hawkins, welcome.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, JB.
How are you, Hawk? What are you weighing in at?
Every time.
I want to know, Hawk. I want to know.
Every
you can't help
time.
yourself. Well, funny, my scales are broken, so...
Triple M's Rush Hour, Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. Pay less, play more this school holidays with exclusive Adventure Club member deals, only at Anaconda.
Seb, it's Toby from S&W. How's the family?
Great, thanks, Toby. Business is busy, the kids are growing up fast. Actually, I'm thinking about the future and how they benefit from what I'm building.
Well, it's never too early to protect your legacy.
Legacy? I'm still trying to protect my weekends.
Whatever the challenge, be it wealth creation, preservation or succession planning, with S&W, you have the right expert partner in your corner. Start the conversation today at swgroup.com. S&W, navigating complexity, creating opportunity.
Go, you good thing, go, you good thing.
You picked another try scorer again. Who's feeding you tips?
Honestly, it's Ladbrokes Last 5 Stats feature. It's like having the answers to the test and then watching your teacher mark the paper.
Oh yeah, not bad for a bloke who barely scraped through grade 5.
Punt with Ladbrokes and get more out of your footy multis. Make smart picks with stats from the last 5 games, then track every leg live, all within the app.
Go, you good thing, go, you good thing.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
This month on Disney Plus just got bigger. FX's Alien Earth is coming in for landing. Save yourself. Now streaming. And strap in for Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, streaming August 27th.
This could get messy.
This month is Out of This World on Disney Plus.
Bella's at Ampol, filling up with Amplify premium fuels before bush bashing to her favourite camping spot. But mentally, she's already there, cooking up a batch of damper. Her kids already tucking into dessert. Roasted marshmallows. They'll be there in 2 hours. Go from A to anywhere with Amplify premium fuels. Engineered for tough Aussie conditions. Ampol, Australia's own.
It's here! The Supreme and Leader Caravans nationwide Super Spring stock sale is on now. Save thousands on brand new Supreme and Leader Caravans. These Aussie-made legends have delivered style, comfort and unmatched quality for over 39 years. Make an offer. No reasonable offer refused. Hurry, these are never to be seen again prices and they won't last long. Sale ends NRL Grand Final weekend or while stocks last. Visit your nearest Supreme or Leader dealership today or jump online now at supremecaravans.com.au or leadercaravans.com.au.
Use your Qantas points on thousands of live events each year with Ticketek. Plus, enjoy member-only pre-sale access to acts in Australia. Points make it possible. Visit qantas.com/Ticketek. Must be a Qantas frequent flyer member. Minimum points and T's and C's apply.
Hi, Rodney Jane here from Bob Jane T-Mart. Want a free tyre? Buy 3 Bridgestone, Kumho or J-Trax tyres and the 4th tyre's free. Plus get up to $200 instant cashback on selected Pirelli or Bridgestone tyres. We won't be beaten with our best tyre price guarantee. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time. For Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M rocks football. Perfect night at the MCG for the Cats and the Hawks. We're about to introduce Nat down on the boundary with James Kelly. James, just so you know, the bloke on your left, Ben, our audio man, is a massive hawk. Don't go next to the bloke to the left of him. That's Jasper. He's still coming down from the AFL Media Awards, and if you go anywhere near him and get breath tested, you'll be in trouble. Nat Ioannidis down on the boundary. Nat, take it away.
Oh, thank you, Howie. You're in incredible company down here, James, but we want to talk about the footy, of course. You guys have been here so many times before in the preliminary final, but do you still have to calm the nerves amongst the playing group heading into a game like this?
Yeah, I think you always do. You know, these sort of prelims, the week leading in is probably the part where your experience comes out. You know how to plan. Your preparation's pretty sound. We're pretty clear on what we want the weeks to look like, even little things like ticketing and families and all that sort of stuff. But when you get to the game, my belief is that they're their own event. Every prelim's different. Every team's different you play. Every team that we field is different. So all those sort of things, you get through your week pretty well, and then everyone gets to this sort of moment and you're like, have we done enough? Have we prepared enough? And particularly coaches, you spend so long analysing the opposition in 100 ways in which you can lose. So, but the playing group down there is pretty sound at the moment. They're just, chilling and getting ready to come out and warm up.
No late changes for the side. Was there any temptation to play Reece Stanley tonight?
There was a little bit, to be honest. He'd done an amazing job to go from the hamstring a couple of weeks ago to getting himself sort of right to main train this week, and he got through fully, did a really good job. So the temptation was certainly there. But in terms of like risk and intensity in the game, you know, we sort of, that all factors into it, and in the end we decided not to make the change and go as selected last week.
Hey, good luck tonight, Cal. You mentioned you got the 2 weeks to prepare for this game. We know that the way that you Cats operate, you're not going to give too much away, but just talk us through the planning for the Hawks tonight. Obviously, their weapons, you've got some taggers and guys that can play roles. How much detail have you gone into about what you're going to try and take away from the Hawks tonight?
A fair bit, Joey, to be honest. Like they are, like you said, they've got a lot of weapons in their team, and like their overall system is a weapon in itself. So the way that they move the ball, they've got a really good ability of finding that extra 1 or 2 handballs through the middle, and particularly through sort of that, 50 to 70 area. If they can find one more handball, one more kick through there, they're a really hard team to stop if you're given that. So little things like that we've looked at. They're obviously really successful when they are able to get scores off turnover from the opposition. So are we in that part of the game as well. So they're sort of between the arcs, between the logos battle is going to be pretty important for both teams, I think. In terms of their weapons and their personnel, that'll sort of look different depending on what the game gives us. So depending on where they play, their sort of key players will be, that'll be a bit telling to us to how we absorb that.
The midfield battle obviously going to be huge, as it is in every preliminary final, every game of football at the moment. You've got Jai Newcomb, who's been in some great form, well talked about coming into this one, but Max Holmes has been someone that probably hasn't been spoken about as much, considering his finals record has been almost as good as Jai Newcomb in the game that he has played. How excited are you to see him go out there tonight, and what sort of role can we expect from him?
Hopefully a really important one. Like the Newcomb and Holmes are sort of, like you mentioned, they're 2 brilliant players. Newcomb's really strong around the contest, great power sort of in the phone box, and Max in space. There's no better player in the competition. So that sort of battle of managing Newcomb's strengths inside the contest and maximising Max's strengths in space is really important. Easier said than done with the other guys that go through there as well. They're dangerous. We've got dangerous players as well, and sort of Weddle's been really dangerous on the wing. Ginnivan and Watson are really dangerous forward as well. So all of those sort of things tie in. But in terms of Max specifically, like I'm a real advocate for Max's ability, and it's not hard to get to that point. If you get the ball in his hands, you're getting some metres gained most times, and he's really hard to defend when he's at full speed.
James, Ollie Dempsey, last year at the AFL Awards, he took out the Rising Star and he spoke, and he was a bit sheepish because I think it was Darcy and Harley Reid had both been suspended. I don't think the young man's got anything to be sheepish about, Joe. Like the football he's playing, what makes him such a unique player, Kel, and the ability to kick goals from inside 15 metres every week, he is an extraordinary young footballer.
He is. I don't know if you've ever sort of stood next to him. He's actually taller than you think he is, and he's bigger than you think he is. So he's got great athletic ability for his size. So we love guys like that just generally. But his sort of smarts and his ability to do uncanny things, as well as the really disciplined, hard work, running things. The best sort of thing about Ollie was, a few years ago he played a couple of games, wasn't satisfied, went away in the off season. Didn't go on any holidays, didn't go on any footy trips, just went to work, came back the next year, had a pretty good year, went away in his off-season, didn't go away, went away, worked on what he needed to do, came back fitter and stronger again, and he's sort of done that year on year and got himself to this point where he, as a wingman, has changed the way we looked at how the wing could be played. He's obviously really dangerous as a forward as well, but just really his ability to work up and down the ground, he certainly would be a handful to play on for anyone.
We're chatting to Geelong assistant coach James Kelly. Cal, in between games, there's been a fair bit happening for a couple of the coaches. You went to the process for the Melbourne coaching job. Just talk us a little bit about that experience and then how wrapped you are for Stephen King and what he's going to bring to the D's.
Yeah, I'm pumped for Kingy. Kingy, fun story, but Kingy was the first person that introduced himself to me when I first got drafted to Geelong. I was 17 and nervous and didn't know what I was doing, and Kingy came up and shook my hand and said, I'm Stephen King, come with me and we'll sort of get started into training. So I've always had an enormous amount of respect for Kingy, and even more so when I started working with him again the last few years, and couldn't be happier for him to get his opportunity. I'm really confident in the person he is and how he coaches that. He'll do a great job, and if any Melbourne players are listening, they'll definitely love working for him every week.
Just as we let you go, Kel, just on that, congratulations for getting as far as you did in the whole process. What did you learn from it? Did you enjoy the process? And again, well done.
Thanks. Yeah, no, it was a really good process. Obviously my first one, and I was the least experienced person in that group, but I really enjoyed the opportunity to sit down and talk about the things that I thought were important in footy and you know, the things you're willing to die on the hill for in terms of an environment and who you are as a person. And even just having that opportunity is good for development, and to meet some really great people in that room was a real privilege.
James, we appreciate your time. Best of luck to you and the Cats tonight. Well done.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
James Kelly from the Geelong Football Club. It is a perfect night at the MCG. Quick break here. Brian must be going to wander in at some stage, I would imagine. He loves the pre-game and he's doing half-time and post-game as well, so we're looking forward to that, Joey. And K-Mac will take a quick break here up next. We are set to get underway for the second, Kate, preliminary final.
Yeah, interesting the way that they would number it, but I would have thought, I know people will come at me for this, the first one would be the first one.
You would think so. It is the second one. Anyway, from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Brian's next. Triple M Rocks Footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M Rocks Finals Footy.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick in the morning.
Geelong and Hawthorn, who have just a storied rivalry between the two of them.
1989, if you played that today, the tribunal would sit forever.
It would.
The fines alone would fund. The fines would fund every AFL Christmas party for a decade.
Prison farm.
Start your day with Mick in the morning with Roo, Titus, and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
The Chemist Warehouse Footy Finals half-price vitamins and cosmetics sale is on now.
The big brands, Acer, Asus, HP, Lenovo and more. Hurry until Sunday only, in-store and online. Harvey Norman September sellout. Best brands, best range, best prices, and 10% in bonus gift cards. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Meet Andy.
Hey there.
Like you, she's heard me reveal some of the games banks are playing with your savings.
Sneaky fees, hidden clauses.
The difference is she made the switch to a game-changing Macquarie savings account with all gains and no gotchas.
Great rates. And I can access my money anytime without losing interest. That is more than I can say about my old bank.
She's actually earning interest on her savings.
Yeah, I am.
Open a Macquarie account in minutes and you too can say,
I bank with Macquarie.
Your savings game changer.
Let's go.
T's and C's apply.
With Love Honey, you'll feel pleasure like never before. With thousands of top-rated toys, lingerie and more, feel the Love Honey all day long. Shop now at lovehoney.com.au. Discreet delivery, endless pleasure.
Well, the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on. Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
Ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Anytime is 7-Eleven time. Like when it's 10:27 p.m. after watching your team win and you're craving a pie. And maybe something to soothe your hoarse throat. Pick up a post-footy feed anytime at 7-Eleven.
Turn Qantas points into unforgettable experiences. Use your points to treat yourself or your family to the best in live entertainment, like sport, music and more. With over 20,000 live events each year when you book through Ticketek. Plus, enjoy member-only pre-sale access to the hottest acts in Australia. Points make it possible. Visit qantas.com/Ticketek for more. Must be a Qantas frequent flyer member, minimum points and T's and C's apply.
Every time I enter a comp, I never win a thing.
Not anymore. At Bottle Mart, spend $20 or more on any Jack Daniels product and 1 in 7 wins instantly from the Jack's Locker Room. Caps, shirts, bar gear and more. Jack Daniels and Cola 4.8% 10 packs are just $49.99 or $46.99 if you're a More Rewards member. And it's free to join. Expect more from Bottle Mart, like great offers only for members. More rewards. Join now at bottlemart.com.au. Terms and conditions apply.
Bottle Mart. There's more in store.
Every massive moment lives right here. That is as good as you'll see. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy, and the first quarter is coming up next.
With KGM's low-rate finance offer, you can score the new MY26 Muso on a great interest rate with a 36-month term. Priced from just $42,500 drive away, you get the MY26 Muso with its 3.5-tonne towing, 4x4 turbo diesel engine and a 7-year warranty, if you don't mind. So get it done at your KGM dealer today. Offer ends September 30. KGM, Korean built to last.
T&Cs, fees, charges and exclusions apply. Finance for approved consumer and commercial applicants of Angle Auto Finance. Australian Credit Licence 530731.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Totally Workwear. Big jobs or big games, Totally Workwear's got you covered for boots, high-vis, puffers and scrubs that go the distance. Love your work.
Hawks and Cats said to go head-to-head for Ream Hot Water. If your hot water needs replacing, go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install Ream. This is the Triple M footy prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. And both teams have just run through their banners. So much history on a night tonight. And Brian Taylor, I welcome you. How good was it to see the big banners up there, Brian? Both clubs charge through them and get set to do battle.
Not that excited about the banners. But
no?
It's almost time to do away with them.
What are you talking about,
Well,
Brian?
you know, electronics and fireworks probably have taken over that.
Nah, you can't beat the banner.
They don't even rip them anymore. They have a curtain. It's a waste of time. Anyway, look, I don't want to talk about that, but I do want to ask Joey a question. I heard him talking on Third Crack or whatever it is.
First Crack.
About Stanley and that he might come. And I agree with you, Joey. I can't believe he's not selected in this game.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I thought Stanley was part of their best team and that allowed them to do so many things with Blitzarves. But in the end, and this speaking to James Kelly just before, it just sounds like they thought, well, they played so well against the Brisbane Lions with the lineup that they had that they're going to trust Blitzarves, who was excellent in that game against Brisbane. They're going to trust him against Lloyd Meek. But
it sort of frees Blitzarves up to play other roles, Kate, doesn't it?
I thought it was going to be Stanley late in to play in the ruck and Blitzarves to go to Weddle, because we know how threatening Weddle can be. He plays across all three lines. That's what Blitzarves do. I thought he would be the perfect matchup for him.
Well, one thing about Stanley is he has let them down over years in big games, but he has been, I think he's had his best year this year in terms of that.
Yeah, he's become much more reliable the older he's got, and I just thought it would give them, as we said, many options. Stanley could go behind the ball and then Blitzarves could ruck around the ground, or they've done lots of things with it in the past, so that is the first surprise. But just having a close look at the teams warming up, I've noticed O'Shea Mullen and Mark O'Connor both warming up with the defenders, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are going to play in defence on Watson and one of the other small forwards, and it may be Atkins that does go to straight to John Newcomb.
Bob Jane T-Marts, they've got great buy 3 get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. The star of the 9 Network and Triple M football, Nat Ioannidis, is here. Hello, Nat.
Hello, Howie. You've just touched on it, but no late changes for either side tonight. Chankwath Jath is going to be the sub for Hawthorn, and Jai Clark will be the sub for the Cats. Not too bad down here at ground level at the moment. There is a bit of a swirling breeze, though. It's been very, very windy in Melbourne today, and I am told that there are monsoonal showers in Warrnambool at the moment, so we're expecting that to hit around 10 o'clock tonight, so that's certainly going to be something to keep an eye on. Other than that, we're expecting around 95,000 fans here at the MCG, and the gut feel is, judging by the cheers as the players came out, I reckon the Hawks fans might have Geelong's measure.
Oh, so rain on the way. You need to be like the bloke in the javelin in Japan last night that got his first javelin away in the dry, Brian, got it out 88 metres, then the rain came. No one could go with the big man from Trinidad.
Yeah.
So get it done in the dry.
Nat and I were looking at the weather map, and it's even gone. It's past Warrnambool now and coming in towards Lawn, so I reckon it's normally about 2 hours from Lawn to where they hit here. So she is right. It's going to be flooded around about three-quarter tops, maybe the end of the game.
That makes the first half even more important for these two teams to try and get a lead.
Yep.
Now, when the big games come in September, you need the big operators, and that's why the two-man wanders in for Red Z. He's got a strut. He makes his name at this time of year. Hello to you, Chulenko.
Hey, good evening, Howie. Great to be here. You look at 5 out of the past 8 finals between these two sides have been decided by 9 points or less. Hawks have won 6 out of their past 8 finals against the Cats, and Ollie Dempsey, 4th rated winger in the comp. Since the start of 2024, he's kicked the equal 4th most number of goals inside 15 metres with 19 majors.
What's the record crowd between these two? because I think tonight
yes,
we are going to go as close to 100 as is possible. I don't think we can get over 100 because of the way the numbers work, but what's the record?
Yeah, 101,209. That was back in the 63 grand final. Then we had 100,012 in the 08 grand final, then 94. 796 in the 89, so it could be the third biggest crowd.
I'm looking at the back of the Ponsford stand now, full to the deck. The other worrying areas are the AFL members, absolutely chockers to the back row. And the other worrying is the MCC members, absolutely chockers to the back row. All those that normally let us down by 4,000 or 5,000, full.
Could be taking a while to get out of the MCG tonight for everyone here,
well,
Brian.
I won't be.
As we go down to Nat Edwards on the ground.
The traditional owners of the land we gather on today and pay our respects to elders past and present. We acknowledge we play our great game on this land and respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and their contribution to the game of Australian rules football. To conduct an official welcome to country, please welcome Uncle Colin Hunter Jr.
I'd like to start by acknowledging that this evening we are meeting on the lands of my ancestors, the Wurundjeri people. I'd like to take this opportunity to pay my respects to my elders, both past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, but I particularly want to pay my respects to having gathered here this evening. But I always like to acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us. I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to them also. Woomajeka, welcome. Wurundjeri Balik, Yumi Kondi Bik. The Wurundjeri people welcome everyone to land today. Wurundjeri no Bunambor War, Kondi Nangnak Dubban and Big Bullet Bor Tillican. The Wurundjeri people want to look after and protect the land as they did long before. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne. It goes across the mountains of the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek and east to Mount Borbor. And the Wurundjeri people are part of the Kulin Nation and of the Wawang language group. And while you're on Wurundjeri country, you're welcome to the traditional lands and the waterways of the Wurundjeri people. So, Woomajeka, welcome. Enjoy the game. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle Colin. If you are able, would you now please rise, remove your hats and join with the coaches, players and umpires for the Australian National Anthem, tonight performed by Danielle Matthews.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strength and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Great rendition by Danielle Matthews. A privilege to be here at the MCG. Two of the modern day rivals set to go head to head. The subs, Jai Clark and Chankwath Jiath. Brian Taylor is here, Kate McCarthy, the two-man, Lee Montagna. And down on the boundary is Nat Ioannidis. And that roar always, Brian, when you hear that on preliminary final weekend, it gets right down in your guts, big fella.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. This is what prelim finals all about. Just got a message from the boss at the MCG. Have shut all gates at the MCG. No more rings. So, Joey, that means we are going to get very close to 100. I know there was 87,000 here 20 minutes ago.
Well, there doesn't look like there is a spare seat. You can literally not see a seat, and they are all pumped. The crowd are here. They're all in their colours. It's the best occasion. As a player, to hear that national anthem, you do get the tingles as a player, and now you have to reset, focus, and just get the job done, because before you win a premiership, Kate, the first thrill as a player is to get into a grand final and to get that opportunity, and that's what's at stake tonight.
Yeah, no bigger moment than what is about to occur here at the MCG. This is massive. I cannot wait.
Bob Jane, Nat Ioannidis, come in, Nat.
Howie, that coin toss went about 3 metres in the air, but Patrick Dangerfield has won it, and the Geelong Cats will be kicking to the right of your radio dial, so the city end.
Who wins, Joey and Kate?
Great question, Howie. Look, it's going to be a cracking game. That's all we do know. The result will take care of itself. As I said off the top, the trust I've had in Geelong all year long has been there. There's no reason to jump off now. I think they've built themselves and set themselves for this game right now. The Hawks have been brilliant and they're on a roll. They've got the momentum, but I just think the preparation the Cats have might just hold them in good stead late in the game.
Look, I agree with you, Joey, but for the sake of having a foot in both camps, I'm just going to take the Hawks late here so that we have a little bit of something on the line. But I think it's going to be an absolutely cracking match.
Umpires for this prelim final number 2, Nick Foote, Brett Rosebery, Andrew Stevens and Simon Meredith. 4 of the best. We're down to the final 8 in the umpies. And we are ready to go. Everyone's been talking about it. City's been packed today. The vibe in Victoria is off the Richter scale with both games here at the moment, and both with big crowds. Perfect day in Melbourne, not a cloud in the sky. Some maybe rain, as Nat has pointed out earlier, later on tonight as well. So ready to go here at the MCG.
Just having got these matchups, Brian, Mark O'Connor has gone to Weddle on the wing. O'Shea Mullen has gone to Nick Watson.
Here we go, prelim final 2, about to get underway on a Friday night. Grand final spot is on offer. Andrew Stevens with the perfect bounce in the middle. Blitzarves reaches over the top of Meek. Comes back to Atkins. Atkins was going the wrong way just for a moment. Got it on the left boot. And Sicily able to mark here at half-back for the Hawks.
Good use of the body by Blitzarves to prevent Newcomb accessing the footy. A low piercer down the line towards Lloyd. Gets out the back. Geelong have got the numbers. De Koning keeps it into Guthrie. Chain of hand pass. There is O'Connor. He just winds one down the wing. Hawks in front position. Good battle between Stengel and Hardwick. Keep an eye on that one. Spills out free and Atkins has got an opportunity.
He picked it up nicely. Got the little handball to Bailey Smith. And over the top handball by Bailey Smith. Out to close. Clever tap on the Manor. Couldn't control it. Warple able to defensively knock it to the boundary. Well, a boundary throw in on the old practice wicket area. Southern side, City end, half-forward flank.
So Massimo D'Ambrosio on the other wing on Ollie Dempsey. Josh Battle has gone to Jeremy Cameron, as we thought.
Warple for the Hawks against the Cats. If you believe the rumours, he could be playing for the Cats next year, but he's got a job to do now. Bailey Smith, can he light it up in a preliminary final? And the ball not going anywhere. About 60 out from the Cats attacking goal on the outer side of the ground.
Well, he's lit it up in many other games. Let's have a look here. Blitzarves doing the ruck work. Meek there, Sicily. Little poker out of the pack. Here is Newcomb. Comes out to Bailey Smith. Clean handball to Dangerfield. Banged it on the left boot. Got good penetration. Hardwick read it better than any. Marks in the back pocket. So Hawthorn in this first quarter to the punt road end. And now they're on the attack here with Impey.
Nice long ball. Impey drops it. That's a howler from Jarman Impey. Was away. Might get done holding the ball here. The Hawks need to be good to get it out of defence, which has been their strong point in the finals. Skinner will be happy to take it across the line, but the first sign of nerves in the brown and gold.
Yeah, fumble from Hippie, but already the Hawks have taken 2 intercept marks, so that's going to be something we'll keep an eye on. Geelong need to bring the ball to ground.
Joey Montagna sitting alongside Kate McCarthy on Triple M football. Neil doing the ruck work for Geelong in the forward 50 here. Knocks it down in front of Manor. Picked it up well under pressure. Got it to Guthrie. Scrubber kick. Atkins read it well. Sold some foot candy on the logo. Now kicks it deep inside. Barris is able to get it in the defensive goal square. Nice little chipping kick to James Sicily.
Come to the mark.
Hawks set up well behind the ball. They absorbed a lot of pressure early against the Giants in that first elimination final. And already the defence is under pressure, but standing up. Barris in the 37 goes long down the line towards Big Lloyd. Out the back is Chol, and he's got a bit of space. Marbior, the Charles Royce starts rolling down the members' wing now. He just runs into a bit of trouble. The unpredictable one goes back to Lloyd. By hand, Newcomb, the man from Poowong, his first opportunity, steps around Bailey Smith, squeezes the ball. This is good by the Hawks. Back to Chol.
Chol, 70 out, drilling ball, finds the target here, and a top opportunity for Lewis. He has marked, but the man on the mark is at 48 metres, so this will be a thunderous kick required.
Been looking for Lloyd Meek as much as they can around the grounds to try and utilise him if they do get held up a little bit. They've kicked a couple that have gone long to him, and he's been important.
D'Ambrosio on Dempsey on this wing, and the near wing on the northern side. Mitch Lewis lines up. We'll have to kick it from beyond 50 to the punt road end. Kick is away. The distance is there. So is the accuracy. First goal to the Hawks. Lewis kicks it. They One straight. He needs a big game, and he's started well on the Totally Workwear scoreboard.
Yeah, that's important for his confidence because we know that he's struggled this final series, been subbed out, and I think his teammates recognise that as well. So they've all gone around him, giving him the boost that he needs because you feel he has to stand up tonight. It's going to be a big night for him, and that's a beautiful kick from outside 50. Good transition by the Hawks.
What about the big Charles Royce, his hand in that? You called it beautifully, Howie. It's almost like he had no idea what he was doing, but he was just so composed. Just one way, then back the other, then found the handball, and then was actually the one that got on the end to kick the ball nice, low and flat to a leading Mitch Lewis.
It's like facing the unpredictable fast bowler, K-Mac. If they don't know where it's going, you don't know where it's going either. So the big Charles helps Lewis to get on the board, and the opener for the Hawks. Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard. Big jobs or big games, Totally Workwear's got you covered for boots, high vis, puffers and scrubs. Love your work. They go the distance. Back in the middle we go. Blitzars, another centre clearance. 2 out of 2 for the Cats. Sicily will track it back. He'll be happy to see it cross the line. The Hawks fans want insufficient intent. The umpire's not having a bar of it.
Boundary throw in. Half forward here for the Cats.
Next year, if the reports are correct, that would be insufficient intent because it went out of bounds just outside the 50-metre line. If it's last disposal, that would be.
Boundary throw in, Meek. Clear win in the ruck. Knocked down by Brian Myers. Ran into his dad yesterday. Interesting man. Little one comes back to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith, 45 out. Put it to the top of the goal square. They fly. Barris with a big thump. Spills to Stengel. He was dangerous. Cameron was there as well. Got absolutely bowled over. Hawthorn tackling spot on.
Define interesting.
Ball up. Interesting.
We won't explore that too much.
Unusual.
Okay.
Just like grind.
So the Cats pressing again. Hurried kick out of defence off the boot of Newcomb. Lewis to Koning. There's a hold, and we go the way of Mitch Lewis. So he started nicely, the man in the number 2, formerly worn by Roughhead, and he's got it on the half-back line for the Hawks.
Well, there is an indication, Brian. If you name your son Brian, it's probably fair to say.
Yep.
Maybe.
He was the inventor of blades, of course, his dad. Inventor of blades. Kick across goal. Look at this to Sicily. Dempsey's going to go up and spoil it. Pushes Sicily out of the way. Handball over the top was more hope than anything else. Barris had a difficult bouncing ball. In they come from everywhere. Dangerfield got one on the head. He bowled out of the pack as if he'd been clipped solidly, and he probably was, but no easy free kicks here today.
A couple of little errors coming out of the back half. The first one was a drop mark from Impey. That one, the kick not quite on across the face of goal.
It was an unusual kick to bite off by the Hawks. Again, their defence working overtime. Warple in the 5. Formerly worn by his coach now, Mitchell. Blitzars battles with Mitch Lewis. Lewis doesn't get him free. Hurry kick forward. Intercept mark number for Sicily and the Hawks. 2, 1 for Sicily. How many for the Hawks?
Yeah, 3 zip, Hawks way.
How was the library today? Full, Ash?
Oh, chockers. I was lucky to get a CPT. Red Z.
Wow. Get into the library on a big day like this. Nothing I could suggest there'd be more stirring. Little opportunity for Ginnivan at ground level. He was bowled over. Hawthorn are bowling each other over. Moore, Warple, look at them, demanding the football. D'Ambrosio upset when he didn't get it. Now Moore shuffles it out of him. D'Ambrosio had to avoid the tackle. Left foot, little shiner. Spots up Gunston. Right on the edge of the square to half forward. They want him to go. It's 2 on 2 inside 50. Brilliant mid-air smother by Stewart. Pushes off Gunston again. He bangs it back inside 50. Cameron got a bad bounce. Little handball back out to Myers. On to Cameron. Streams through centre half back.
Just about shinned it. Nearly missed the footy there. Jezza off the half back line. Bailey Smith good enough to make up for it. She's a hot footy. Jezza, first real opportunity for the Cats to build through the middle. Through Stengel. Blue and white jump is streamed forward. Back to Cameron. He was in the back line. Now he's forward. Punches it to Big Neil. He's been pushed in the back by Barris. The umpire says on you go. And again the Hawks defenders now through Ward, standing up looking for an exit ball, and hits Ginnivan.
Oh, Jeremy Cameron, take a bow. You're involved in all of that action. Newcomb's caught in the tackle and pinged by O'Sullivan. And O'Sullivan's got the free between wing and half forward on the southern side heading to the city end.
He's playing with a bit more composure here, Geelong. Hawks making a few mistakes that are a little bit uncharacteristic. That's the pressure of finals.
Back into Blitzarves, off to De Koning. De Koning goes inside 50. Dangerfield stretched for it, couldn't hold the mark. Came to ground level, picked up by O'Connor. Gave the handball in the pocket. Holmes went for the right foot banana along the ground. Too many in the goal square. Dempsey almost. Minor score. We go the Cats. They're first of the day. One behind, trailing Hawthorn. 1 goal. Totally Workwear scoreboard.
Well, we've seen this before with the Hawks as we get a score review here. I'm sure this will be a behind, but 7 inside 50s.
Please make sure it came off the defender last.
7 inside 50s to 2 in favour of the Cats, but the Hawks are defending really well, Kate, which we saw particularly against the Giants early in that game when they were under siege. They could hold up, weather the storm, and then when they got their chances, like we saw already, be able to hit the scoreboard.
Inside 50s, Ash, what are they at the moment?
Yeah, 7-2, Geelong's way.
Where's Weddle playing?
Wing.
Yep.
He's playing wing, but Mark O'Connor is going everywhere with him as a tag.
So it will be a point. Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard, 6-1. Big jobs or big games. Totally Workwear's got you covered for boots, high vis, puffers and scrubs that go the distance. Love your work. Right. So the Hawks holding on at the moment. The only goal came from Lewis. Set shot from 50, and on a tight night, good kicking. He's good footy. Impey plays onto the near side. The number 4 gets the legs pumping, sends it down in the path of Lloyd. Comes from the side. Strong mark by Meek. He's the trump card with no Stanley to Ward. The runners come. Watson nearly too quick. Got one high. Umpire said he ducked his head. Lloyd comes again. Back to Ward. This is high intensity footy. Another little fumble. Again, it's by Hawkin. Watson. Nash scoops it out. Back to Butler. Ward again. Hacks the ball forward. Will work out to the dangerous McDonald. Options inside. They want to hit up the short. That's what could trouble the Cats defenders. And again, it's in the hands of Mitch Lewis.
To be honest, I think the thing that's actually troubling the Cats defenders the most is all the fumbles. So the ball comes in clean and they're set up well, but those little fumbles mean that the line's broken a little bit. Obviously not the way you want to be playing if you're Hawthorn, Nick Watson, a couple in that passage, but it helps with disrupting the defence ever so slightly, especially when they're going to lower the eyes like that.
Mitch Lewis, a 6-1 set shot of this season. He's already kicked one. This from a tighter angle. He's about 8 metres inside the boundary, near side. Kick from 40 for the perfect start for the big forward. He's bringing it, but not enough. 1-1 for the Hawks on a night where kicking will be crucial to 1 behind, 12 and a half gone. First term, that is all in the Triple M Workwear scoreboard. The Hawks by a straight kick.
Well, they have done well, the Hawks. You just find that little mark inside 50. Geelong do zone their defenders, so that kick's going to be important.
So Stewart back in from the punt road full-back position, looking for the big fly over the top with Neil. Sicily at the back, tidies it up, gave it off here to Amon. Amon, a centre ball, levelling on the left foot. Ginnivan's there, couldn't mark it off. Hands at the back, the Cats have got it covered. Stewart to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan to O'Connor, just got rid of it. Along the ground, picked up by Ginnivan. Snap goal! Oh, Ginnivan's gone over to the crowd. And a little celebration of sorts. Totally Workwear scoreboard, 2-1-13 to the Cats, 1 behind at the Triple M scoreboard.
It's all from the pressure on the Geelong defenders trying to get the ball out. Just in 2 minds whether to rush it, concede or continue on, and brilliant smother, brilliant pressure on that kick that affected it. And Ginnivan, he wanted to get onto his right. He knew the cover was on his right foot. Just so skillful to then just chuck it straight on the left at a difficult angle and slots it.
It was Mullen's mistake in defence, and Ginnivan let him know about it, Joe, on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
Yeah, it's always that one right up against the goal line. You're never sure whether to take it through as a defender or play on. Mullen just caught in 2 minds under pressure, but love the way the Hawks are outnumbering around contest at the moment. Geelong sit back defensively. We know that's how they play. If the Hawks can keep outnumbering around the ball and use it well, they'll continue to get good looks. Big news.
Big news. Nat will keep an eye on Dangerfield going downstairs, not just to the bench, going downstairs. Bob Jane Nat, here's a story and a half. Keep an eye on it for us.
Howie, I don't think it is too big a story. I think he's just gone to the bathroom because he hasn't gone down with the doctors. I'm calling it.
All right, umpire's gone arse over as well. Picked off here by Butler. Little dribble along the ground. Just trying to get a bit of drama up. And
yeah, Brian, I'm not buying that. I've been told Geelong have a rule when they get injured, they walk off like that nothing is wrong.
Happening.
That's a common theme with them. They don't give any indication away.
Nat, detective style. Look at that for us. Have a little looky there. Bowes knocked it out. Sicily head over the football. Almost had it taken off. One of the free. Nothing forthcoming. Like the way they're umpiring this game at the moment. Warple got the little handball out wide. Ginnivan polishes up. Gave it to Amon. Little stiff kick. Found an opportunity with Moore. Moore's been told to play on, although standing still. Now goes inside 50. Gunston was destroyed in the air, and Blitzales takes it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. Let's get downstairs to Nat.
Okay, Dangerfield is back on the bench. He's sitting there at the moment. Doesn't look like he's getting any treatment, but I'll keep an eye on him.
Harvey Norman replay now at Harvey Norman. 10% in bonus gift cards with Windows 11 computers, 500 or more, and Sunday T&Cs apply. So the Hawks settled nicely. Another inside 50. They lead it 13-1. The only 2 goals on the board. The way of the Brown and goal. Mullen, he's caught again! He's gone, Mullen! The umpire said he had prior opportunity, so he's been tackled twice, Mullen. And it's his fellow countryman Nash that pinned him inside 50.
10 metres. Took on the tackler. The ball was actually knocked out, and if he had a better presence of mind, he probably would have let it be knocked out, because then he may have got away with it, but he actually took possession again, and then it was the free kick clear, holding the ball.
So Nash in front of the Shane Warne stand. He's going to round the body from about 45, but it takes something pretty special. Plays on now, gets pretty good purchase, just to the teeth of goal. Maybe could have set it up to 2 to 1 behind the way of the Hawks. Triple M totally worked their scoreboard.
So Geelong will just ease it off a little here and try for maybe a little bit of slow ball for a moment or two. They trail by 13 points, and Henry is down and cannot walk. He's down in the goal square, and that looks
maybe an ankle, Brian.
Possibly terminal. Through the middle of the ground, Manor slams it inside 50. Long ball over the head of the pack. Hardwick is under Bowe's pressure as he goes back to stop it. Taps it back into the field of play. Scrimshaw ran into Cameron. Ball spills loose. Comes back. Stengle's the danger here. Tries to tie up the tackle. Scrimshaw as well. Little handball went nowhere. Bowes tackle after tackle after tackle going on here at the moment. And at the other end of the ground, Henry is being helped off by 2 trainers. He is a no-go at this stage.
Having on replay. Didn't look like an ankle.
Yep.
Ankle, you reckon, Brian? The Cats continue to press. Hurry. Kick out of defence by the Hawks. Mitch Lewis drops it. Watson goes over his head. Stewart gets away. Guthrie from 45. Sends it deep forward. The Hawks defenders come. There's a shove. Neil played for the free kick. Didn't get it. Hawks kicking out of defence in a hurry. Moore's good in a contest. Now McDonald. The Hawks are irrepressible at the moment.
Moore through the middle of the ground. He had to give up because there was no one down the track. Henry's coming off, limping like an old mule. I'm not sure he can take his place again. The sub is already warming up. In the meantime, Hawthorn have got it at half forward. Butzav's on top, empty there as well. We'll have a ball up, 25 out from Hawthorn's goal down to you, Nat.
He can't put any weight on that left leg at all. He's going straight down to the rooms with the doctors. Jai Clark is warming up, and while this was all happening, Jack Univan's gone down to the rooms as well with what looks like a dislocated finger.
Yeah, looks like they put the finger in. Neil just crunches into the pack, nearly takes out a teammate. The Cats, dare I say, just look a little unsure at the moment. Warp all over the footy. In fact, a lot of players are unsure because it's that hot. Chol, Bailey Smith drives one forward, one-on-one battle. Cameron battle.
Wins, handball out the back door to Sicily. Hawthorn really applying the pressure here to the favourites this year, the Cats. Neat ball into the middle here to Nash. Took the mark, thought about the handball to Amon. Their designated kicker, they love it in his hands. Dan Prozio, another one of those, didn't get it, and it comes back to Amon. Dropped the easiest of marks. So they've got it on the wing here on the northern side. Little chip kick over the top to Moore. It's a 13-point Hawthorn advantage early. Just repeating the news. Henry has gone down into the rooms. Looks to be a game-ending injury. Short ball to Amon again, right in front of the Geelong bench, and Hawthorn now, for the first time in this quarter, decelerating.
Amon down the line to a big pack at half forward. Mitch Lewis hits it hard, goes toward the line. Red Zed's Chewy, what are you seeing?
Well, Hawthorn's pressure, Howie, they're going at 2-10, and both of their majors have come from Geelong turnovers.
Red Zed loaning, or loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. Big one-on-one for battle against Cameron, isolated inside 50.
Yeah, defence for Hawthorn have been excellent in this first 20 minutes of this game.
Meek in the ruck against De Koning. At the back to Newcomb. Atkins, the tackling machine, gets him for the second time.
The free kick will go the way of Atkins here at half-back for Geelong. Bailey Smith has a rest. Holmes comes on. And Atkins still waiting to take his kick at half-back. Just a little sideways ball to De Koning at centre half-back. And likewise from De Koning by foot to Stewart. Stewart elects the Shane Warne stand side of the ground with a horrible kick. Straight down the throat of Weddle. Over the Toyota logo. Got the handball to Moore. Moore a long one to Gunson. Will give it back to Weddle. Weddle's approaching the 50 on the boundary line. Goes to an open goal square. Hit the post. What a kick it was. Hawthorn on fire at the moment. Lead it by 14 points on the Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard.
Already 5 intercept marks to the Hawks. The Cats aren't kicking the ball well. Just, Stu, what are they kicking at?
They're going at 54%, which is 12 below the league average. Hawks going at 70.
A couple of wasted opportunities for the Hawks as Humphreys just eases out of defence. Down the line. Scrimshaw hits the pack hard. Can't claim the mark. Ball to be one. Out of sight. Goes the way of Close. First sighting him. Little inch forward is good to Manor, the dangerous one. Steps around D'Ambrosio. Punches it forward straight to Newcomb.
Shocking kick, Newcomb. The interceptor, though, short little ball to McDonald. D'Ambrosio went out wide to Nash. Nash just it off to Sicily. Little casual. Dempsey wrapped him up in the tackle. McDonald tidied it up, got it to Impey. Impey short ball out wide to Meek. So Hawthorn running all over the top of the Cats at the moment. Cats cannot get into this game. Ginnivan sits on the bench. Meek from centre wing just forward of it. High ball here. Up they fly. Almost in the air on that time. Chol off hands, wrapped up. And umpire Brett Roseberry says we'll ball it up.
Joey, you identified it early on in this game. It's those little handballs around stoppage, the forward handball that is disrupting Geelong.
Hawks kicked the first 3 against the Crows. They've kicked the first 2. Watson, they're inside 50. Butler making a name for himself. Back to Moore, squeezes one forward. That is quite brilliant. And Nash will get his second opportunity. So he's doing some damage up forward. Connor Nash, can he hit it from probably 35 out on a slight angle?
Well, that's their 20th uncontested mark, and that is the kick that will win the game for Hawthorn tonight. Geelong sit back, they defend, they want those long balls. So if they can continue to just squeeze these little kicks going inside 50, they're going to get great looks.
And having opportunities, can he take advantage? Plays on Nash, sends it high. Nash nails it. The Hawks have got the first 3. They've gone bang, bang, bang on the nose of the Cats. They lead at 3-3, 21-1 behind. Triple M totally workwear scoreboard. Nat you need, he's Bob Jane.
And while that was all happening, Jack Ginnivan's just managed to get back onto the field. He's got his fingers strapped on his left hand.
Well, Geelong, they're the number 1 team in the competition who marks inside forward 50. They've had 10 entries for no marks. You go down the other end.
A good one to remember.
And it is Hawthorn that have taken 3 marks inside their forward 50, but they've been those little hit-ups, either a forward on a lead or that short kick that is disrupting Geelong.
Yeah, the Cats are getting very high with their forwards, so when they are winning the ball through the middle of the ground, they're looking up. There's no one deep for them to kick to, so that's why they've tried to squeeze a few kicks that have been chopped off, so maybe they just need to rejig their forward set up. The Cats play a little bit deeper.
Bob Jane team marks.
Against the odds, Jack Henry is back on the sideline. He's warming up, he's running, so I suspect he's probably had a couple of jabs in that foot, but they're pretty determined not to make that sub, the Cats.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ankle is one thing they can definitely restrap and give you another opportunity out of all. Here is Ward on the left boot, goes inside. Long ball to Koning, should mark. Knocked to ground, picked up by Butler. They've got 4. Free kick. No, it'll be free kick going to Koning's way. Umpire Brett Roseberry right on the spot. And it'll just be the 3 goals. Front on contact there was ruled. Hawthorn by 20 points.
Having on replay, agree with that one. Pretty front on. So Chol's the one that gives away the free kick. Barris set up nicely behind the ball. Lloyd Meek through his hands. He started well and gets a big tackle on Cameron. Chewy, what are you seeing? Red Z style, Red Z lending. Loans to the self-employed REDZED.com.
Yeah, James Sicily, Howie, 7 disposals, 3 intercepts and a couple of clearances.
Inside 50s this quarter so far, Ashley.
Yeah, 10-8 Hawthorn's way, but Hawthorn 6 scoring shots from those 8 entries.
Here's Manor streaming down the half-forward line, kicks it out of bounds on the full. So if you could put a handle on what's going wrong for Geelong at the moment, Joey, what do you think it is?
Well, their ball use, when they've had the opportunities, they haven't been able to find a mark or find a forward with any sort of space or separation. So that's been the differing factor so far in this game. The Hawks have been able to do that. Geelong can't.
7 kick clangers too, Joey, for Geelong. Only 2 to Hawthorn.
Wade McCarthy, Joey Montagna.
Move it on.
Seabus Super Special Comics. Scrimshaw is coming to some real form. From the back pocket goes long. Guthrie trying to reach for the mark over the top. McDonald got it to Newcomb, on to Nash. Nash to Ward. Ward, a beautiful hand-selling piece of candy that you'd just buy any day. Moore dished it out sideways to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio didn't have a right foot, tried a sneaky handball. Gobbled up by Dempsey. Geelong under pressure. Moore was mad with himself. Went for the plunging tackle and finally a smother over the line by De Koning, and will throw it in deep in Hawthorn's forward end.
Hawks are carving up with forward handball at the moment. They lead at 3-3 to 1 behind Triple M Seabus Supers. Seabus Super making hard work path. You've got Kate McCarthy and this man, Joe Montagna.
Yeah, they're just using their numbers. They're all staying around the ball. That's why they've been able to get that handball game going. They're sticking together.
So a shock start. The Hawks lead at 3 goals, 3 to 1 behind. Back inside 50 for the Hawks. Nash has been everywhere. Wobbles one forward. It's all about the bounce. Stewart clears it. Another behind. 22 plays one. And we've got 4:24 to go in the first half. Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard.
So the Hawks are going at 1 for 1. They've had 47 handballs, 48 kicks. So said they are sticking together. They're getting a lot of numbers around the ball and using those numbers. And Geelong sit back a bit more. So it's looking good for Hawthorn.
Is that where you want the numbers, Joey?
Yeah, for the Hawks, that's their plan.
Kick long here to the northern side, a rare opportunity. Barris out the back door, got it to McDonald. McDonald around the corner, over-kicked it slightly to Nash. De Koning had to straight line it, did it well. Handball comes to Bowes. Bowes neat kick over here to Humphries. Intercepted by Scrimshaw. Went and got the ground level ball as well. Now the attacking kick forward, horrible. Bailey Smith was waiting for it at centre-half back and marked uncontested.
So Scrimshaw turns over to Smith. He doesn't have a great deal ahead of the footy, so just pauses and waits. Now floats the left football forward to a couple of Hawks.
Jeez.
There's some poor kicking going on by the Cats, and D'Ambrosio takes them up.
Yeah, really poor option from Bailey Smith. He had plenty of opportunities to go wide, ignored them, and then kicked on his left, and it was lazy.
A couple of times, Joey, they've been able to go quickly and they've gone slowly, and the times they've gone quickly, there's been no numbers.
Meek told to play on, didn't know where to go, so went out the back door to D'Ambrosio. On his wrong right foot, short little ball finds Moore, who's been interesting at that side of the ground. Little short kick by Moore. So Hawthorn working their way forward here at the moment in the hands of Jack Gunson. So he's 75 metres out from the punt road goal is Jack. Kicks a very, very high, long ball. Charles got his eyes on it. The back was Weddle. Big pack over the line. Smashed into those Hawthorn supporters. Boundary throw in.
Monopoly at Macca's is back. Play only in the app. Ends October 14. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au. For Macca's and Remote Water, Triple M Rocks footy, the Hawks. Lewis, Ginnivan and Nash have kicked goals. 3-4-22 to the Cats. 1 behind. 3 minutes to go. First term. Newcomb. Atkins wearing him like the proverbial. Boundary line sees them all.
Another boundary throw in here. This is all happening deep inside Hawthorn's attack zone. By the way, if you've just joined us, Hawthorn blistering start. They lead it by 21 points here. And Geelong yet to kick a goal as we come to the close of this first quarter with 2 and a bit minutes remaining. Atkins applies the tackle. Stewart tried to take him on. Got caught with the ball, lucky not to give away the free, and now Stewart's hurt. Another finger maybe popped out or something here for Tom Stewart as he lies on the ground. Almost motionless, but it's not a head issue. Now they're going to stop the game here. Trainers come in for Tom Stewart.
Oof, Brian, he got absolutely nailed on the Harvey Norman by Marbior Chol. He's holding his wrist, but now he might have an issue with knocking his head.
Yeah, he hit his head really hard on the ground.
It was a ferocious tackle from Chol.
So this is massive news if that is the case, and they are steadying the head, which means that he will miss a grand final if they happen to play in it.
Well, they are. They're doing some work. He did get his head certainly hit the ground solidly in that tackle.
And we've talked about this, Joey.
It's going to happen eventually.
This was going to happen.
This will probably be the last year, to be honest. They don't have the bye before the grand final for this, and this will be the deciding factor. One of the stars of the competition.
Yeah, he's hit his head on the ground, and I think the holding the wrist thing is a reaction to his maybe concussion or...
And I don't think there's anything wrong with the tackle, certainly from Marbiol Chol. I don't think he's got anything to worry about
He's
whatsoever.
Unsteady. Look at him on the feet. He's very unsteady. Running off now unassisted, but was unsteady.
Went to get it that first time, Brian, and then went straight back down.
This is a massive, massive news story. Tom Stewart appears to have suffered a head knock here that's put him in doubt very much for this game, and if that is the case, as he stumbles as he comes to the bench, he will miss the grand final because of the 12-day protocol. Down to you, Nat.
Yeah, ironically, Jack Henry's actually the player that's going to replace him on the field. So Tom Stewart just keeping a very close eye on him as he goes straight down to the rooms with the doctors. Jai Clark currently warming up on the bike.
Here's the run for the Cats. Dempsey on the outer side, hits Stengel. So this is a better build-up for the Cats. So the Hawks have got a number spare in defence. Their defence has been good, so Stengel has to stop. There's no speed on the Cats' ball movement. They poke one short, and they hit Cameron probably 90 metres from home, out in front of the Shane Warne stand as Tom Stewart on the Harvey Norman goes down into the rooms. Bailey Smith, what's he had? 2, Smith?
Yeah, 9 disposals coming up, leading ball winner for the Cats.
What about Holmes?
Yeah, Max Holmes, only 1 possession, averaging 27 this year.
Smith just sets it up. They need the big hanger. The Hawthorn defenders will come from behind. There's a whistle. Neil takes the mark. There's a whistle before that. And it's going the way of Dangerfield.
Yep.
So, to be fair, the Hawks would probably rather it in Dangerfield's hand than Neil as he lines up for a shot.
Well, I'm not sure about that now. Shannon Neal is one of the best set shot for goal. He's a beautiful kid.
Well, that's what I mean. The Hawks would rather
the Hawks. Sorry, they said the Cats. Apologies. Yeah, no. Shannon Neal, beautiful set shot for goal, but Dangerfield, he should be able to kick this. It was Sicily that blocked his run when he was going to have to launch for the footy.
17-14 set shots. They need this from the skipper from only 20 out. Shouldn't be a problem for the champ. And the Cats get there first. They got men down injured, but the captain brings them something. Hawthorn 3-4-22. The Cats 1-1-7 back to a 15-point margin. Triple M totally workwear scoreboard.
Well, ironically, Kate, it was a patient build-up that allowed the Cats to kick their first goal. Again, Hawthorn was so quick to get back and get numbers into their defensive 50 that the Cats' transition couldn't continue to go at speed. So it was good choice, as you mentioned. Sometimes they've got it wrong, the decision, but for Jeremy Cameron to slow it up, to find Smith and then get a deep entry, good result.
It's the first time they've probably allowed them, Hawthorn, to go end-to-end uncontested. So they've been really good at covering off the outlets, but covering off those one-on-ones and then allowing the third player to come across. So end-to-end uncontested, free kick inside forward 50 and a goal.
This is going to be a massive test, and I'm not questioning the medical people.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Brian.
This is going to be a massive, massive moment for the medical staff to come out and say that we've treated him for this, or
he's either passed or he hasn't, and whether there's any sort of leniency at all.
And or otherwise try and spin some other story. So this is going to be massive in the next 20 minutes when it comes out. Here is Dempsey. We're talking about Tom Stewart over the head of Sicily. Ball comes to ground. Myers picks it up. This way, that away. Didn't know where to go. Got the handball to close. Close snap at goal, missed.
And that's with the player telling you every which way that he is good to go, knowing what's coming.
And knowing Tom Stewart, that is what he would be saying. 1-2-8 here. Geelong, Hawthorn 3-4-22.
Bob Jane, Nat.
Yeah, Geelong have made their sub massive news down here. So Tom Stewart is out of the game and Jai Clark has just taken off his jumper. He's into the preliminary final.
Oh, that's terribly bad news for a champion of this football club and a champion of our game. So if he's subbed out,
you're gone.
Well, you would imagine so, Brian, wouldn't you?
Absolutely you are.
That's terrible news, and further weight to the fact we probably need a week off before the grand final.
Unless they tell us it's some other injury, which is unlikely.
D'Ambrosio hugs the line. So good little patch for the first time for the Cats here. Chol gets a spoil, but De Koning marks. So De Koning, centre wing, drops the ball forward. The Hawks defenders, Scrimshaw drops one he would have normally taken. Sicily under pressure, catch right, he needs to get rid of it. Dangerfield powers his way through. Myers shoves it forward, doesn't get the bounce. Repeating sides, 1-3 for the Cats. Hawthorn 3-4-22 in the shadows of quarter time, 13 on the clock. Triple M totally workwear scoreboards.
Those last two have been big missed opportunities for the Cats to get back into this game with 3 goals going into quarter time would be a massive switch.
Just told there's 99,000 plus in the house at the moment. You've got to think there's more still coming. Joel marks at half-back. Siren will sound in a second or two. So at least 99 in the house here at the moment. An amazing first quarter which Hawthorn basically owned Ash quickly inside 50s.
Yeah, 14-11 Geelong's way.
1-3-9 Geelong. Hawthorn 3-4-22. Tom Stewart has been taken off, we think under the concussion protocol, we're pretty sure, and will miss the grand final. Totally Workwear scoreboard for McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M rocks football.
That quarter for Totally Workwear. Big jobs or big games, Totally Workwear's got you covered for boots, high-vis, puffers and scrubs that go the distance. Love your work.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Monopoly at Macca's is back. Play only in the app. Ends October 14. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au. Monday from 4, drive home with JB and Billy. Triple M's Rush Hour. Speaking to finals superstars all September.
John Kennedy Jr., four-time premiership star of the Hawthorn Footy Club, including 1989.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me. What can you remember of 89? Gee, the Cats had some star players, John. Were you playing, Bill?
Triple M's Rush Hour. Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. Pay less, play more. This school holidays with exclusive Adventure Club member deals. Only at Anaconda.
Step up with new Bailey Aluminium Step Extension Ladder. It's the quickest and most compact conversion style ladder available. Bailey Step Extension gives you step, leaning and extension with a rear leg section narrow enough to work within studs and manholes. Speaking of holes, cover yours in some free Bailey and tradie undies. Spend over $200 on Bailey ladders and or Bailey fall protection gear and get a free pair of Bailey and tradie undies. T's and C's at baileyladders.com.au.
Go Harvey Norman September sellout. Get the latest Windows 11 computer and get 10% of your purchase price in Harvey Norman gift cards. That's right, spend $500 or more on a Windows 11 computer and get 10% in gift cards. All the big brands, Acer, Asus, HP, Lenovo and more. Hurry until Sunday only, in-store and online. Harvey Norman September sellout. Best brands, best range, best prices and 10% in bonus gift cards. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Anytime is 7-Eleven time. Like when it's 10:27 p.m. after watching your team win and you're craving a pie. And maybe something to soothe your hoarse throat. Pick up a post-footy feed anytime at 7-Eleven.
You gave it your all on the field. And now it's time for the best part of the game, the beers and the banter. With zero carbs and that great Hahn taste, Hahn Ultra refreshes without bloat, bitterness or sugar. Just water, hops and barley. So win, lose or draw, an icy cold Hahn Ultra is the perfect way to play on after the game. Hahn Ultra. Zero carb, great taste. How good? Less than 0.5 grams of carbs per serve. Drink responsibly.
When your car leaks, you fix it, right? Or when a tap drips, you reach for the wrench. So why are you using the wrong tools for those weak bladder moments? Tenor Men shields, guards and pants are designed specifically for men, and they offer triple protection against leaks, odour and moisture. They're the ideal bladder weakness products that every bloke should have in their toolbox. You know, the bathroom cupboard. Find the Tenor Men's range from $5.39 at Chemist Warehouse. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
Get the saving you really want with $3K off Australia's favourite 4x4 Ford Ranger across XLT Sport and Wildtrak, but only until September 30 while stocks last. $3K off Ranger at participating Ford dealers right now. For full terms and eligibility, see our website.
For 20 years, Castrol Edge engine oils have been trusted by manufacturers, mechanics and drivers to unlock the very edge of performance. Castrol Edge is extensively tested against some of the most demanding performance standards in the world. It's why Castrol Edge is chosen exclusively by leading car manufacturers and is relied upon by the best in world motorsport, including Tickford Racing, to deliver race-winning performance. Choose Castrol Edge and unlock the very edge of performance for yourself.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's backing your next install. Fans, lighting, electrical, sorted. Join now at beacontrade.com.au.
Pulsating first term, Lewis, Ginnivan and Nash with the first three before Dangerfield replied. The Hawks 3-4-22. The Cats 1-2-9. The big story, though, will revolve around Tom Stewart subbed out of the game. Bob Jane Teamarts, they've got great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. Righto, Nat, what is the ruling here? What type of protocols are involved if, unfortunately, he is concussed?
Okay, so this is the official rule from the AFL, Howie. It is a 12-day minimum out of the game if you do suffer a concussion. They then have to go through an 11-step process, and these protocols came in 2021. So if Geelong are to make the grand final, Tom Stewart will definitely miss the game, and I can tell you that this will probably be the last year that we have a pre-finals bye, because if this causes this kind of controversy, then you can guarantee that we will have a pre-grand final bye next year, because that's what the coaches have been pushing for. The other injury concern for the Cats is that Jack Henry looked to hurt either his foot or his ankle. The Cats a bit coy on exactly what is the situation with him, but he did go back onto the field. Of course, he has had a history of foot injuries.
Only definitely missed the game, though, if he's ruled as being concussed. So that'll be interesting what word we get from the Cats. Triple M Red Z Lenders. Before we discuss that, here's Chulenko.
Uncontested ball, Hawks plus 37. The uncontested marks at 29-11 Hawthorn's way, and Connor Nash leading ball winner, 10 touches in the major.
Chol, well, look, just looking at the replay here, Ash, not to ignore what you said, it's important, but just looking at the Chol tackle on Stewart and his part in the program. And Kate, are you concerned for Chol in the tackle as Dane?
No, I'm not looking at that. I don't think Chol has anything to worry about. Stewart was already sort of falling forward. Chol was sort of coming over the top of a teammate, and it was just part of the tackling act. There was nothing. What's the word? Unreasonable about the tackle, Kate.
Nat, is there confirmation from the Cats that he has been concussed, Stuart?
Howie, the Cats have confirmed that he is definitely out of the game with concussion, so that is absolutely the case.
Just quickly on that tackle, the arms were pinned, yes, there was no rotation though, and he didn't fall into his back, so I think he should be okay.
So that's it. So that is it. With the confirmation from the Cats, he will miss the grand final, Tom Stewart. Let's go back to the middle. We start the second quarter. It's a 13-point Hawthorn lead. They're kicking to the city end of the second quarter. They get the clearance through Nash. Got it inside 50 here. Went past Weddle. Going after it, O'Connor. Gave it to Guthrie. Guthrie on the left boot around the corner. Looking for Dangerfield. Blitzarves make it easy for him to mark. Dangerfield ran and got caught. Just got rid of the handball. Spills to Amon. Amon got it to Ward. On his favourite left foot, decided a handball. Back to Amon. They are desperate to get him. Bailey Smith worried him out of it. Handball into the head of Atkins. Ball went nowhere. Another ball up in the centre square.
Back to the bench, Stephen.
And if you're just getting rid of it by hand after he was run down behind by Butler. On the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. So the Hawks just in attack, still in the centre square though. Manor runs in a couple of Hawks, no way through there. Now at Harvey Norman, 10% in bonus gift cards with Windows 11 computers, $500 or more, and Sunday TNCs apply. Pretty much in the middle of the MCG. Big ball to be won. Scrimshaw's off at the back of the contest and does that. Kicks it straight to Lloyd's head. Crazy stuff. Falls to Amon, wobbles the ball forward, straight to Koning.
Point of the square at half back here to Koning. Just says to those around him, we're just going to slow down here and just get our process and structure in place before I kick it. And he kicked it straight down the front of Joel. Joel marks on the wing, plays on now with that monster left boot. Gunston on the lead. Jack Gunston has marked 45 out on a very difficult angle. It'll be his first reachable shot in the game. And Gunston on the southern flank kicking to the city end.
And he hasn't missed for about 6 weeks, Jack Gunston. He's flushing his set shots for goal in recent weeks. But again, another horrible kick from Geelong. Again, without real pressure, the turnover from DeConing.
Gunston from just inside 50, 47 metres out. Got under it, coming back a little, not enough. In the end, not through for a behind for the Hawks. So
right out, please.
3-5-23 at the moment. To 139 the Cats on the Triple M Beacon trade score.
Just having a look at the Harvey Norman replay there of Jack Henry trying to go with Gunston. He did not look comfortable at all trying to stretch out.
Holmes has just dropped it out on the full. He's played on from fullback and kicked it out on the full. Then VFL style mistakes from the Cats at the moment. So Gunston pokes it forward to Ward. He goes inboard to Nash, who's proving a bit of a thorn up forward. Dishes off, aim on the runner. He's hemmed in, so he can't drive towards goal. Watch out for Weddle and Chol at the back. Couple of Cats come, and it's rushed through. So the Hawks are getting repeats, but not taking advantage. Couple of big errors, Joe.
Yeah, really uncharacteristic from the Cats. They just haven't handled the occasion, I suppose it has to be, because we haven't seen them be this sort of sloppy by foot for a long time.
Haven't really been hurt on the board though, 24-9.
Ash, we're going to go very close to 100,000, 99,400 in the house here at the moment as we speak. Over the line and out of bounds. We'll have another boundary thrown in front of the MCC members.
I reckon we'd have to go back to the early 1970s, the last time we cracked 100,000 outside of a grand final. I'll come back to you, BT.
It's still possible we'll get that depending on how many come in after. But 99.3, 99.4, 99.5 around that mark. Hawthorn here in control. Meek, handball intercepted by Bailey Smith. Every one of his kicks have been a mongrel so far. That landed with Dangerfield, luckily. Dangerfield plays on, squares the ball. Here's Neil. He's got a good jump over Barris, and he takes a big mark. A lifting of confidence mark. And he'll line up 45 metres out, pretty well straight in front.
That was their first mark inside forward 50 for the evening, and it was a brilliant mark at that. Just had the back of Barris and then read it beautifully. Barris got stuck under the footy, and this is the part of his game that he's been good at all year, Joey.
I think it was a good kick by Dangerfield. He saw Barris had about 10 metres in front of Neil, so he just put it on his head and allowed Neil to run and jump.
So Shannon Neil in game 42. A kick of some 48 metres to the punt road in, an important one for the Cats. It's a little bit off the outside of the right boot and comes back and just got inside the goals. A big goal, almost out of order for the Cats. And now they start to get back into the game. 2-3-15 to Hawthorn 3-6-24.
And Dangerfield starting to get busy. getting up the ground, providing some opportunities to take some marks. And the first time he got run down holding the ball, that time again, they are always happy to take the contest on Geelong. They're prepared to just kick to a one-on-one and back their forwards in to win contest, and that's what happened on that occasion. So a nice start for their confidence just to settle into this game a little bit more now, Geelong, and maybe lose a bit of that sort of anxiousness that they've had with their disposal.
24-19, Triple M. 24-15 the way of the Hawks. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade's back in your next in-store. Fans, lighting, electrical sorted. Join now at beacontrade.com.au. Red Z, who needs to get going, Chew?
Yeah, still the Maxi Holmes. He's only had the 2 disposals for Red Z. Myers just the 3 touches and 1 behind.
Blitzard and Meek.
And Nick Watson just the 1 handball.
He's in the middle now, Watson. Mullen's gone in the middle with Watson. He'll try and just streak through the contest here with Watson. Mullen trying to get body on him. Blitzarves favoured by the bounce, and the umpire will recall it. And he was starting to move there, Watson.
That change actually disrupted the way that the Cats wanted to set up, so they had to send Bailey Smith forward because Mullen had to come in and is playing that genuine one-on-one.
Meek bashes it forward, does well. Here comes Watson. He tries to stream onto it. O'Connor's aware. Holmes gets away. This is better by the Cats. They're steadying the champs. Humphries wide ball, Hardwick, Stengel. Stengel plays to the 3 and gets it.
Oh, he shouldn't have picked it up, the Hawthorn player.
Gives it back to Stengel, centre wing, Shane Warne stand.
So Stengel here, a long way from home, as Howie says, right in front of the Shane Warne stand. Stengel straightening it up a little, sending it high. Neil won't get to the contest. In front was Cameron. Front and centre was Bailey Smith. Picked it up, got a little left foot poke on Blitzarves. Blitzarves can run into an open goal. He's kicked it. They've kicked 3 in a row, the Cats. 3 in a row, and they're back within 3 points on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, Bailey Smith going to half forward from that centre bounce, Kate, actually worked out in their favour because he was the one that got the front and square. But we'll need to have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. How Mark Blitzarves was out in space 20 metres on his own, basically at the top of the goal square. So I suspect Lloyd Meek just went over to the contest to get numbers there, as Hawthorn like to do, and Blitzarves just seeked out the back, taking a bit of a punt inside forward 50. They'd win it, and that's exactly what happened.
When I saw him sitting in the goal square, I thought for a minute I didn't realise which way both teams were going. He just snuck out the back. Meek came up and had absolutely no impact. He didn't even need to go to the contest. He was nowhere near that mark, had no impact at all.
He was going to the roving position, Meek.
Yeah.
No, 10-metre warning.
It's just what the Hawks are trying to do all game, though. They want to outnumber at the contest. That's their plan, but didn't work on that.
6-6 warning against Geelong.
Charlie Kerno on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen, having a look now at Harvey Norman. 10% in bonus gift cards with Windows, 11 computers, 500 or more end Sunday. TNC's applying.
With Robbie DiRaggio, his manager, sitting in a box watching the Cats.
Maybe just running his rule over the Cats
Could
list.
be something in that if you want it to be a bit mischievous.
Bailey Smith, centre clearance. Here come the Cats again through close. The Hawks under pressure now. Blitzarves getting very busy. Caught by Scrimshaw, 60 from home.
Got a lot of Geelong connections.
Or it could just be a fan that loves footy, and why wouldn't you come to a prelim if you're a player?
It's hard to get seats. You take what you can get. Sometimes you end up sitting next to the person. You know. Anyway, ball up here, goes out towards the logo on the wing. And this is true centre wing, Southern's hand side. Guthrie wins the ball and wins the chase. Got the handball over the top. Little sloppy to Holmes, who split the 2 of the Hawthorn players. Soccer off the ground. Things starting to work now for the Cats. The Soccer landed was close. He took the mark, gave a short kick to Manor. Manor's on the boundary line, 65 metres out. Leads coming from Cameron. Here he comes, Cameron. Oh, he tried to kick it too low. Warple smothered off the man on the mark. Now they go through the middle. They're not protected here, the Cats.
Through Nash. Takes a bounce. He's got a one-on-one ahead of him. Runs wide, then sends a long one out to Gunston. Gets early contact on Henry. Turns him inside out. Gunston picks it up. On the left, his kick's a beauty this year. Not quite the distance mark taken. Big Mitchie Lewis in the square. And he'll line up from directly in front. Thought Gunston was on for goal of the year for a sec too. He just eased up a bit. So Lewis kicked the opener. This to restore the Hawks to a 9-point margin. The number 2 bangs it home. 4-6-30 the Hawks. The Cats 3-3-21 back to a 9-point margin the way of the Hawks on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trades back in your next in-store, Brian. Fans, lighting, electrical sorted. Join now at beacontrade.com.au.
Well, Joey, Jack Gunston's been a hard matchup all year for anyone trying to defend him, but said earlier in the quarter, Jack Henry couldn't quite go with him. We know he went off with that injury. That time he looked better moving, but then it was the lateral movement that completely did him in. So obviously pushing through, trying to get out there, but I don't know if they can sustain that matchup with the way that Jack Gunston moves versus the way that Jack Henry is moving currently with that injury.
There was a poor turnover from Manor, but Connor Nash involved again, man. He's having some sort of game.
He's a leading ball winner for the Hawks. 13 disposals, 1 major, but throw in 6 score involvements and a couple of centre clearances.
Red Z lending stats there with Ash Jewell. We go back to the middle. With umpire Nick Foot. We started all again. This game has really caught up with itself. We've got 2 teams firing out here now. Picked up by Newcomb. Clean clearance out of the middle. Bailey Smith chases, funny little kick from Newcomb, got it on the half hop there, play on did Mitch Lewis, spills here to Guthrie goes out wide looking for Manor, in front was Impey, no free, Bailey Smith picks it up, handball over the top to Close is going to go inside 50, Cameron Lead came late, he had to duck back, and Hardwick smashed it to the boundary. Then a boundary throw in deep in Geelong's attack zone. They trail at the moment by 9 points.
Yeah, Hawks fans are booing. They thought it should have been a free kick to Impey, but the umpires have put the whistle away. There could have been 2 or 3 free kicks in the first quarter to Geelong, the way the Hawks were pushing as well, but I like it. The umpires putting the whistle away. Let them play.
It's good stuff. Good stuff by the umps. Meek at ground level, misses to Cameron, gives it off to Humphries. He's just ripped off the footy. Little speculator by Impey forward. Ginnivan picks it up cleanly. Creates a bit of space. Gives it across to Meek. He's had plenty of it, Red Z style. In fact, it's Mitch Lewis who's kicked 2. Sends it down the line. Gunston's got 2 to beat. And he takes a mark on Henry. So there's another win for the Hawks. They'll look to go through Gunston and the injured Henry.
Weddle in the square.
Gunston's a kick from home, Brian.
Weddle running to the square now, but too many Geelong players there. Gunston wants something short and finds Mitch Lewis on the lead. Now Lewis is marked at 53 metres out. He is a thumping kick of the footy. If he gets momentum, I reckon he will get the journey. The umpire has set the mark on 50. The fair dinkum marked at 53 out.
Yeah, but that's the player, Brian. The players don't go up to
they don't demand it.
This 3 metres could be the difference between Lewis getting the distance or not.
You know who would be on the 53-metre mark? A Collingwood player. They are experts at just stealing every little metre they can.
We see it every week, the little details. Here is Mitch Lewis now, sneaking up on the mark. The kick is a thunderous one. It's got the journey. It's got the accuracy. He's kicked 3. Hawthorn squared away to a 15-point lead on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Difference the week can make, Joey. You get subbed out at half-time the week before. Probably only in the team because of Cal Shadir's misfortune with his hamstring. You could argue with the way that he was subbed out last week, but he has owned every moment that he has been a part of in this game so far. The minute he took that mark, he looked around for some reassurance from his teammates. They pointed towards the goal. He backed himself in and absolutely drilled it.
Nat, Bob Jane, just update us on the Tom Stewart situation for those joining us for the first time. Nat, the Tom Stewart situation. Hello, Nat.
They're just having a little technical problem there at the moment.
Well, he subbed out with concussion, Brian.
Yep.
As we look at Jared Ruffhead on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay watching on.
Subbed out with concussion means he will be unavailable if Geelong were to make the grand final.
They trail by 15 points. Chol goes in the ruck for the first time. Dangerfield extracts it. Only as far as Ginnivan getting busy after having a hand issue. Tries to break his way through. Kicks it straight into a Geelong player and Chol is barreled into the middle of the ground.
We'll have a ball up here.
Going this way, guys. Going this way.
Ginnivan starting up on a wing. That centre bounce. Don't see that too often. But again, like Geelong, Hawthorn can flick the magnets around.
Andrew Stevens balls it up. Little knockdown here to John Newcomb. He's set upon by 2 Geelong players. And his ears kept them apart. All up now. Knocked down by Blitzarves. Dangerfield, the recipient of it. Banged it inside 50 with just a very hurried kick, but that's all he had an opportunity for. Neil tries to block here. Scrimshaw, a little win. Brushed off the intended tackler. Got the handball to Battle. Battle brings it out the northern side with a degree of risk. Looking for Butler. Big one for Butler. Couldn't mark it. Spills to Bowes. Bowes, a little neat ball to Manor. And Manor is marked on the lead. 45 metres out on a tiny little bit of angle, and the Cats are in desperate need of this goal from Manor.
Dangerfield clearance that got that ball in deep that allowed Geelong to get their forward half game going. He's had a real influence in this quarter. Man, Paddy Dangerfield starting to get a bit of it.
Certainly is. There's 9 touches for the game, but in this quarter alone, 4 disposals and a couple of score involvements and clearances.
14-12 set shotter. Is that career, Ash?
Spot on.
And he comes. So he's just over the 50%. Struggling for the journey as well, but he's kicked a goal. He's got it straight down the middle. There was no doubt off him at all. goes in the corner for the Cats to Hawthorn's 2. And they close it back to a 9-point margin. Hawthorn by 9.
Risky kick coming out of defensive 50, but then Jack Bowes, really good composure to not blaze away, because that's where all the Hawthorn numbers were. They were deep at the top of the goal square, still emptying out, but Sean Manor had gotten up the field. Really nice little chip-up lead to him and beautiful finish.
Just with the uncontested marks. So the Hawks racked up 29 that first quarter, just the 5 in this term, and we're already halfway into the second quarter.
Triple M Reds at Lenders with Chewy, and the Triple M Seabus Super Specials with Joey and Kate. Seabus Supermarket and hard work pay off. Ream hot water needs replacing. Go front the steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a read. The Hawks by 13 at quarter time. 3 goals to 2, as Brian said. Sees the margin the way the Hawks whittled down 36 to 27 and 9 points. Child tried to grab it out of the middle, left it behind. Newcomb gets Atkins, then Walker gets Atkins, then Walker gets Smith, and then Humphries gets free. So well walked by the Cats. They're under pressure, close. Hardwick. Here's a chance for Clark. The sub on for Stewart. Kicks it straight to Sicily.
Sicily marks, and he just read the angle better. And half back here, Sicily not in a position to attack, so decided to just hold things up. Mitch Lewis calling for it down the line. Hawthorn by a slender 9 points. Kicks towards Watson. Brave was very brave was Clark. Got it inside 50 here, the Hawks. Bowes had to attack it. Went without it. Knocked it further afield. And over the line and out of bounds eventually. In front of the members will have a boundary throw in. So full scores, Geelong 4-3-27. Hawthorn 5-6-36 Beacon Trade scoreboard.
The Maccas and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. Mitch Lewis has kicked 3 of Hawthorn's 5 goals. Couple of beautiful set shots. D'Ambrosio sends it deep again. Gunston, he's held Henry and he took the mark, but they're going to take it against Gunston, I reckon they do. That's the way of Henry, so a couple of let-offs for the Cats.
Very quickly got the ball to Clark. Jai Clark of Geelong hammers it to the wing. Now O'Connor's got to beat Weddle in the air. Weddle with the spoil, and Weddle saves the day with a big spoil. They were on then, the Cats. Over the line and out of bounds. Just repeating the news, Tom Stewart out of the game. Concussion, and has been ruled out by the Cats, which means he's ruled out if they make the grand final. Hawthorn by 9 points. Boundary throw in the neutral area on the wing. Shane Warne stands side wing, if you like. Little handball comes out here. Myers wanted the give and go. Will get it back from Atkins. The kick around the corner, and Myers fashion of the leader, Cameron. Is that his first mark of the day, Ash?
Just his second, BT.
So Shane Warne, Stan, Cameron. Battles had the job there. There's been a couple of good one-on-ones. Walker comes in to try and intercept. Sicily will come from behind. He doesn't need to. He just judged the ball perfectly. Nat back down on the boundary. Have we seen Tom Stewart, Bob Jane, or not?
No, Howie, we haven't seen him come back out of the rooms just yet. Of course, there's so many injuries in that first half that the batteries went dead on the old microphone, but we're back on.
Beauty. So Scrimshaw's got it deep in defence.
How's Jack Martin going today, Ash?
Not very good. Statless, BT. The only Geelong player yet to touch the pill.
Mark here by Newcomb. In fact, it's Mitch Lewis, and he marks it on the wing, looks for the overlap runner and the designated kicker and Amon, who gave the little handball off to Battle. Battle pounds the ball inside 50. Gunston's the target, off hands. Watson, magnificent. Left foot straightener. Round the corner, kick the goal. It doesn't get any better than that. The front and centre was as terrific as you've ever seen. Hawthorn lead by 15.
That's only his second touch of the night. O'Sheen Moen wearing him like a glove, but this is all the little champ needs, just a little bit of separation, a touch of absolute brilliance with the front and square, and a left foot snap from the boundary, wrong side to do that sort of kick. That takes a special player, Kate, to pull that off.
Keeping his eye on the big screen, as he absolutely should. He deserves to see that. Every angle that we've got, that was a fantastic finish. But not really a whole lot of respect paid to him. No one anywhere near him, front and centre there, but wow.
Gee, the Hawks seem happy to go to the Gunston-Henry matchup one-on-one inside 50, aren't they? They had an ankle issue in the first term. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy, so the 13-point quarter-time mark has eased out to 15 points. The Hawks answer. Holmes, Chewy Reds there.
7 touches.
Gets away from Watson, which is not an easy thing to do. So he's getting busy. Impey wrestles. Forced into Koning. Forward hand pass. Chance for the Cats with a quick response. Driving ball forward. It's across the face and it's out on the full. And it came off the boot of Bowes.
15-point Hawthorn lead. Hardwick's got the free in the back end. In fact, right in the back pocket against the behind post. 8.5 minutes to half-time. Hardwick plays off and kicks it up the northern wing. Trying to mark it from behind on that occasion, O'Connor. Free kick paid to Hawthorn, though, for interference. Handball comes out to Ginnivan. Ginnivan says to Mitch Lewis, come at me. And the big fella O'Sullivan just drifting in front of the Lewis lead. Takes the mark and short kick by foot finds Humphrey. Humphrey's got an opportunity for Mullen out wide.
And it's a good exit ball to Mullen. Moore chases him. Now to Manor. So this is better from the Cats. A bit of possession football.
That's a 5.
The Hawks don't want this marking game from the Cats. Plays on. Sends the ball deep forward. Battle's got 2 to beat. So it broke down there for the Hawks because it was Cameron and the big fella Neil against Battle. And Jezza marks now his first real opportunity from 52 out of sight, tight angle.
Yeah, big breakdown. The two big guys at the one contest. Nothing that Josh Battle could do there. Well played by the Cats.
733 goals, and this is the type of goal you'll kick the number 5 and really get the Cats fans up and about. It's a 15-point margin. We've got 7.5 to go before half-time. The Hawks by 13 at quarter-time. 3 goals apiece. Mitch Lewis has kicked 3. Cameron draws it superbly. Top shot from Jezza. And it is turning into a classic, this one now. The Cats come back again, 5-3-33. Hawthorn 6-6-42, back to 9. What a kick that was by Jezza on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
They're just starting to open up now, this game, isn't it? A bit more space for the forwards to get to work. I haven't seen a lot of them, particularly the Geelong forwards, but now they are starting to get a bit more uncontested ball, a bit more spread on this MCG, and it's a great game of footy going on here. It's both teams are getting good looks going forward to the ball.
The thing that they've been able to do too, they've got their own uncontested mark game going, Joey, but they've taken the uncontested marks away from Hawthorn as well. So that was what was killing them in the first quarter, and now they've basically used it to their advantage, taking it away from the Hawks and getting it themselves.
Prime movers are the Hawks, Howie, just not getting involved this quarter. Newcomb, one touch with Dylan Moore, hasn't touched it this quarter. So a couple of those Hawks need to get going.
Back to the middle we go. Meek in the ruck. Knocks to himself. Got another handball to centre half forward. Read well here by Jai Clark, who's coming on to replace Tom Stewart, who's had a concussion issue in this game. And we'll ball it up again, almost at centre half forward here for the Hawks. It'll knock down there. Missed an opportunity for Manor, who was on the run, and we'll have another ball up. Ash.
Lloyd.
Capacity in regards to the MCG, BT, 100,024.
Just over 100. We're going to go very close to that here today, Ash. Ginnivan, right foot leading Banana. Will be marked here, no to go over the line out of bounds. So we know we're over 99, and you're saying it's 100,024. We are going to go very, very close to that, Mark Howard.
Big post-game, Brian. There's no hurry trying to leave tonight. He's stuck in the car park. So the Hawks in attack just outside their 50 at the moment. Blitzarves done well against Meek. Falls to Guthrie. Little shoving ball forward. Ginnivan tracks back, bounced off his chest. He missed it completely in the end. Ward picks it up. Look for the no. Look at a Sicily. Now to Moore. As Joey said, needs to get moving. Atkins can't tackle him. Strips it. Here's an opportunity. If Holmes gets the bounce, Ginnivan will need to be good to stop him. Now it's off to Guthrie. Here come the Cats. Wedging them all forward. And the mark is taken by Martin. Chewy, Red's it.
Jack Martin, Howie, this will be his first touch.
Well, if he kicks it, he'll be okay. Just to bring it back to a 3-point margin. 50 out directly in front for Jackie Boy.
Yeah, when you're playing forward, sometimes in finals, you're not going to get huge numbers, but it's about the moments when you do get the opportunity.
In a tight game, set shots all important. 6 to go to the major break. The Hawks lead at 42-33. He's come across from Carlton. He's into a prelim in his first season. Leans back, sends it wide. Behind. 42-34 the way the Hawks Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. We've got 5:46 to go before the first half break, Brian.
Yep, Hawthorn by 8 points. Grimshaw to kick it in from fullback. Just takes his time. Eventually runs from the square, takes the bounce, heads south. Left foot kick by Scrimshaw. Chol, the target, got nudged out of the way. Meek had it knocked away from him, tries to find it at ground level, picked up by Moore to Ginnivan. All handballs. Ginnivan goes backwards and they're out of trouble, the Hawks, as they move the ball to centre wing. Big pack of Geelong players around this. Can't win it. McDonald did well to tap it in favour of Ginnivan. Had to go backwards to find Moore. Moore likewise to Amon. Amon's kick was smothered mid-air, spills to Guinea. Guinea got tackled high. Milks it beautifully, but it was there. And Ginnivan has got the free on the wing.
Opportunity for the Hawks to send the ball forward. We've got 5 minutes on the clock. They lead 42 to 34. 8-point margin after his 13 at the quarter-time break. Tom Stewart subbed out the concussion. Child, big fly, falls to McDonald. Hasn't had much of it yet. Wedges it forward. Butler claims the mark. Didn't hear the call, not 15. Went a long way up and a long way down, but not a long way around the ground. Now Myers, that little wedging ball. Lead is on. Sicily affects the spoil. It's in the back.
Free kick will go Geelong's way. Jack Martin for his third touch of the game, Ash.
Spot on for Red Head.
Thank you, Ash. Jack. Neat little sliding kick. Finds Myers, barely the Gurney. Crowd didn't like it. Myers kicks even shorter to Holmes, and that made it well. Goodness gracious me. You cannot believe that. Holmes from the wing. Goes backwards, but to centre-half back to the free man here. Little nifty ball it is to De Koning. De Koning goes wide to Martin coming into the game. Cameron on the lead. Jeremy couldn't mark it. Dempsey, wonderful handle. Stengel around the corner. Party tricks. The circus is in town for the Cats. And they draw within 2 points of Hawthorn on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
They've gone very straight line all night, the Cats, and that switch across the field really did disrupt the Hawthorn defence. As soon as they moved it across, it opened up. Really nice from Mullen just to hit up that kick through the middle. And then you thought, I was with you, BT, I thought Jezza might take that one out on the lead, but it just went through his hands, but the Smalls from Geelong pounced on it, kicked the goal.
How many young contested marks this quarter, Shoeman, for the Cats? Because as Kate said, it feels like that's been the adjustment they've made at quarter time.
Yep, 17 to 9, they're at +8, whereas in the first quarter, they were down by 18. It was 11 to 29, Hawks' way.
So a 13-point lead for the Hawks at quarter time has been whittled down to a 2-point margin, as you'd expect. 3:56 before the major break for Maccas and Reemont Water. Triple M at Rocks footy. Mitch Lewis has kicked 3. All single goal scorers for the Cats as the Prime Minister's in the house on the Harvey Norman replay. Bailey Smith, too much on the hand pass. Falls to Clark, stands up in the tackle to Atkins. They're certainly building now, the Cats, their best little passage. Holmes sends it wide, Stengel's out the back, ripped off the footy, should get the free. Umpire said no. Thought he was stiff there.
Got other free kicks too, as we said. It feels like the umpires have certainly put the whistle away.
Yeah, only 11 free kicks for the game, 7 to 4 Cats' way. The AFL average is 38.
Hawthorn lead by 2 points nearing the half-time break. 3.5 minutes remaining. Free kick will go to John Newcomb and half-back. Right in front of a big terrace full of Hawthorn supporters. Love the way if the AFL have sold the tickets. Terraces belonging to each club, scattered all over the ground. And we're thinking probably 100,000 in tonight. Ball goes backwards to Hardwick, who marks. Kicks out wide here to Barris. He takes the mark between half-back and the wing. Umpires told him he got to go. Shot the handball to Ginnivan. Ginnivan just banged it on the left. He panicked a little Guinea. It went straight down the throat here of this man Guthrie. On the attack, they come again. Stengel whisked off the handball to Close. Close goes inside 50. Here's Dangerfield. Has marked on the lead. 45 out on a tough angle.
Got the better of this game now, the Cats. They've been able to stifle Hawthorn's ball movement. And then when they do win the ball back, they've been able to just find those short little angled kicks, build it up.
He's out, high on.
Dangerfield gives it off to Cameron. Cameron from 48 metres out on the run. High ball. Minor score. 1 point margin in favour of the Hawks.
Was it going to be any other way for Maccas and Reemont Water, Triple M Rocks footy? We got 2:25 before half-time. What have they done this term on the numbers? Red Z style queue up.
Those marks inside 50. They couldn't take the Cats in the first quarter from 14 entries. In this term, only 11 inside 50s, but they've taken 5.
So the Hawks and Amon called to go. There has been no short exits for Hawks out of defence. They have to go long down the line, which will help the Cats. Clark over the top of the footy, not going anywhere.
Clark's been good since he came.
He has. Yeah, playing half-back. He's tough. He can win a ground ball. He's going to be important now with Tom Stewart out for the game.
The ball up here, half forward for the Cats. Meek knocks it down the throat of Warple, couldn't handle it. In and trying to get it out there was Myers. And no free, so we'll ball it up again. This is directly in front of where the Shane Warne stand symbol is, or his name is. Meek taps it to himself and then had a kick at it as well. Oh, De Koning gloved it magnificently, got it to Atkins. Atkins around the corner with a kick that goes out wide. Dangerfield's got hold of it, gave it to Stengel. Stengel, zig, zag, zag, zig, back inside 50. High ball, Sicily knocked down at Dangerfield, knocked over by his own man. Handball shoots out, Hawthorn, lot of numbers. Dempsey, dribble along the ground. Missed. Scores are level.
He's the inside 15-metre man. Dempsey, Tuapolo.
There's a stick the equal fifth most number of goals since the start of 2024.
All square, 1:39 on the clock.
Still another half to go, Howie.
Oh, gee. I'll have to play the next half tomorrow. Dingson's back a bit down the line. Lloyd, front position. Cats pressing the Hawks, hoping half-time comes. Cats ripped off the footy. They break clear again. Another opportunity for Stengel, the little wizard. Rolls one forward. Hawks, Dangerfield really having impact. Here he is. Dempsey, wandering, centering ball. Newcomb's got it. 1:15 on the clock, Brian.
It is. Little short squirting ball out wide. What a game of football. Scores a level. We're just going to miss 100,000. There's going to be 99,000 and somewhat. 400 or 500 in the house. Just under. Ball comes to Myers. Myers this way, that away. We've got 57 seconds in the quarter remaining. Myers, a neat little ball. Dangerous to Clark. Clark marks. Plays on. Warple overcommitted. Went inside. Cameron. Oh, was there interference there? No. Dangerfield picked it up. Got the handle to Bowes. Bowes had a snapshot and missed it. And Geelong now lead by a point. They lead for the first time in the game here on the Beacon Trade scoreboard with 36 seconds remaining to half-time.
Gee, Hawks need half-time.
Oh, yeah.
Cats are just coming at them left, right and centre.
Was that Scrimshaw that went in the hole with the Cameron lead?
Oh, brilliant everywhere. Then Dangerfield's ground ball was unbelievable.
36 seconds. The Hawks need the half-time break. They're teetering. Lloyd down the line. Now Ginnivan. Is a chance for some late joy for the Hawks. Butler, Warple. Again, the Cats got the answers. 22 seconds on the clock. They've got it in the centre of the ground. Guthrie goes back by hand. 17 seconds. Wedges a ball forward. Hawks needs to be good. Aim on, ripped off the footy. Lloyd could go anywhere to Barras. Still time for the Cats. 8 seconds on the clock. Here's the shifting ball forward. Weddle tries to intercept it. Impey, if he's clean by hand, that'll be it. Steps through a little hole. Holy moly, what a game of footy! Hawthorn led it by 13 at quarter time. It's getting windy. Nat said there was a monsoon coming out of Warrnambool. Half time here. The Cats lead at 6:7:43 and the wind has picked up. They lead the Hawks 6:42 by a point. Have a cup of tea or whatever you need. That'll be here to steer through half time for Macca's and Room Hot Water. The Cats lead it by a point. Triple M Rocks football.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade's backing your next install. Fans, lighting, electrical, sorted. Join now at beacontrade.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Finals Footy.
hot water needs replacing? Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick.
In the morning.
How good are tacos?
Soft shell, hard shell?
I'm a hard shell.
Corn or
generation.
flour?
Oh, corn.
Yeah, right.
Oh, call me old school. That's why I like Guzman and don't care for Gomez.
You think Guzman's doing heavy lifting?
Gomez is a bit progressive.
I don't like him. Too progressive. I don't trust him.
Start your day with Mick in the morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
The Chemist Warehouse Footy Finals half-price vitamins and cosmetics sale is on now.
Should we get another coffee?
Meet the Scots.
Hi.
Hello. Each week as they've driven here to their go-to cafe, they've heard me talk about what was happening with their savings.
More like what wasn't happening.
Yeah, we were getting played.
So they changed the game and opened a Macquarie savings account.
We get great rates.
More flexibility.
And we get our interest. Thank you. Even when we make withdrawals.
If you're ready to earn more on your savings, choose a bank that makes it effortless and say,
We bank with Macquarie.
Your savings game changer. T's and C's apply.
This month on Disney Plus just got bigger. FX's Alien Earth is coming in for landing.
Save yourself.
Now streaming. And strap in for Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, streaming August 27th.
This could get messy.
This month is Out of This World on Disney Plus.
I'm voicing this ad without undies. Completely pants-free. Why, you ask? just because. And because Bailey Ladders has got together with Tradie Undies to give away Bailey Ladders Undies. Just spend over $200 on Bailey Ladders and or Bailey Fall Protection gear. Get a free pair of custom undies. Get some or go pants free. Details at baileyladders.com.au.
Please wear undies responsibly. Pants to be worn over undies on work sites.
Go Harvey Norman September sellout. Get the latest Windows 11 computer and get 10% of your purchase price in Harvey Norman gift cards. That's right, spend $500 or more on a Windows 11 computer and get 10% in gift cards. All the big brands, Acer, Asus, HP, Lenovo and more. Hurry until Sunday only, in store and online. Harvey Norman September sellout. Best brands, best range, best prices and 10% in bonus gift cards. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Survivors of sexual abuse should not enter into the redress scheme before seeking legal advice. For advice on all your compensation entitlements, which could be over $1 million, call Arnold Thomas and Becker Lawyers. And if you don't win, there's no fee.
It's here! The Supreme and Leader Caravans nationwide Super Spring stock sale is on now. Save thousands on brands new Supreme and Leader Caravans. These Aussie-made legends have delivered style, comfort and unmatched quality for over 39 years. Make an offer. No reasonable offer refused. Hurry, these are never to be seen again prices and they won't last long. Sale ends NRL Grand Final weekend or while stocks last. Visit your nearest Supreme or Leader dealership today or jump online now at supremecaravans.com.au or leadercaravans.com.au.
Spending too much time in the shed used to be an issue. But with IMAR's new loyalty program, aptly named The Shed, I can now spend as much time in the shed as I like. You see, The Shed gives tradies insured with IMAR cashback rewards from heaps of brands, like Tilmar, Pet Barn and JBL. So now that my business is insured with IMAR, I can enjoy great cashback rewards. Visit imartheshed.com.au.
The tradies, mate. That's IMAR. Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
There is a reason the preliminary final weekend is the best weekend on the footy calendar. We have an absolute thriller here at the MCG. At halftime, it is Geelong 6-7-43, leading Hawthorn 6-6-42 by just 1 point. It was all the Hawks in the first quarter, and then the Cats have somehow come back to find themselves in the lead at halftime. And this is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology, rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with the Specsavers hearing expert today. Joey's here to take us through that first half. But before we get there, Ash, you got some stats for us.
Yeah, positives for the Hawks. Look, their pressure's up. 193, Cats are at 183, and scores generated from the back half of the ground. Now, with Geelong, if they concede 41 plus this year, they've lost 5 from 7. Hawks are currently at 26 up to half time, but in that second quarter the Cats really impacted the Hawks' uncontested mark. They racked up 29 that first term, could only take 14 in the second quarter. And in terms of the marks inside 50, so in the first quarter Geelong had 14 entries, could not take 1 mark inside their attacking 50, opposed to that second term 14 entries for 5 marks inside 50. Just some leading ball winners for Red Z. Bailey Smith had 16 disposals, also laid 4 tackles. Dangerfield, you spoke about him, Joey, 14 disposals, 7 score involvements, 1 major. De Koning's had 13 touches and 5 intercepts. Max Holmes, only 2 touches in the first quarter, 8 disposals in that term alone. And for the Hawks, Amon 17, Ginnivan 15 in the goal, Nash 14 and a major, but just some low numbers here. John Newcombe just 3 touches in that second quarter, 10 for the game. Josh Whittle only 2. Watson 1 major, but 2 disposals in total in the half.
Kate, I'm so sorry I didn't see you sneak back into the box as well. We've got Joey and Kate here for halftime. Guys, what did you make of that first half? Because it was a real momentum swing in that second term.
Yeah, it was. It was a first quarter owned by Hawthorn. They played the better footy. They got the game on their terms. They were flicking the ball around by hand, so they were outnumbering at contest, using their hands to challenge Geelong, who prefer to sit back defensively, and they were able to find those little short, uncontested kicks, particularly going inside 50, and that gave them the lead. But in that second term, the Cats took it away from Hawthorn. They went from 53 handballs, the Hawks, to just 26. They couldn't take uncontested marks, couldn't really transition the ball, and Geelong were really set, and they were peppering and peppering hard. They've been good around the contest, the Cats. They've just been a little bit clean up in that second term, so that took away Hawthorn's ability to outnumber and challenge Geelong defensively. And I suppose you can look at it two ways, Kate, a positive or a negative for Hawthorn, that the prime movers, the ones that Geelong have targeted, haven't really had an influence. Like Nick Watson, an unbelievable goal, but hasn't been cited. Weddle is getting tagged from O'Connor, no real influence. G-Man just mentioned Newcomb in that second term, not really doing a lot. But the Hawks can say, well, they haven't had a huge game, but we're still in this, and that's the positive if you're Hawthorn. But I think Chris Scott would be pleased with what he's been able to do to take away their strengths.
Yeah, he will be, and we talked about the coaches pre-game, and Sam Mitchell probably got the runs on the board early with the game style they were playing, and then Chris Scott, as you just explained, Joey, made the right moves to get the game back on their terms, take away what Hawthorn were wanting and what was working for them in the first quarter. So sort of dead even, as we see, sort of +1 on the scoreboard, but dead even in the coach's box. So what's the next move from either coach? They're not going to persist with that. You wouldn't think Sam Mitchell allowing them to take the game away from them like that. So where do they go to from here in the third term?
The big news to come out of that first half as well, Tom Stewart is out of this match with concussion. So Geelong forced to make their sub very, very early in the match. So they don't have the fresh legs, so that's one issue. The other problem is that Tom Stewart will definitely miss the grand final if they do make it. So the big question is this going to be the last year that we do not have a pre-grand final bye?
Well, it probably would have been even before this, and now it's certain. And this is the disappointing thing. This is what people predicted may happen and how costly it would be. We haven't needed the bye post-final, post-home and away game for a number of years now, but they've been reluctant to change it. And unfortunately, they will change it, I believe, off the back. Not because of this incident, but I reckon this is the final straw. And unfortunately, if Geelong win, it's too late for them. It's irrelevant from what happens from here. So that is the big story. I want to ask you the other one. Now, the other big story might be coming is the weather. You mentioned pre-game that there was monsoonal rain building. We just saw at halftime the wind coming in, Kate, the cold. It really just dropped about 5 degrees.
Joey, it's wreaking havoc on the Oz kickers out there.
Yeah.
There are goal posts for the Oz kickers going absolutely everywhere. The agility poles won't stay upright, so it's ruined the Oz kick at halftime. I think there's going to be a fair bit on the way for this third term. You feel like goals are going to be absolutely at a premium in this third term because, yes, it's windy, but the rain is well and truly on the way.
Yeah, pray for the boundary rider. That's all I'm going to say, guys. It's coming in about 30 minutes, so just about when this third quarter does start. So every single goal is going to be really crucial. I just want to quickly go back to the Stewart incident. Does Mabior Chol have anything to worry about with that tackle?
Well, we know when a player's concussed, they'll look at it. They'll look at it very closely considering the outcome, but in my opinion, I don't think so. I don't think he should have a case to answer. The momentum from the tackle, I think it was more Tom Stewart's momentum taking him forward. He tried to release a handball sort of as he dove forward. The arms were pinned in a sense, but there was absolutely no rotation. So usually the arms pinned when there's rotation means a player can't protect themselves. We were showing comparisons to the Paul Curtis just on the Harvey Norman screen. I think that one was very different with the momentum Paul Curtis had approaching the tackle. They probably said that he didn't exercise his duty of care by decelerating before making that tackle. Mabior Chol has not had a run-up to execute that tackle. I don't think there should be a case to answer, but stranger things have happened, Joey.
Yep, I agree completely with Kate.
This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today. We need to get to the Amy Clanger. There wasn't too many in that first half because it was just really good footy. But when clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy, and our producers did manage to find this little nugget.
Charlie Curnow on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen having a look.
Robbie DiRaggio, his manager, sitting in a box watching the Cats.
Maybe just running his rule over the Cats
Could
list.
be something in that if you want it to be a bit mischievous.
Got a lot of Geelong connections.
Or it could just be a fan that loves footy, and why wouldn't you come to a prelim if you're a player?
It's hard to get seats. You take what you can get. Sometimes you end up sitting next to the person. Anyway.
Oh, could there be something in that? We know that Charlie wants to get out of the Blues, and he's mentioned that he might want to go to either Geelong, the Suns, or up to Sydney. Could this be a sign of things to come?
Well, the news hound in you might make it something that, I mean, for me, you go, you know what? I used to go to prelims. As a player, you might want to sit there and watch a prelim and watch two of the best teams and absorb it, take it in and think, can I get myself back into this situation? So I'm hoping he's just here as a fan.
Yeah, well, hopefully. And you know what? There's 99,000 of them out here, and they're all very much enjoying this. We've got a massive second half coming up. Very quickly, who wins from here, both of you, and why?
Oh, I think if Geelong can continue to get the game on their terms, I see them being able to run away with it, but I don't see Sam Mitchell allowing that in the third term. He'll have a few tricks up his sleeve. They're both very good tactical coaches, so it's going to be a fascinating watch.
I'm sticking with my pre-game prediction. It's going to go right down to the wire, be a kick in it.
Yeah, look, it's a toss of the coin at the moment. All we know is it's going to be an awesome second half. Even if the weather does start to wreak a bit of havoc, we can see the wind coming, but it's going to be good regardless. At halftime here at the MCG, it is Geelong 6-7-43, leading Hawthorn 6-6-42 in this incredible preliminary final. For McDonald's and Room Hot Water, Triple M rocks finals footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Now, K-Mac, Harvey Norman's September sellout is on now, which is good news. If you want a laptop that's faster, smarter, with better security, longer battery life, and all the cool kids that are over the latest AI technology, that's what you need.
Well, Howie, you can upgrade to a Windows 11 computer today and get 10% in bonus Harvey Norman gift cards. Shop hot deals across big brands like Acer, Asus, HP, and Lenovo. Spend $500 or more and you'll score 10% in bonus gift cards.
10%, K-Mac. Extraordinary. Best brands, best range, best prices, and bonus gift cards now at Harvey Norman. Hurry, offer ends Sunday. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Monday from 4, drive home with JB and Billy. Triple M's Rush Hour. Speaking to finals superstars all September.
Tom Hawkins, welcome.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, JB.
How are you, Hawk? What are you weighing in at?
Every time.
I want to know, Hawk. I want to know.
Every time. Help yourself. Well, funny, my scales are broken, so.
Triple M's Rush Hour. Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. Pay less, play more. This school holidays with exclusive Adventure Club member deals. Only at Anaconda.
The first step to winning is believing. Repeat after me. When I play Monopoly at Macca's in the app, I have a 1 in 3 chance to win. Very good. Ends October 14. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Meet Andy.
Hey there.
Like you, she's heard me reveal some of the games banks are playing with your savings.
Sneaky fees, hidden clauses.
The difference is she made the switch to a game-changing Macquarie savings account with all gains and no gotchas.
Great rates. And I can access my money anytime without losing interest. That is more than I can say about my old bank.
She's actually earning interest on her savings.
Yeah, I am.
Open a Macquarie account in minutes and you too can say,
I bank with Macquarie.
Your savings game changer.
Let's go.
T's and C's apply.
Turns out, not all internet providers are built the same. Aussie Broadband is backed by 100% local experts and a purpose-built network that keeps your connection running smoothly with fast-flowing internet. Make the switch and experience the difference. Aussie Broadband, the actual Aussie way.
Go Harvey Norman September sellout. Get the latest Windows 11 computer and get 10% of your purchase price in Harvey Norman gift cards. That's right, spend $500 or more on a Windows 11 computer and get 10% in gift cards. All the big brands, Acer, Asus, HP, Lenovo and more. Hurry until Sunday only, in-store and online. Harvey Norman September sellout. Best brands, best range, best prices and 10% in bonus gift cards. Conditions and exclusions apply.
When you're passionate about the footy, you know the game like the back of your hand. It's a bit like that at your local Mitre 10 Trade Centre. We're passionate about the trade and we know it better than anyone. With expert advice and top quality timber and building products, our dedicated trade teams are ready with specialised service backed by an Australia-wide network. So while you support your team, Mitre 10 Trade is supporting you. That's mighty helpful, Mitre 10.
Anytime is 7-Eleven time. Like when it's 10:27 p.m. after watching your team win and you're craving a pie. And maybe something to soothe your hoarse throat. Pick up a post-footy feed anytime at 7-Eleven.
Be the sharpest tool in the shed with a discount on tool insurance from IMAR, the tradies' mate. For over 35 years, IMAR's trusted team have backed tradies with the sharpest... Oh, that really is sharp. The sharpest tool insurance from the trusted team at IMAR. Call 13IMAR today and be the sharpest tool in the shed with your discounted tool cover. That's 134627.
They're the tradies, mate. That's IMAR.
The first step to winning is believing. Repeat after me. When I play Monopoly at Macca's in the app, I have a 1 in 3 chance to win. Very good. Ends October 14. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Quarter time was the Hawks by 13 points, but then a 5-goal to 3 term the way the Cats sees them lead it. As we come out of half-time, 6-7-43. The Hawks 6-6-42. Mitch Lewis has kicked 3, but the Cats lead it by a point on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Looking for a luxurious, tough off-road caravan, explore Australia like never before in a Titanium Caravan, where rugged durability meets premium comfort. Australian made and 100% Australian owned. Built for the toughest terrain with superior quality and ultimate luxury. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. The big news story, Tom Stewart subbed out in the first term with concussion, so if the Cats win, unfortunately, he will not be able to suit up for the grand final. Mark Howe with you, Brian Taylor, the two-man, Kate McCarthy and Joey. We've talked a lot about this game. We're about to fire into it again, but let's just move our attention ahead, Joey and Kate, to what happens tomorrow in the unusual 5:15 or something start time. Brisbane come down here to take on the Pies. If we get through tonight without having a coronary, Joe, we'd front up again tomorrow.
I'm just trying to worry about getting through this half, Howie, but then we're going to do it all again tomorrow, and I expect something similar to what we've seen already in this game. It's going to be an arm wrestle, tension, big moments. We've thought this would live to be a cracking weekend of footy. We've only had a half so far, but it has lived up to the billing. It's been brilliant, and I reckon it'll continue.
Have a look at it. Sorry, go on.
I agree completely with what you just said, Joey.
Yeah.
I think it will be a tense tussle, that one, tomorrow night. Just the big moments, as we know with finals, who makes the most of their moments.
And you talk about the wind at this ground. It's a really good example now. The flags are saying it's coming in over the top of the city end and pushing to the punt rate end at about 40 knots, right? But then have a look at the paper on the ground here. It's come from the punt road end and is pushing down the northern wing to the city end. So it comes in, gets caught in a whirlpool, and away it goes. And that's why so many people you hear you talking about there's no real end to which the end favours.
You don't give the goals away, do you?
No.
BT at the MCG. You just aim straight and hope it holds its line, because it does. It swirls, but generally holds its line.
Yep. So the Hawks haven't utilised their sub in Jath, and obviously the number 13, Jai Clark, had to come in at the end of the first term for Tom Stewart. We're all set here. It's a 1-point lead to the Cats. Are we getting to 100,000, Brian?
No, we're not going to quite get there, but magnificent in the 99s. We're not going to quite get to 100. So
a lot of people in the media centre that you don't typically see, that might get them over the 100.
Same amount of scones as well.
Get a few friends in, Brian. Let's call a couple of friends up.
Wonder whether they've been counted.
I don't know, Brian.
A lot going on in the boxes around here.
The Dangerfield starting in the centre bounce next to John Newcomb. The tag continues. O'Shea Mullen on Watson. Max Holmes on a wing.
Ready to go for the second half. Umpire Nick Foote to get us underway. It is Geelong by 1 point here at the MCG. Winner to the grand final. You can hear the wind in our effects mic. It's blowing its knob off. Out of the middle goes Dangerfield. Got it inside 50. Neil got the handball out, looking for Manor. Got in the way there, did Impey. Impey spun on a threepenny bit in the high ball, but Taft take the mark. 55 metres out.
Definitely favouring the Cats in. You saw it going a lot further as they go inside. Opportunity, Stengel should kick. Candy, Stengel. Here come Geelong. Stengel's got the last two of the game. The Cats with the breeze. And that's a big statement early. 7-7-49. They've kicked the last three of the match to lead the Hawks 6-6-42 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. The wind does look like it's favouring that end, and who knows how long it'll stick around.
Touch of class there. Okay, that's all it is in the forward line. These players just making something out of nothing. It was called touch play on. There was Stengel that just controlled the ball beautifully, sold the candy. He stood up in big finals before, Tyson Stengel, and he's having real impact in this one.
Barris very sore behind play. Doctor just went out to check, but I think it's just a contact injury, a bit of a cork to a lower leg there.
So it's blowing up a gale. So if you can get a 3-goal lead in this quarter, and then it absolutely pisses rain in the last, you are nearly home.
Yeah, we'll have to get an update when that rain is expected to come, because that's going to play a factor in this one.
Well, I saw the radar. It's got to be soon. There's got to be droplets in this quarter. Look at Dangerfield picking it up off his shoelaces. A mongrel kick inside 50. Hardwick marks. In defensive 50 here for the Hawks.
Soldier pre-game, Brian. This is what the Trinidadian javelin thrower did last night for the World Champs. He got a good one away before it rained, and then the rest of the world were absolutely cooked as the Hawks drop it forward. Watson flies, dominating at the moment. The Cats, Clark, Bailey, Smith, they've got all the momentum. Little shimmy to Myers. He'll hit a target, driving it forward. Battles out the back. Watch out for the bounce. Cleverly to Barris. Never the safest option by a boot. He makes Ginnivan work, and he does a good job.
Ginnivan, intelligent mark, and just kills the heels of the Hawthorn players here deep in the back pocket. Getting the Bronxies here, but he's turned his career around this year. Make no mistake about it. He's a very, very talented player. Ball come down to the front and centre to Moore. He's scrapping on all fours. Gave the handball to Newcomb. Newcomb gave it to Watson. Full sliding kick up the wing from Watson, and Blitzard's wonderful mark. Things really starting to turn now in favour of the Cats on the wing here with Blitzards.
Bob Jane, T-Mart, Nat, weather.
Yeah, it's not looking great. There is a massive rain band coming in from the west. It's currently raining in Melton and Laverton, and it's really bucketing down in Geelong at the moment. So, and it's dropped about 10 degrees as well, and that wind is swirling, so it's not great.
Bob Jane, buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call the shop online today and TC's apply. The Hawks putting pressure on inside 50. D'Ambrosio, Holmes, it comes out towards Chol. They should get out of it, the Cats. But the Hawks, their season is being challenged. Can they answer? The Cats send it back the other way. They've got all the momentum. Here comes Manor. Takes a bounce. Options galore inside. They look for Dangerfield. Barris. Danger's nimble on the ground level. Barris tries to get away by hand. Aim on. Hand passes to Battle, who's being held by Atkins. Up by says, let the boys play. Falls to close. Here they come. Dangerfield, the champ. Hooks it round the body. Oh, the Cats looking unstoppable now. They've kicked the last 4. Danger's got 2. And the Cats are out to their game-high 13-point lead, 8-7 to 6-6. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Mate, your next caravan of Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au. The Hawks have got the staggers.
Well, true. We were keeping an eye on in the first half. So for the season, Patrick Dangerfield attended 6 centre bounces for the entire season. That final, the first week of the finals, had 14. What has he had tonight?
Yeah, he's had 9 already, and he's had 2 centre clearances in this quarter, Joey.
He's like releasing a cage lion.
It's like all year they've just held him back and said, off you go. And he is delivering in a massive way. You wouldn't expect anything else from the absolute superstar.
Geelong have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals to lead it by 13 points. Wow, what a turnaround. What was the game high for the Hawks there at 2-man?
Yeah, 21 points, 23 into the first.
Well, it's almost flipped on its head. And here we are early in the third quarter. Geelong with the rain imminent here at the MCG. And not just rain, just real rain. Offhands it comes for Ginnivan. Ginnivan and Dempsey go at it. Neither of them looking at the ball. Umpire rightly lets it go. Love the way it's been umpired. Although free kick now will go here with Close. Right on the Toyota logo. Gave the handball off to Atkins. Atkins here confronted by Ginnivan. Had to go back. Turn it around a little. Defensive kick finds Myers.
Short options everywhere for the Cats. Myers, his team lead by 13 points. Kicked the only 2 in the first 5 minutes of the term. Cameron on the lead. Pyle drives the pack. Jezza.
Jeepers.
Talk about aggressive attack.
But Dangerfield just got absolutely nailed by Jeremy Cameron, and he just bounced up with a smile on his face. No other player in the competition could get up as quick as Dangerfield after getting hit that hard.
It's just about best on ground, Danger.
Touch ball, play on!
Dave Hughes should have a look at that.
Look at Close, play on. Now Holmes. Should be another for the Cats. They're heading towards the granny. If they keep this up, they go bang, bang, bang galore. Last 5, Holmes involved. 19-point game high lead, Cats way. 9-7-61, Hawks 6-6-42. And the Hawks are staggering.
A bit early to call, Harry. Still plenty of time in this one. They've just got to get some control of the game. They've just got to get some centre clearance and some field position. They've just played it in their defensive half.
Just wondering whether Danger's got a little hamstring problem here.
Yeah, with the doctor.
Nat, I'm not sure whether you noticed anything.
Yeah, I'm just keeping a close eye on him. He's come off with the doctor. They're just having a chat now. It could also be that they're checking him out for a concussion after that hit with Jeremy Cameron.
That's more likely the story, I think.
Just catching his breath back after getting absolutely nailed.
If the doctor goes out, it's probably his rotation, but it would be a discretionary, so talk to him, see how he's going.
And I reckon they've had a look at the replay on that and they've gone, okay, that's a mid-air collision. He's fine.
There you go. Most blokes would be dead. We'll just give him a 2-minute spell and set him free again.
They have kicked 5 in a row, 6 of the last 7 goals here, the Cats. There's a storm brewing in more ways than one. Holmes to Bowes. Bowes got around Ginnivan. Handball to Cameron and a trip. And Cameron didn't take the advantage. And then it was knocked out of the hands. It should be 50. It should be 50. It was knocked out of Jeremy Cameron's hands. He gives the handball to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith launches a big baller from the 50-metre line and it misses to the right-hand side. 20-point Geelong lead.
What can the Hawks do, K-Mac?
Well, at the moment, it's just the class and the ability to win contested possession from Geelong. They're getting in and under, they're winning the one-on-ones and then going forward from there. So they have to try and take a little bit of sting out of this game because all of the momentum is in Geelong's favour. So some kick mark, get some momentum back.
At the last 10 scores, the Cats with goals and behinds. This is after the Hawks led by 21. Kicked the first 3. Driving it forward again. The Cats, Barras, who can stand up for the brown and gold. Weddle sits on his man and it's just inside 50 for the Cats. They lead at 9-8, 62 to 6-6-42. They kicked the only 3 of the term, the last 5 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Mate, Yorney's Caravan of Titanium. Proudly Australian made known. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
I doubt it was mentioned at half-time, but if the rain comes now and they're 20 points down the Hawks, good luck getting back into this. What about the tackle by Graham Mays? 55 metres out. Has the free kick on Warple. Packed Geelong forward 50. All but 3 players in it. Kick to Cameron. Cameron's going to have a shot from 30 out. Directly in front to put them 26 points up.
Look at them get to Brian Myers. It's what you see when a player kicks their first goal.
Around the corner. Cameron's goal. It's raining goals. It's raining goals. Cameron's got a couple. They've kicked 6 in a row. And it is a 26-point Geelong lead on the Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Oh, that is as powerful 8 minutes of football as you will see in a preliminary final. They have just come out, and as you called, Harry, they've just gone bang, bang, bang. They are throwing haymakers, and the Hawks are just up against the ropes right now. They are looking around. Who can lift them? It has to be John Newcomb. Got to try and find him right now, although he's on the bench. So someone's got to win a centre clearance for the Hawks and get the ball in their half of the ground. They are just on the back foot right now. So it's Dylan Moore, Connor Nash, Warple with Lloyd Meek. They have to win this centre clearance.
Centre bounce clearance, 3-0. Clearances around the ground, 6-0 in the third term.
Yeah, and inside 50s a 9-1 Geelong's way, but they've kicked 4 goals, 1 from those 9 entries.
Red Dead Lenders, Red Dead Lending loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. So the Hawks, their season is on the line against their arch enemies. Bailey Smith, what's he had? Chulenko.
Bailey Smith, 20 disposals, leading ball winner on the ground.
By gee, what a recruit he's been, B. Smith. Holmes starting to get himself involved. It's just going the way of the Cats. Bowes with that breeze, sends it deep. Barras holds on to Neil. They're going to be charging in again. Barras sits on the footy. What a 9 minutes this has been by the Catters. Gee, they're a quality team.
Ball up, 20 metres out. Directly in front of Geelong goal. Umpire quickly to throw it up down here. By the big fella Neil to the boundary, and they'll get another stoppage with a boundary throw in here. So a 26-point Cat lead. They've kicked all 4 goals in this third quarter. They've kicked 6 in a row and 7 of the last 6. And they're now pounding the Hawks. Rain is imminent. And this may well favour the Cats in a very, very big way. Moore got it from the stoppage clearance. High ball out wide. No mark in the air. Comes to ground. Sisley ran onto the footy. Gave a bit of a sidewinding kick. But Geelong have got the wall set up. Blitzarves attacked it. Gave the handball to Humphreys. He couldn't control it. But he got more in the tackle. And he's been pinged. And Humphreys gets a free at half forward.
Jack Tutton is warm-up top off. So the Hawks are going to make the sub sooner or later. They need an injection of something. Cameron freewheeling out of side, chips forward, another target. Weddle needs to get himself involved to MP, shrugs a tackle. Can the Hawks get some hand on footy? Wide to Gunston, out of bounds.
Blitzarves has got to try and mark that out in front, try to mark it in the breadbasket. Gave the defender an opportunity to punch it away. Nat, what are we seeing on the boundary in terms of subs?
Yes, so CJ is definitely into the game. The jumper's come off and he's just about to come onto the field, but I'm yet to work out exactly who's going to be subbed out of the match. As soon as that paperwork goes in, I'll let you know.
Bob Jane T March boundary throw in on centre wing on the southern stand side of the ground. Connor Nash cycling off the ground, gained a good 25 metres, but goes over the line out of bounds.
Players are right
Not
there.
deliberate. Players were right there, says the umpire. So Hawthorn have got it down to their half-forward line. Can they lock it in here for a little time? Have they scored it all in this quarter, Ash?
Yeah, Triple M Red said, BT, no, they haven't. Just one inside 50 to the Cats 12.
The history of these games suggests the Hawks will find something, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. More. Every possession they get, they're being tackled, the Hawks. They get it towards the attack 50. Butler provides the tackle. So the Hawks 52 from home. Jaff warming up, ready to go. I think the number of the player that has to come off is being ignored at the moment. Meek, Blitzarves, Meek, Watson, drop down in a tackle. Back to Sicily, just wobbles one forward any way he can. Opportunity, Gunston. So can the Hawks start to build off the back of the number 9? And he marks against Henry. 25 out directly in front. Simply must kick the goal.
So I just need to get some ball inside 50. They've still got some forwards that are in form, particularly this matchup. This is the one. It looks like Impey's moved forward, so we've seen Mitchell do that in the past.
Looks like it's Warple that maybe is going to be the Summers. That's strange.
So Gunston from directly in front. What a season he's had, Jack Gunston. Something for the Hawks. Is at the start of the build back. They get there first for the second half. 7-6-48 to 10-8-68. The Cats narrowed back to a 20-point margin on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
It's not Warple because Jaff's still there.
Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan, proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au. As Butler comes off, maybe he's the man. That'll tell us for Bob Jane in a moment.
You're right, Joey. They just need to get some time in their forward half. 2 inside 50s for the quarter. They've had a goal as a result of it, but haven't had any time for their forwards to go to work. But that matchup all night has been an issue for Geelong. Gunston just reading the ball far better. Yes, Henry pushing through some adversity with that injury, but he's doing a great job.
Butler on the phone. It's going to be him that's going to be sitting in the back row shortly. So Gunston kicks the goal, gets them back to within 20 points. Back to the middle we go. Cats have got to keep it going here. Chol couldn't get near it. Atkins is out wide, being pushed out of the way here by Newcomb. Went and got it. Lovely win. Who was that? Dangerfield. Extraordinary win. Mark has been marked by Battle. So here's a little bit of skirmish here from the Hawks as they go forward to Moore. Moore's going to play on and go to the boundary line and find an opportunity here with Impey. He marks. Plays on red inside 50. Squared the ball up to McDonald. McDonald should mark. 20 metres out directly in front. Is this the sign of a mini comeback? 25-metre kick directly in front for McDonald.
Well, I'll tell you what I noticed in this passage of play. So they've sent Ginnivan. He's played on Ollie Dempsey's wing for most of the day, and he's a smart player. He sucked out forward of the ball because Ollie Dempsey was going the other way, and that created the overlap.
So in comes McDonald. He will kick a certain goal, and he does. And he gets Hawthorn back within a gettable 14 points on the Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Well, it's well and truly come against the run of play. They've been able to... Yes, they lost the centre bounce clearance, but they were able to regain the ball post-clearance. A nice intercept mark from Battle. We haven't seen many intercept marks from the Hawks so far in the third term, and then just went forward. First goal was from turnover. The Sicily kick back in, that one from turnover as well. It's what they have to get going.
Bob Jane, Nat?
Yes, so confirmation that Sam Butler has gone to the back of the bench, so he has been subbed out of this game. CJ's in.
Bob Jane, buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. TSCs apply. Impey went forward at some stage this year, maybe against his old side, or he kicked 3
and a quarter down in Tassie.
Maybe he was in Tassie, So the Hawks pinned 2 back to get it back to a 14-point margin. What was the game high, Chew?
Yeah, 21 points.
Chol, forward hand pass. Moore, Mullen, big contest. Dangerfield is absolutely in everything. The Cats will come again through to Coney. Drops it forward. Sicily, cannon into by Neil. Here comes Mullen, runs into trouble. Drop the footy. Hawks will get it.
So Stengel had a shot at goal and missed, but it was never going to go because the umpire's whistle had already gone. Free kick will go the way to Blake Hardwick in the last line of defence. 14-point margin here. Just when it looked like Geelong had almost put this one away, The Hawks have struck back with 2 late goals here. Scrimshaw in the back pocket, taking his time to deliver the ball. They're set up down the line if he wants, and that's where he goes. Ginnivan and Weddle's going to have to fly. Neither of them did well, and outmarked by Guthrie. So Guthrie at half forward here for the Cats.
Looks to square it up. Nothing really presents. So in the end, he drops it on the strong breeze forward. The Hawks spoil each other. They need to be good at ground level. Nash shrugs one tackle, thinks his way through it nicely. Now to Chol. Newcomb, he needs to get going. It's a poor hand pass. Chol makes it better than it was. The intercept's on, but Weddle applies the tackle on Clark. Cats 60 from home.
Had absolutely nothing to go to there. De Koning was just behind the ball, so had to try and invent a handball because of how well Geelong was set up.
Ball up at centre half forward here for the Cats, taken away by Chol from the ruck contest. Kicked it out towards the interchange area to go over the line and land on the Hawthorn bench. And it should be a free, and it will, said the umpire. No intention to keep it in, so this will be a free kick going the way of O'Sullivan. And he's at true half-back for Geelong. It's a 4-goal to 2-goal quarter in favour of the Cats. They lead by 14 points here.
The Hawks have kicked the last 2 after they were out on their feet. Sicily runs into a Dangerfield. He takes another contested mark. He plays on. He's just made for these finals. A raking long bomb forward. Jass going to be under pressure. Dempsey from 35 screws it back. Dangerfield is playing one of these finals, and he's played some 69-54 the way of the Hawks. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Hawks struggling to get it out of defence. What about the work of Dangerfield?
That was Dangerfield there doing the defensive stuff. What's his game too, man?
20 disposals, 9 score involvements, 2 majors, number 1 rated play on the ground, and 4 centre clearances.
6 clearances as well.
He's having a heavy influence on this game. No doubt about it whatsoever. You can hear the wind in the mics. Rain imminent, we think, sometime in the last quarter. Here's Meek, gave it to Weddle. Weddle's kick was a sidewinding ball to centre half forward. Henry's regained his form, caught in a crunching tackle by Guthrie. No prior opportunity, so it'll be a ball up at centre half forward for Hawthorn. Just under 100,000 crowd didn't like the decision.
It's an important tackle that by Gunston. He was outnumbered 2-1, so he caused the stoppage. Newcomb immediately applies a tackle, so Impey's deep forward. Humphrey's got him. Henry's on Gunston. And O'Sullivan's on Chol. The Hawks pressing, looking for 3 in a row. Atkins has got other ideas, run down from behind. Dylan Moore got one high, he'll get the 3. So some Bronxies from the Hawks fans. Moore, can he hit a leader? He's going to have to go long into the breeze. He'll drop short, so get to the front of the pack. Here comes Chol, gets hands to it. Dangerous ball. Impey's gone forward. Jarman, Impey, 3 in a row for Hawthorn. These teams never failed to deliver. 9-point margin the way of the Cats. They kicked 6 in a row. Hawthorn have answered 3 in a row. 9-point game, 69-60. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard the way of the Cats.
Well, Jarman Impey was the player. I know you mentioned it, Howie, that game down in Tassie where he kicked 3. Throughout the season at different times, Sam Mitchell has thrown him forward, and you felt like it was to prep for situations like this when they need an ace up their sleeve. They've practiced it. They know what it looks like, and that has been what they've done. Midway through that 3rd term, they threw him forward. He's just played a role, but that was some great pressure from Connor Nash to force that turnover. Gets the turnover, Moore gets the high contact free kick, goes back inside 50.
This is why you do it. This is why throughout the year you change players in different positions so that when you need it, when your back's against the wall, you've had a look at things and you've seen it.
Geelong led by 26 points, 8 minutes into this quarter, and they now lead by just 9. Well, the bounce in the middle have kicked the last 3. There's been 7 goals kicked in the quarter. Geelong got the first 4. Hawthorn have got the next 3, and they've got themselves back into the game, the Hawks. Unbelievable. In the middle, Dangerfield was sat on. Could have almost got a free then, and he did, and rightly so. He almost got sat on the head deliberately. So he's got yet another clearance, almost tripped over. Gave the handball to the running Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith pounds the ball, goes in deep looking for Cameron. Cameron slid, off hands it comes to Humphreys. He'll muscle the ball out to Bowes. Bowes' kick was smothered. Off hands it comes. Cameron picks it up, outside 50. Got under the Scrimshaw tackle. Got caught. Umpire said he handballed it. Away go the Hawks.
A lot of angst in the crowd now. Cameron looked like he was in all sorts of trouble. And it's out of bounds. It was round 20. Impey went forward against Port. Tassie kicked through. Bailey Smith's looking for freeze on the ground in the Nash.
How's that? Bailey Smith was thrown to the ground by Nash, and Meredith rightly said, get up, mate.
They have upped the ante with their pressure, the Hawks.
Jeez, we didn't see that 2 weeks ago here.
Great response.
What a game of football this is. Meat grabs out of the ruck, tries to give it across to a teammate. Manner's got other ideas, sends it forward. Weddle in good position, drops the mark. Danger, Martin. Runs into a couple of Hawks and they scurry it through. 60 plays 70 the way of the Cats. 8 to go before three-quarter time. Stick with us on the M's Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Hawthorn got the ball on the half-back line. CJ, bit of a fumble, and he's caught in the tackle as a result. So Hawthorn are going to get the opportunity to go forward here. Jai Clark's in and under, still striking for the footy. No win there, so we'll ball it up. So it's a 10-point Geelong lead. Everyone's drawing their collective breaths at the MCG. The pace in this third quarter has been relentless. Meek there knocks ball down. O'Connor trying to drive it out of the stoppage for the Cats, caught in the tackle.
Triple M Harvey Norman replays them. Mitchell making moves now at Harvey Norman. 10% in bonus gift cards with Windows 11 computers, 500 or more. T&Cs apply in Sunday. The Cats jink it forward. Here's an opportunity for Manor. Forward hand pass to Dangerfield. The hot hand. Wheeler's got to be good here. Danger gets it inboard to Martin. Should finish. Dangerfield with a goal assist. Martin with a goal, and the Cats answer to get it back out to 16 points. 76 plays 60. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard, and Danger's on a tear. He's on a tear, the man.
He certainly is. Let's look at his season average, 14.7 disposals, so let's call it 15. In the two finals, or last week he's at 29. What is he up to this evening?
Yeah, 22 disposals, Kate.
That is a huge output from a man that was built for finals.
Clearances playing a big factor. 12-6. That was an important clearance win again there by the Cats.
Every touch he gets is a strong touch, isn't it? It just spews strength. It is amazing.
One in, guys.
One in. The influence on this game that he is having at the moment. 5 goal to 3-quarter favour of the Cats. Back out to a Geelong lead of 16. Back to the middle of the ground we go. Unbelievable game of high quality football. 2 of the best. Umpire taking a long time to get it underway. Thinks it's probably about him. Knocked down here from Blitzards comes to Newcomb. Newcomb paddled it out in front, gave it to Meekie. Almost had a fresh airy. Bailey Smith couldn't run onto it though. Through they came. Thrown to the ground was Nash. Bailey Smith grinding him as well. And we'll have another ball up in the middle.
John Newcomb got that clearance too, man. What's he had? John Newcomb nowhere near the impact of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, 15 touches, just his second centre clearance opposed to 6 last week, Joey.
Big ball to be won in the middle of the G. Comes the way of Nash. Started the game like the proverbial Impey, Guthrie, and it floats on the breeze out the full.
And that says that the wind is also going both ways, helping in certain positions, Harry.
Bob Jane, Nat.
I was just about to say, guys, it's worth a mention that the Cats are actually kicking with the breeze in this third term. So whether or not it's a 2-goal advantage is yet to be seen, but we know that goals are going to be so important.
A little short kick here finds Cameron. I would argue a little bit with that, because where Cameron is standing now, the breeze coming over the top of the stands is also helping at the punt road end. It's well known here. So Cameron from half-back will kick it high to a contest. Big pack of players. Scrimshaw, nice mark. Looks to unload into the middle of the ground to Ginnivan. Atkins got a hand there, but Ginnivan paid the mark, gave it off to Nash. Nash little trigger handball to Warple. Warple 55 metres out, straightening ball. Lewis got shunted out of the way. Up they go, O'Sullivan with the spoil. Knocked it down to Guthrie. Guthrie to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith just got the kick away out wide. Blitzards will give chase. Boundary line's his friend. CJ wraps him up. And I think we might have a ball up. No, we don't. We have CJ with a win.
Takes a dash. Jath wobbles the ball forward. Henry takes a good defensive mark. Big moments here. Make a big name for yourself in these. Dangerfield, his name has got even bigger. The Cats lead it by 16 points, 6 on the clock. And the Cats fans up. He kicks it straight. Bailey Smith to Chol. Big moments, big errors. Chol will take something special from outside 50 in swirling conditions. If anyone can do it, it's the laconic one though.
He hasn't kicked the ball well tonight, Bailey Smith. I know he's had a stack of it. There's another sort of poor execution and just a little bit lazy on it.
This is the biggest kick of Marby or Chol's season.
And with all this wing stuff, Joey's mentioned it, just kick it at the middle.
Kick it at the middle is the advice from the Triple M box. In the number 18 jumper, Chol, it'll take absolutely everything from Big Chol. In the end, it's going to land in a dangerous area. Catch should be able to spoil. They go back into the middle of the ground, unusually with a spoil. Atkins runs into trouble. Bailey Smith, high float to Hawks. Got the 2-on-1. They got the 2-on-1 and the two watched each other. Bit of a miscommunication. Warple caught again. Now to Giath. He's caught as well. Hot footy. Cats leader by 16. 4.5 to go before three-quarter time. Bob Jane that.
Just seen out of the corner of my eye that Bailey Smith has just given a little signal to the crowd, not saying it's obscene because I couldn't see it exactly, but that was after he turned that one over, kicking out from goal.
Smith with a handball over the top. Dangerfield will get the free kick here. At half-back, he wants to play on. Dangerfield with a high footy. Sicily's lining this up, should mark, and he does at half-back.
That's what the Hawks need. The intercept mark game going. Goes very short to Scrimshaw. Needs to be careful. Scrimshaw. He's caught from behind. The Cats could press here. Battle. They get out of it. But gee, saw it unfolding. D'Ambrosio. They're still not out of trouble. Piercing ball. Chol marks nicely.
Stand.
Centre wing for Chol.
Chol here. Just in front of the two benches. Slowing things down. The roar of the crowd here. Tremendous today. Told to go. O'Sullivan closed him down. Chol, confident, got around one. Tries to pinpoint the kick out wide. It was never the time to do that. It was the time to go longer down the line. Punched away by Guthrie and De Koning. And we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the Hawthorn bench.
Yeah, not the time nor the player, BT, on the head of Dylan Moore. Probably not the one you want competing there.
Exactly. Boundary throw in here. 16-point Geelong lead. Meek with a nice wind down in the path of Watson. Paddled it beautifully. Got the handball to Warple. Warple around the corner to Impey. He had a look at what was coming on so he could clear the path. Couldn't win the footy though. Spills to Guthrie. Guthrie's kick out wide will be marked here by Ginnivan.
Chance for the Hawks to reload. In front of the bench, the number 33. Formerly worn by the great full-time premiership Hawks, Surioli.
Move it on. Play on.
Called now. Gunston just pops it up. Ginnivan just pops it up. Into the path of Mitch Lewis, spills to ground. Lewis kicked 3 in the first half. Holmes getting more and more involved in the game as it goes on. Long clearing ball out of defence. 3 Hawks are there. They can't take the mark. Spills free. Sicily scoops it back to Gunston, who threw it to Weddle. Now Sicily cut off by the Cats. Here's a ball to be won.
Stengel. Beautiful knock on from Myers. Myers to close. Bozer's got loose space here. Gives it to the quick moving Martin. Martin didn't take it cleanly. Had to go back and get it. And a horrible kick by Martin. That's a horrible passage for him. The ball's hit him in the nose from an easy handball. And then he's kicked it out of bounds instead of delivering to Dangerfield. And now we'll have a boundary throw in as a result. And it's inside the Geelong 50. And a dubious call perhaps on the boundary.
Harvey Norman replay. The crowd were debating whether it was out on the full. Triple M Seabus Supers. Seabus Soup making hard work pay off. You got Joey. Then you got K-Mac. Dangerfield again with another clearance. Hard whip caught in a tackle. So the Cats 50 out.
The only positive for the Hawks is Dangerfield is starting to run out of petrol tickets.
Play on.
Bailey Smith, Cameron, Jeremy Cameron, pokes it home. He's all quality. He's got 3 and the cream is rising. Cats back out again to a 22-pointer, 12-10 to 9-6. 2.5 to go before three-quarter time. Triple M Titanium carry-on scoreboard.
Well, perfect call there, Joey. That did look like the Hawthorn players in and around that stoppage were definitely out of tickets, doing a whole lot of work to get back into this one in the third quarter, and then the class of Jeremy Cameron. You can ill afford to give him that kind of time and space. Square up to goal, he's going to make you pay.
Well, they've won the clearances 14-8 this quarter, the Cats, but more importantly, they've kicked 4 goals too from clearance in this third quarter. That's been the big factor in this game, what they've been able to do from stoppage this term.
Ray Montagna sitting alongside Kate McCarthy in the Triple M box. Ash, we're back here tomorrow. Who's here tomorrow?
Massive game, Collingwood v Brisbane, prelim final.
Who's in the team, Ash, tomorrow?
Massive team. We've got JB.
Yeah.
Jake Everin.
Yeah.
Specials, Isaac Smith.
Take your time.
And Daisy Thomas.
All right, and nearly at the end of prelim 2. There's Holmes. collect the footy. Went high inside 50 to a 2-on-2. Knocked away from Cameron, but he as usual is the first to recover. And it goes over the line and out of bounds. Geelong, what a quarter of football we've had from them. A 6-goal quarter to get themselves back in business here. They lead by 22 points with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third.
Monopoly at Macca's is back. Play only in the app. Ends October 14. Full terms. Visit mcdonalds.com.au. Cats pressing. Looking to land another blow. Manna. Manna. Quality Manna! 3 in a row from the Cats. Pop, pop, pop. And the Hawks are on their knees again. 88 plays 60, 28-point margin, 2 to go in the third. I think Nick Watson last week in Adelaide done what Sean Manna's just done at the MCG.
Another clearance goal, 5 goals from clearance this term. That has been the big factor. I'm just looking at Hawthorn's midfielders, what they've been able to do. So Newcomb has only had 5 handballs, no clearances this quarter.
Wow.
Ward hasn't had a possession. D'Ambrosio only a couple, and Warple only 4 disposals and 1 clearance. So the mids was going to be the issue, you thought, for Hawthorn. If it's not Newcomb, who else? And they've just been trounced this third term.
7 goal to 3 third quarter here for the Cats to lead it by 28. They led it by 1 at the start of this quarter. Here is Chol in the ruck, caught by Blitzarves.
I want you guys to think at 3-quarter time who potentially comes in next week if the Cats make the granny with no Stewart. Just saw a shot of Ollie Henry out in the background of the MCG.
It's a very, very good question. I'd like the list of 3 or 4 that are available. Here's an opportunity now for the Hawks at halfback to win it. Hardwick does by socking off the ground, but went straight to Blitzarves. He met it solidly, tackled by Chol, and Chol won the free. Advantage paid to Moore to Warple, and a fumble. Fumble by Warple, picked up here by Clark. He kicks it down the throat of D'Ambrosio, who's in the opposition, if you don't mind. Here comes Gunston on the lead, and he's taken a mark. Now we've got 1 minute 26 to the 3-quarter time break. He just must kick the goal.
Yeah, has to take the moment. Poor turnover by the Cats. This is where the Hawks make you pay. Jack Gunston looks absolutely the most likely forward for the Hawks now. Lewis hasn't been sighted really since that impressive start to the game. This is huge.
Cannot give the right post away. Gunston comes in, and he's kicked it way left, and it's barely a behind, just scrapes through. So a 27-point Geelong lead here with 54 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Holmes to reset things. What a turn by the Cats. They kicked the first 4. Hawthorn answered with 3 to bring it back to a 9-pointer, and then Geelong, Martin, Cameron and Manna back out at 28. They've had all the answers, the Cats. And Mitch was going to need to do something miraculous at 3-quarter time. He might be facing more of a deficit. Bowes. He's got a short option in close, and that was brilliant because all the attention was going deep to Dempsey. They went short, and close will line up. He kicked right on the siren from about 35 out to nearly put it beyond the Hawks.
Just a fumble from D'Ambrosio. That's what finals is all about. One mistake. And how often do we see these high half forwards of the Cats get up the ground, and when they win it, they just sprint back to goal?
This will take it out to a game-high 33-point margin. The number 45, with 7 seconds on the clock, misses everything, I reckon. He might just scrape it in for a point. 61 plays 89, 28 points in the shadows of 3-quarter time. Triple M Titanic Caravan scoreboard.
Siren sounds to complete the third quarter. What a quarter of football if you're a Cats fan out there. You've got to applaud. They kicked 7 goals in it. Dangerfield came to life, and all the big names were part of it. What a game of football we're seeing in prelim final 2. It's a 28-point 3-quarter time lead of the Cats. 13-11-89 to Hawthorn 9-7-61. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M football.
That quarter for Titanium Caravans. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks finals footy.
Monopoly at Macca's is back. Play only in the app. Ends October 14. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Melbourne. Start your day with Mick
In the morning.
Geelong and Hawthorn, who have a just a storied rivalry between the two of them.
1989. If you played that today, the tribunal would sit forever.
It would.
The fines alone would fund. The fines would fund every AFL Christmas party for a decade.
Prison farm.
Start your day with Mick in the Morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
The Chemist Warehouse Footy Finals half-price vitamins and cosmetics sale is on now.
Got equipment to sell? Ritchie Brothers helps you reach more buyers and get the best returns. With auctions happening year-round, we connect sellers with thousands of bidders from the construction, transport and agriculture industries. Sell with the best. Sell with confidence. More buyers, better results. It's that simple. Reach more, get more with Ritchie Brothers. Start selling today at rbauction.com.au.
Were you injured at work and WorkCover has cut your weekly payments? For advice on all of your entitlements, including lump sum compensation, call Arnold Thomas & Becker Lawyers. And if you don't win, there's no fee.
Should we get another coffee?
Meet the Scotts.
Hi.
Hello. Each week as they've driven here to their go-to cafe, they've heard me talk about what was happening with their savings.
More like what wasn't happening.
Yeah, we were getting played.
So they changed the game and opened a Macquarie savings account.
We get great rates.
More flexibility.
And we get our interest. Thank you. Even when we make withdrawals.
If you're ready to earn more on your savings, choose a bank that makes it effortless and say,
We bank with Macquarie.
Your savings game changer. T's and C's apply.
And Robert, do you promise to care for Sarah? Like my car's lifetime guarantee on all work with almost any car repair.
Do? Get the care you deserve at My Car Tyre and Auto. People first. T's and C's apply.
Do you hear that? That's the lunch rush. But don't worry, we've got enough internet on tap. Yep, at Aussie Broadband, our award-winning network is prepared for whatever you throw at it. It's purpose-built to handle demand, even at rush hour, to keep your connection running smoothly with fast-flowing internet. Make the switch to your local internet. Make the switch to Aussie Broadband. That's the actual Aussie way.
Anytime is 7-Eleven time. Like when it's 10:27 p.m. after watching your team win and you're craving a pie. And maybe something to soothe your hoarse throat. Pick up a post-footy feed anytime at 7-Eleven.
Triple M and the Bottle-O wanted to hear your finals footy rituals.
I have to wear my favourite footy Guernsey and cap when watching the match.
For me, it's all about the snacks lineup. Remote in hand, then tap the couch 3 times for good luck.
Every year it's a barbecue at my house and everyone has to wear a jersey.
Call 1300 337 787 or visit the Triple M win page for your chance to score one of 5 $250 vouchers from the Bottle-O. Good value booze for good value fans. Righto, the Bottle-O. Over 18s only. Enjoy responsibly.
You have a regular pool. I have a prize pool filled with prizes from the iconic TCL and David Jones and a huge 52k rent or mortgage top-up. 1 in 3 chances to win. Play Monopoly at Macca's, only in the app. Ends October 14. For full terms, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks finals footy.
This quarter for Bunnings Trade. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
Geelong by 28 points at three-quarter time. Your hot water needs replacing. Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a ream. 13-11-89 the Cats to Hawthorn 9-7-61. Ash Chua with the Red Z lenders.
Dangerfield, highest rated game of the year so far. 24 disposals, 5 centre clearances, 10 score involvements, 2 majors.
Bob Jane T-March, Nat.
Sam Mitchell out in the three-quarter time huddle, looking relatively calm. What can he say to this team to get them up in this final term? 28 points down. Both teams have made their subs. CJ came in for Sam Butler. That was a tactical sub in the third term. But as we know, the big news, Tom Stewart out of this game with concussion. Jai Clark came on for him. The big news out of this fourth term, though, may just be the weather. There is a rain band coming through. And I don't know if it's just me being optimistic, but it looks like it might be breaking up a little bit as it gets towards us. So we might get some rain, but hopefully it's not monsoonal.
Yep, it should be here soon. Tom Stewart out of the grand final too. Let's keep in mind that. Kate McCarthy, how have you seen it, along with Joey Montagna?
Yeah, well, it was the dominance at clearance, and the player that we mentioned, Patrick Dangerfield, was the one that got to work. But centre bounce clearances for that third term, 7-0 in Geelong's favour, and then clearances around the ground, 17-8. But it was the damage from those clearances, Joey. 5 goals from 17 clearances. That's where they got well and truly on top in this game.
Joey, if you want to take if you're Geelong and you want to take 2 players out, who do you take them out and how have they done it?
Well, the 2 that they went after, the 2 guys that could win the game, Watson and Weddle, between them, they've had 9 disposals, and despite Watson kicking a freakish goal, he's hardly been cited. So Mullen and O'Connor have absolutely done the job, and I reckon Atkins has done a really good job on Jai Newcomb. He's got a bit of all 15 disposals, but only 4 clearances, no real impact. So massive win for Chris Scott. And Howie, here's the bad news, mate.
Yep.
Geelong, when they lead at three-quarter time this year, 16 and zip.
Righto. So you're saying there's a chance. Who's coming in for Stewart? I need you to think about this quarter, because that'll be the big story. Righto. 28-point lead to the Cats. They haven't beaten Hawthorn in a knockout game since the 1963 grand final. But they're well and truly on the way with the Brownlow to come. If they make the granny and Bailey Smith snags the Brownlow. Here he is now out of the middle. Court, Chol, Moore. The Hawks move it forward. Moore got one high. So here's an early opportunity for the Hawks. They need to go in a hurry. He's 65 from home. Is Dylan Moore. Pokes one forward. It's CJ on the lead. Can they hit Gunston? He comes, and they do. So he's got to have the kicking boot on. Gunston missed one on the three-quarter time siren. Now he'll line up 42 out on a 45-degree angle. He's kicked one, has he, Chewy?
Jack Gunston has kicked the one goal one.
How many goals he kicked for the season?
He's kicked 71 goals, Howie.
You love his 72nd now, Gunston. From a 45-degree angle, must kick it. Brings it home. Arm in the air, that is the start they need. It's a long climb, but there's the first step. 10-7, 67, 13-11, 89. On the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard, the way of the Cats. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done. Good start, Hawthorn.
Just need the midfielders to give them enough looks. Yeah. That's going to be the key this quarter. So Dangerfield got his hands on it first, but the handball to Smith. Smith coughed it up, and that gave them field position. So it's up to the midfield.
I think Buse and Stanley.
Buse and Stanley.
It's got to be Buse or Stanley.
Thanks to Tommy Elevato down there. Ash, what's the official crowd here today?
Unbelievable, BT. 99,597. That's the 3rd biggest crowd of all time between these 2 clubs.
Ash has announced that 35 minutes before anyone else in the house. They don't even know whether there are people coming to the game yet. It's amazing. Johnny Platten on screen. Beautiful Harvey Norman replay screen. Out of the middle. The Hawks are going to give it one last gasp effort. Chol gave it to Dangerfield. Dangerfield sold some hand candy like you've never seen before. Left foot kick inside. Getting close. Takes a one-on-one mark with Watson. Then he will line up from 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Well, Dangerfield again. First hands on the centre clearance. The kick inside 50, and Watson looks like he's playing at half back, so they are trying to release Watson, but he has never been in a defensive one-on-one inside the D50. I wouldn't have thought in his career. First opportunity gets outmarked.
Warple's got a very tight left hamstring as well. He was grabbing at that on the bench. Now getting some exercise on it. Here comes close. Ran very close to the man on the mark, as a matter of fact. Coming back a little, punch through for a minor score. So a 23-point Cat lead. I've got to say, it's very Cat. Nat, is something happening?
Yeah, the rain started to come down. It's not too heavy yet, but it has started, guys.
Bob Jane, buy 3, get 1 free. Instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T&Cs apply. The Hawks work it out of defence only momentarily. Neil with the smother on Battle. Here comes Dangerfield. He's unstoppable. Stands up. Hand pass Stengel. Just a slight fumble by Stengel. Aim on the exit ball needs to be good. It's a long searcher. Mitch Lewis unsighted in the second half. More. By hand, Newcomb dodges through to Giaff. Can do anything, takes a bounce. He's unconventional, he runs out of room, he's run down. And the Hawks are set up through Holmes.
Oh, if the Cats can hold on for 6 or 7 minutes while the rain consolidates, this is going to help them big time. Or do they keep going for it? Hawthorn have kicked the first goal of the last quarter and got it back to a very gettable 23 points. Bailey Smith from half back. Scoots to half forward, Weddle the mark uncontested, dropped a simple one. Neil was there, Atkins picked it up. Handball to space, he had no one else on. Watson goes after it, he probably should have let it go.
Yeah.
And he would have got the free kick.
I would have thought Watson's smarter than that.
Yes.
It would have been insufficient intent. He certainly is playing half-back, and the ball is greasy now, so we've already seen drop marks and fumbles. Got to be clean.
Triple M Seabus Supers, Joey and K-Mac. Seabus Soup making hard work pay off. Great supporters of Triple M footy in 25. To do the throw in again. Bob Jane that.
Shannon Neal just copped a knee to the head from Weddle. The doctor's gone out to see him. He's been told to go away, but I reckon the Cats will have a look at that one.
You ever seen a boundary throw-in recalled at this level?
I don't think I have, Brian. Actually just slipped out of his palms. Through the hands of CJ. Now close. Caught with the footy. They scoop it out. Myers. Danger. Surely not. Dangerfield. He's unbelievable. He's the king. He's Paddy. He's playing one of the great finals and sending his team into a grand final.
I nearly forgot about him.
He's big, he's strong, and he's just too good. 96-67 the way of the Cats. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. He is unforgettable.
All right, there's still 16 minutes to play in this game. Give us Patrick Dangerfield's resume so far.
Number one rated player on the ground by the Flemington Straight. Leading for the Flemington Straight. 28 disposals, 12 score involvements, 3 majors, 8 clearances, 6 out of the centre, and throwing 7 inside 50.
He shouldn't be doing this at his age. His body should be banged up. He should be
35.
It's incredible. That is the story of the game, is what Patrick Dangerfield has dished up tonight.
The ability for them to know him as well and know that he can get through the season playing very little impact, but then still do this in finals when he needs to, that is incredible.
This is one of the great finals performances that you're seeing from Paddy Dangerfield.
Really is, Brian.
It is.
A team that was 25 or so down. They needed something. Dangerfield comes in, rips away the clearances in the second quarter, away they go. Marvellous stuff. And we're now seeing Geelong leading by 29 points after another moment of Dangerfield brilliance. Jai Clark picked it up, gave it to Myers by hand. Myers to Dempsey, the first time he's been on the run in front of his man, was able to pick it up, sold some candy to Jaff, came back on the right boot, high ball, closing his manner, up over the top went Neal, knocked to ground by Bailey Smith, picked it up, right foot snap, didn't get the purchase on it, Weddle's got to go hard, and he did like a train, and he was tackled immediately by Jack Martin.
Kick 3, Dangerfield. Mitch Lewis kicked 3 in the first half. Hawks by 13 at quarter time after kicking the first 3. Cats 1 at half time. Cats 28 at 3/4 time in front of 99,597. They currently lead it by 32.16 to go. They're inside 50. Clark gives it straight to Moore. He gets one high. Doesn't get a free kick. Umpire said he ducked. Chance for Stengel. He's kicked a couple. Stengel centering ball. Here's Big Shannon Neal. Tapped away. O'Connor drifts forward. Ginnivan's on his hammer. Goes to Myers for the knockout blow. Brian Myers puts the Cats into the grand final. They bring up the ton. Still 15 on the clock, but they look unstoppable. 102-67. It's out to a 35-point margin. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
Oh, look at them walk the aisles now. Look at them. There are streams of people leaving the ground. That is a big blow.
Might help your exit out of here, BT, after you do the post-game, but that's it. Geelong have just been phenomenal in this game. After the start the Hawks put on them, they were able to steady. They got to quarter time, they reassessed, and since quarter time, they've just eaten away at the Hawks to the point where they've now broken their hearts. Winners everywhere. The forward half and the clearance game again. That's now 7 goals from stoppage since half-time.
11 of the last 15 they've kicked the Cats, and they're out there 35 points. Danger's get a massage. You'll pull out the chicken super in a moment and start planning grand final week.
I'm surprised they're not massaging his feet as well down there.
So do you lock him away?
Nearly.
Yeah.
But they can't because it's unfair on the others.
I know, but it's dangerous.
Yeah, I know. Just tell him to stay out of the way, but he can't do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Here is Bailey Smith. Gave a little handball to Holmes. One of the great Geelong performances today. Holmes around the corner looking for Martin. Martin couldn't get hold of it. Play on calls the umpire, trying to stop it off the ground is Battle. Got a little boot on ball. Drove it out there, heard the umpire's call. Live and exclusive on Triple M Football. Short ball marked by Manor. Manor's 55, 65, 75 metres out. Little chip ball. Amon cut it off and took the mark defensive 50.
I have the privilege of calling on the TV tomorrow, Brian. I'm starting to feel a bit raspy, so I might need to be rested over the last 10.
It's unlikely because I'm doing the same.
Yes. Amon's kick smothered. Here they come again. Manor dropping ball forward. Martin marks. It's now a celebration for the Cats. They're going to nail their arch rivals. In front of 99,597 plus a couple on dodgy passes. Almost get it to 100,000. So the Cats will line up.
No wonder I couldn't get a pie at half-time.
Through Martin.
Or a scone.
In a bit of rain, Jackie Martin hits it, drifts across the face, and it will be marked by Weddle in the square. 14 on the clock. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Yep.
Outside 5.
So Weddle makes the free. Ash, I want you to give me some more historical stuff on grand finals and prelim finals that Scott and Geelong have made, and just put it into some sort of capsulation for us if you can, because this is remarkable what they've done. They've come from way behind Hawthorn, who had an electric start. Here's the handball from Gunston going back to Moore. Moore picked it up and he was pounced on by Atkins, the tackling machine. And he wins the free here at half-back. And Ash, when you get them all compiled, I want you just to read them out continuously, please.
Will do.
You'd love to be a Cat supporter and be celebrating down in your part of the world, Lorne, Brian. Down in my part of the world, Bowen Heads. You're having a couple of beers to celebrate the Cats fans, no doubt. Weddle, back by hand, maybe a couple of cheeky Bowen Heads brewing beers. Jaff, back to Weddle in the rain. Now Scrimshaw back to Jath, out of side. Little chip at a McDonald, hasn't been a factor. Atkins is always a factor. Runs through a couple of tackles, the number 30. Sends a poking ball forward to Neil Barris, all over him in the back. Umpire says play on. Neil butters up at ground level.
And Neil ran away with his call. Umpire gave him a long time to get rid of it. Boy, oh boy. Free kick goes Hawthorn way. If you've got nothing to do during the week, just tune into the Life of Brian podcast and just give that a little listen.
You got a sponsor coming up, haven't you, Brian? Who's your sponsor on that?
I think we have down there at the Bowen Brewery.
I think they are sponsoring Brian.
And the rain is getting stronger and stronger. Look at that, Ash. They've finally put the official attendance up on the scoreboard, and you got it about half an hour ago.
Head of the game, weren't we, BT?
Amazing stuff. Triple M Football has a lot of exclusives.
Just plugged your own podcast, did you?
Yes,
that's where we've gotten to in this game.
The Life of Brian, don't forget it. Little knockdown here, it's a bit of fun. More, well, it's not really. But anyway, free kick will go the way here of Moore.
Outside 5.
So Moore, how's he gone today, Ash?
Triple M Red Z, lending stats BT.
Kick inside 50, high ball Henry. Got to go a little bit faster than that. I know you're in the compilation mode. But finish that off and then get back into the compilation mode.
21 touches, 6 score involvements.
They have been an incredible team in the 2000s, Geelong. They're going to be into another grand final unless the Hawks can pull out one of the great miracles. Weddle looks for Impey over the top of him. Wet weather football now. Moore got one high. He took the advantage. No, the umpire's going to bring it back. And now he's punched a sausage. Goal. Well, the umpires didn't call advantage, so the two players on the line let the ball bounce, and it went through for goal. Unusual to say the least, Kate. Cats 102, Hawks 73, back to 29 points. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. I'll be happy if I was
Now, this is the way it's been adjudicated all year, though, and it's something that has done my head in because the kicker gets 2 cracks at it.
Yeah, that's a free kick. That's a free shot at goal. If it was touched, they would have been able to get another shot.
So if that goal doesn't go through, they call it back and Dylan Moore has another shot. But every time this year, when a player's had a free kick, they've taken the advantage. If it's gone through, it's advantage goal. If it's a behind, it comes back for a free kick. That's
bizarre. Good goal over Dylan Moore. He's tried hard, Dylan Moore.
Got him back within 29, so, I mean, there's still, what is there, 12 minutes
5 goals in 12 minutes.
Yep.
Seen it done before, Howie.
Absolutely. I know Howie's sort of almost put the keys in the ignition.
That's more your territory, to be fair, Brian.
But I wouldn't do that just yet, Howie, because here comes Big Marbs, Big Maps. Handball out the back door. De Koning's there. Ripped away by Nash. Hawthorn are going to go forward again. Weddle's the intended target. Off hands it comes and Weddle will get it free. Weddle's got a free 50 metres out directly in front. To get it back to 23. Weddle deep into the pocket. Gunston's going to fly over the top. Couldn't reel it in. Now Guthrie's got to go and get it. Caught in the tackle. Free kick. Hawthorn have got a free. Gunston's got it in the pocket, 20 out, and a chance to get it back to 23 points. He's going to run around and he's right boot.
10 metres.
This is like shelling peas for Jack Gunston. Around he goes. Hawthorn are back. Gunston's got 3. Mitchell's happy on the bench. Scott's gone for the phone. And Geelong lead by 23 points.
I'll tell you what, they just shut shop a tad early, the Cats. Just a little bit too early. And now all of a sudden they're going to have to regroup and Danger's going to have to put himself back in the guts because there's still plenty of time and we've seen the momentum, Kate. Hawthorn, we know, can get on a roll and kick goals in a hurry. So the Cats are going to have to switch back on. And all of a sudden, Hawthorn, when they're almost dead and buried, how we thought they were gone, they've just got a little bit of energy about them.
And this is the most dangerous kind of Hawthorn with absolutely nothing to lose. The one change I'd be making, though, Nick Watson has to be in the forward line for this last 11 minutes. I know he hasn't featured, but he is someone that when there is a moment on the line, he can find the footy and kick a goal.
Bob Jane, Nat.
This is the heaviest that the rain has been all day, so the Hawks going to be up against that as well.
Chol caught in the middle of the ground.
Atkins, he's been amazing, Atkins, tonight.
He's a tackling machine, this man. Unusually high percentage of tackles for Geelong go in his name. Steps around Chol easily, drops the ball forward. Wet weather footy for the first time. We've seen a drop mark from Manor. So it's a completely different game now. Manor butters up, wobbles the ball forward. Jezza! It might be wet, but not when you got hands like Jake Cameron. Marks in front of battle, 35 out directly in front.
That was as clean a mark you'll see in the wet or the dry. One grab. Perfect example of how slippery that footy was when Manor tried to take it. There was pressure on Cameron, straight in the Dukes.
That is a good mark in the wet, Kate.
He's kicked 3, the champ, the Coleman medalist, the premiership player. He's just a superstar. 3 goals, 1 for Jezza. With the precipitation increasing from directly in front, crowd will tell you everything. Hooks it. 1 behind. 23-point margin. 24 on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Yep, it's a 4-goal margin here. Aim on from full-back. Ash, you're ready to go with all of those things that Geelong have achieved. We're just going to hold on a minute because we're just not sure what's going on here yet. It's just a 24-point margin goes over the line down the bounce. Tell us about how good the Cats have been.
You broke it down since 2007, so...
High tackle, Ash, will come back to you.
No worries.
Watson's got the free, goes inside 50, high ball. Geez, I'm looking forward. Mark almost taken by Lewis. Picked up by Joel. Marmy old Joel. Left foot sliding, banana on the run. Kicked it out of bounds on the full. Oh, boy. Tell us about how good Geelong have been.
You break it down since 07. They're into their 8th grand final, BT. So that's since over the past 18 seasons for a return of 4 flags. But you look, Chris Scott's record. I'll come back to you in a tick.
Humphries with an exit ball down towards Henry. Marks nicely. Continue on, Chewy.
Yeah, so he's into his 5th grand final, assuming that they win tonight, in just his 15th season. So that's an average of every 3 years under Chris Scott. The Cats are getting into a granny. Of course, he's banked 2 flags.
That's for anyone that couldn't figure out 15 divided by 5.
Yep.
Back in the middle of the ground to go to Lloyd Meek. Can Lloyd have an impact? Sends it forward. Chol, Guthrie, Chol, the Royce. Marks, the unpredictable one, will line up from 35 out. Could bang it straight through the middle or could miss the lot by 10 metres.
All true stats could mean nothing if Chol can get it back to 3 goals. We went a bit early, Chew.
I reckon you've gone early with those, Ash.
Should have held on there.
Get
your powder dry.
Jesus, what are you doing?
You two gave me a hospital handball, Joey.
What are you doing?
This could be the biggest early crow of all time.
Sat it up nice and high to get the handball back, didn't he?
Joel directly in front to bring it back to a 3-goal margin. 8:18 on the clock. The number 18 simply must kick the goal. The Charles Royce is purring. There's hope, and there's a bit of belief still for the Hawks. 8:08 on the clock, and it is an 18-point margin on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Good. Well, Ash, you have blown your top early.
Let me flip it over to Hawthorn, perhaps.
So let's just have a look at what's happening on the field right now. So Nick Watson has gone back to forward. He's going deep. So O'Shea Mullen's still going to go with him. Gunston and Mitch Lewis are down there. Weddle has also pushed forward this quarter. So he's put some of his match winners inside 50. Sam Mitchell. He's gone back to Newcomb, Dylan Moore and Connor Nash in the midfield. Impey's gone back to half-back. He's just flipped there with Nick Watson. Sicily up on a wing, and he's been pushing hard forward.
They've kicked 3 in a row, the Hawks. They trail by 3 goals, 18 points now. There's still plenty of time. There's 8 minutes left here. And neutralised clearance out of the middle eventually goes the Cats' way. Atkins is trying to work it towards the boundary line. He's doing well. He's done that and disguised it brilliantly. And he's got it to the boundary. Well done, Tom Atkins. One of the great defensive plays from the middle of the ground. And we'll have a boundary throw in at half forward for the Cats, right in front of the Shane Warne stand.
Marby Old-Shoulders did the centre bounce. He's now gone forward. Weddle is going to be the ruckman around the ground.
And Cats lead by 35.7 minutes into the final quarter. The Hawks have kicked the last 3 since then. And if they were to pull this off, there's going to have to be some editing because I declared a moment when Manning kicked one in the third.
That's a throw.
Dangerfield drives it forward. Dangerfield having an impact. Here comes Jezza again. Cameron falls to ground. Could open up the door still for the Cats. They should score here. Here he comes up the ground. Goal! For Stengel. Oh, Stengel off the ground. He's got 3. And 2 breathes a bloody big sigh of relief. 85 to 109, 7:25 on the clock. Triple M Bunnies trade scoreboard.
Straight in the back of the onion bag, that one.
It's the call.
And you need to rest that voice, Howie. Tomorrow you got another one to go, but that might be it. That might be the dagger chew. You might have dodged one of the biggest bullets, but again, it was just a clearance win. And Stengel's been dangerous all night. Loved his energy, hunting the ground balls. The slippery ball from the Hawks, they couldn't clear it. They've put on 109 points against this stingy Hawthorn defence. It's been an incredible performance.
And Joey, just back to BT, the point you were making, that Atkins play to get that ball out of bounds so that it's an even stoppage. The area of the game they've been dominating tonight. Huge play, Tom Atkins.
They've kicked 16 goals, the Cats, in this prelim final. Mind you, Hawthorn have kicked 13, so we've almost seen 30 goals kicked tonight. Talk about attacking finals football. Just magnificent. Bailey Smith takes the mark. Time ticking away. 7 minutes. Geelong are applauding and Hawthorn are booing the great man Bailey Smith. Kick out wide, Dangerfield flies. One of the mark gave the handball off. Might have been a little bit of a throw. Knocked on by Moore. Ginnivan didn't try to pick it up. Got it to Joel, went straight through him. Guthrie's there to keep them honest, and he does. Ball flicks out the back to Bailey Smith. Gave the handball to O'Sullivan. He had to turn on a threepenny bit. McDonald had to trap a difficult ball. Did well, got rid of it to Warpool. Free kick goes Geelong's way to Max Holmes.
Holmes sends it out wide to Stengel. Drops the mark, but he's got 3. His Stengel to Dangerfield, who's played one of the great finals. You'll read it in the paper and listen to the highlights tomorrow, too. He's been outstanding, the Danger.
This is disposal number 31, Howie. 13 score involvements, 3 majors.
Sends it deep, Weddle in position. So when you read in the paper the score for the super coach or whatever, what type of numbers is he pulling, Chewy?
170.
170. It's nearly a dart score.
So how many games have they 22 games he's played this year. How many in total have they played? Will they have played? Geelong.
25?
25. So he's missed 3, is that right? It doesn't sound right. It feels like he's missed more than that, but more. Could be wrong there. Ash, anyway, I'll put you onto that, Ash, if you could just tidy that up for us.
From my count, he's missed 4 games, Brian.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Rux!
4
Mark
games
and Josh, thanks.
out for Dangerfield. Just seems fresh. Fresh and lively. Ash has gone with a lot of stats early today, but they all seem to be just coming good for him in the end.
Coming home to roost.
Could have been a disastrous day for him. A little knockdown here for Blitzarms. At the bottom of it was Dangerfield, picked up by Bailey Smith. Little kick along the ground, comes forward to Jack Martin. Flies without any regard for his body. Oh, Dangerfield thrown in the ground by Newcomb. Newcomb slammed him into the turf. And Danger just bounces straight back up.
Rux!
Probably deserved a free kick for that.
That's probably been paid most of the year.
Wow.
Well, the umpires have made the players earn their free kicks tonight, which I haven't minded.
The Maccas and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. It's a 24-point lead. The Hawks will need to kick 4 and change in the last 6 minutes. And then it'll be tossed up with the Cats in attack. Now, who are you bringing in? Who are you bringing in for Stewart? Who's out? I want a name and I want some definitive answers from you two in the back row.
I think it'll be Reece Stanley with how close they were saying he was tonight. But in saying that, they've had a pretty important ruck role being played anyway by the 2 that are out there.
Ginnivan.
2 that are out there. 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 2 that are out there
Tries to clear it. Atkins, another tackle, ripped off the footy. Newcomb really clean in wet conditions. Gives it to Impey's run down from behind. Got a forward hand pass, should be okay. Watson, fresh airy. Holmes has got support, middle of the ground. Maxie Holmes goes a spiral, doesn't really time it. And aim on. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I think they'll go with Reece Stanley as well and utilise blitz halves in a different capacity.
Who will else be in the debate?
Jed Hughes is the other one that can come in as a like-for-like defender, but I think Jai Clark's actually done a really good job playing as a half-back.
Hughes and Henry's the other one.
Ollie Henry, yeah. I don't think they'll turn to Ollie Henry for a grand final. So it'd be Hughes or Stanley. It'll just depend on how the matchups work. Who they're playing against will be a factor as well.
The other watch will probably be Jack Henry as well, obviously, with that injury. He's gotten through the game clearly, but sometimes they can pull up quite sore after the fact.
Ash, you're just holding up a sign there saying this will be their 8th win in a row for the Cats. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah, spot on for Red ZBT.
Okay, little one back in. Got the handball out the back door to Battle. He goes to the middle with real hope, and it didn't turn that way out at all. Myers took an uncontested mark, gave the handball to the runner Holmes. Holmes can go out wide to Stengel, but he went for the sliding bombarder, and he's kicked it out of bounds. And his teammates all look at him and go, you'll only get away with that because you know we're going to win the game. In the hot seat, you would never do that.
So the Cats on the way to another grand final.
You're feeling for Tom Stewart right now. He'll be watching this in the rooms.
He really would.
The heart and soul of the footy club won't be out there next week.
And not only that, such a valuable player, Joe.
Well, they've covered him well. I'll tell you what, Zach Guthrie's been excellent. Yeah. He's covered him beautifully. But they are going to miss him, absolutely.
Impey by hand, Dylan Moore hassled out of it. Myers, Bailey Smith. This will lift the crowd if Bailey kicks it. If Bailey Smith kicks it, he's on the way to a grand final. He tells the crowd to quiet down. He might have a brown around his neck on Monday. He is the definition of a rock star. 115-85. 5-goal lead Cats, Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. What a footballer.
Can you get a fine for lip reading?
Yeah. I think he just might have told all the Hawks fans to
shut the...
You know what? For the booze. He does not give one. He does not care one bit. And look, he's had a lot of balls. He always has. 34 disposals, 6 clearances. Hasn't used it overly well. He's been a bit rusty, but he just keeps showing up. He just keeps showing up when they need him as an outlet for a handball receive or a mark. And what a season. You're right, Howie. It could be one of the all-time great seasons for a recruit if you can get Charlie around his neck Monday night.
And you're booing him, what, for his football?
Yeah, just because he's just...
he's just divisive. Yeah. That's it.
You always get booed if you're good.
Yeah.
30-point margin. Another prelim final. How many is this for Chris Scott, Ash, please?
This will be 10th. He's had 10 prelim finals under his belt.
And how many grand finals will Chris Scott have coached in?
And this will be his fifth grand final.
Yep, 5th. I think, Ash, is what you said before. Either that or you're changing your story.
I did. Yep, 5th grand final.
Yep, Bowes has taken the mark here.
Thank you.
4 flags out of their 8 grand finals in recent times so far. Amazing. Bowes goes deep here. Cameron thumps it to the boundary line. And there's been a whopping crowd to see this tonight. We're going to do it all again tomorrow when Brisbane take on Collingwood.
Shannon, Josh.
And we'll find out who Geelong will be playing in the grand final. They lead by 30 points. We're counting down with 3.5 minutes remaining on the clock. You can hear the chant going up for the Cats. Ginnivan copped it in the mush. Little handball was smothered by Warple. Bailey Smith takes it over the line and will throw it in at half forward for the Cats.
So the Hawks knocked out the semi last year in a prelim this year. Positive season for the Hawks?
Of course, absolutely. Absolutely. Terrific season. Unfortunately, they're going to fall short. And unfortunately, you've got to do it all again next year. It's such a competitive competition. I've got no doubts they'll be around the mark again, but they would have come into this thinking they were going to win.
Nash round the corner. Don't start packing up yet, Brian. There's a big post game for you to wand your way through.
Oh, good for a couple more minutes. I do get bored.
Oh, De Koning with possibly the worst kick of the season. Maybe the worst kick of this season.
No, Riley O'Brien's last week was still worse.
That was pretty bad. Off the instep, 15 metres across the boundary.
At least he had environmental factors at play tonight. Riley O'Brien didn't quite have that.
Oh, gee. It was a real shanker. It's a 30-point lead to the Cats, 2:48 on the clock.
Yep, boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position here, above the interchange. Weddle picks it up, handball to Newcomb. Newcomb couldn't get rid of it, really. Knocked down by Bowes. Bailey Smith trying to outrun Ginnivan. Poise on the left boot here to Dangerfield. He will get knocked out if he's not careful. He and Barras were coming on a collision course, and sometimes Danger doesn't have great peripheral vision, even though this guy was directly in front of him.
Take him off, Brian.
Jeremy. You've got guys like Holmes and Myers and Henry.
A great story for Max Holmes, though. 2 prelim finals he hasn't gotten through with a soft tissue injury, so he will finally be playing in a grand final.
He will indeed, and he's getting the high fives on the bench down there as Geelong are rightly celebrating. They are 30 points in front of the Hawks. They're going to another grand final. Their club is just an absolute finals machine. Smith to De Koning. De Koning trying to get it out. Geelong players just trying to stay out of trouble at the moment as Ginnivan kicks it out of bounds. And we will have a free kick paid here, and it'll go Geelong's way at half-back.
You're right though, Brian. Danger will just be looking over at the bench and going, hang on, Jack Martin, Brian Myers, what about me?
So this is what, I know this is another little thing, but this is why I get so pissed off with the sports science guys or the guys running the bench, because how can they not see that?
Danger's just bring himself off. Just say, no, someone else is going back out.
Play with one short for the last 2 minutes. It doesn't matter.
We did that one year, St Kilda played with 17.
Impey to Amon. Back to Impey. Ginnivan had plenty of it, Chewy, Jack.
Yeah, he has 23 disposals, 1 major.
Down the line. O'Connor takes a mark. Middle of the ground. See an extra man on the bench to protect the
it was about a minute or 2 to go. We had 5 on the bench.
Were you on the bench?
No, I was still one of the ones on the field. I was looking over thinking, I know where I sit.
Well down the pecking order if there's an extra on the bench.
Hayes, Rewalt, got up, Dalzano.
Harvey Norman replay, cheering Danger. 10% in bonus gift cards with Windows 11. Computers 500 or more in Sunday T&Cs applied. Minute and a half on the clock.
All the players are pointing, don't kick it to me, kick it over there.
Yeah, down the line ball. Newcomb can't take the mark. Manor. Throw. Free kick Hawks.
Yep, so Hawks have got the free at half-back. Genuinely, Geelong players are pointing, saying, kick it over there. Don't kick it near me. There's Humphreys. He takes the mark. And he's told to play on to Moore's got him in the tackle. He didn't need to do that. Got it out to Dempsey. Dempsey's handball goes over the line and out of bounds. And we've got 1 minute left in this. And Ash, did you want to correct something that you gave us a bit of information?
Just in case any of you use that stat when the siren says, sorry, correction, Chris Scott's 4th grand final in 15 years. Still an unbelievable strike rate, though.
Yeah, not as good.
Incredible.
Not as good
harder
as
to divide as well.
Yeah, 15 divided by 4 is a touch trick.
Yeah, a little bit harder.
Yeah, had us up and about.
2.65.
Now we're all feeling a bit down about it.
Yeah, flat.
I don't rate your maths, Joey, if you put a 2 in front of that equation.
Oh, the other way around, isn't it?
Sorry. I'm not really sure that's going to work out for you. Impey in defence, back to Barras. He drops the ball into the path of Amon. Defensive side of the square. Now the Hawks send the ball forward. Mitch Lewis, great first half, pretty quiet in the second. He kicked 3, sends it forward to Gunston. Marks, no, doesn't. Could be the final goal of the match if he can kick it. Gunston from a tight angle. Gunston centering ball. Hawks can't take the mark. It's away from Battle, who's gone forward.
Picked up by Cameron, playing deep in defence. Oh boy, De Koning met sorely. Jeremy Cameron still battling it out in the back end here. He's gone behind the footy. Kicks out very, very wide. Ginnivan and Bowes go after it near the boundary line. Got pushed out of the way by Bowes, did Ginnivan. And now Bowes kicks it down the line. There's a few seconds left. Geelong are into the grand final. Geelong beat Hawthorn in the second of the prelim finals to advance for yet another grand final. What a victory. 30-point win.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong, we're always on the ball. We play the game as it should be played, at home or far away. Our banners fly high from dawn to dark, down at Gardenia Park.
Cats by 13 at quarter time. Hawks by 13 at quarter time. Cats by 1 at half time. 28-point leaders, the Cats, at 3-quarter time in the end. 30-point winners in front of 99,597. Stengel kicked 3. Dangerfield kicked 3. Cameron kicked 3. Mitch Lewis kicked 3 for the Hawks. Dangerfield was absolutely outstanding. Chew a quick look at his numbers.
32 disposals, 13 score involvements, 3 majors.
So a comprehensive winner by the Cats. Chris Scott takes his team into their 4th grand final. And let's go down onto the ground, courtesy of the 7 Network, who look like they've got lined up the Dash brothers in Bailey Smith and Max Holmes.
Not much. Yeah, it was a good, well-fought win. They're a great side. Bit of a momentum side, but our crowd helped us sort of try and break them through that middle part of the game. We trusted our sort of game plan throughout and knew that we'd try and sort of outrun them. So, we got lucky, but it was hard work, so we enjoyed it, yeah.
And Max, for you personally, how much does this mean to you? I mean, 3 prelims, we understand the heartbreak that you suffered with injury to go through and play in your first grand final next week must be pretty special.
Yeah, no, I'm ecstatic. That was amazing. It was such a good win. It was a bit sketchy for a little bit, but you know, we've had a good year. We knew what we needed to do to fight back, and I'm absolutely stoked. I gave Brian a grin saying that it's a third quarter to get me, so I'm through.
I love that. We're all so happy for you. Bailey, you've been there before, the biggest stage, 2021, of course, in that losing grand final with the Dogs, but you just seem as though you're just enjoying your footy at the Cats, and how much does it mean to you to get back there? Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it a lot. So, I'm grateful to be here, but I mean, I would have felt like it was a bit of a failure if we didn't get here. I sort of set myself high expectations, and the job's not finished. And I just want to, I'm already raring to go for next week. So, grateful to be here, but also sort of expected of ourselves, but also the team. Alistair Nicholson said upstairs that your skipper's performance was Lee Matthews like 32 disposals, 21 contested possessions and 3 goals. He's a brilliant leader for this club. Yeah, he's amazing. I absolutely love playing with him. He wound the clock back tonight. He likes finals. He enjoys finals. I didn't realise he had 32 disposals, though. That's unbelievable. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just love playing with him. Yeah, he's amazing. How big has Danger been for you? Yeah, he's been the best for me, honestly. He's a leader. He's sort of accomplished everything in the game, and still takes time out of his day to look after me through some dark periods throughout the year, and I'll never forget it, and forever in debt to him. So couldn't think of anyone better to lead us to a granny, so hopefully we can take it home. 99,000 people in the house tonight to watch you guys progress through to a grand final. Go and soak this up, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Abs.
Well done to those 2 superstars. Monopoly at Macca's is back. Play only in the app. Ends October 14. Full terms. Visit mcdonalds.com.au. So it's the Cats by 30 points. The full team, though, who's stuck around for a nice big post-game wrap. We might even open the old IJ liquor line and see if we get a few callers in, Beersy, and really stretch it out for the next couple of hours. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. The Cats are into the grand final. 30-point winners over the Hawks. So Macca's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks finals footy.
That corner for Bunnings Trade. No matter where you are, Bunnings Trade is here to help tradies, builders and businesses get the job done.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks finals footy.
Hot water needs replacing? Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Monday from 4, drive home with JB and Billy. Triple M's Rush Hour. Speaking to finals superstars all September.
John Kennedy Jr., 4-time premiership star of the Hawthorn Footy Club, including 1989.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me. What can you remember of 89? Gee, the Cats had some star players, John. Were you playing, Bill?
Triple M's Rush Hour. Monday from 4 on Melbourne's Triple M. Pay less, play more. This school holidays with exclusive Adventure Club member deals. Only at Anaconda.
In finals footy, legacies are built on the field. Big hits, superstar moments, iconic plays. Legacies can also be built off the field.
Oh, he's gone the no-look esky grab, and he's pulled off a miracle play. Yeah!
From the footy field to the fridge, Jack Daniels and Cola, ready when you are. Please drink responsibly. Jack Daniels is a registered trademark. 2025. Jack Daniels.
Woolworths plump fresh Australian blueberries are chilled from the farm to our fridges. And 170-gram punnets are now a fresh special for just $3.50 a pack. From the fresh food people. Until September 23, while stocks last, may not be available in all stores or online.
KGM's low-rate finance offer means you can own the brand new MY26 Rexton on a great interest rate with a 36-month term. Priced from just $52,000 drive away, the Rexton is already one of Australia's best value 7-seaters with 3.5-tonne towing and 4x4 turbo diesel. Make it happen with KGM's low-rate finance offer today. Offer ends 30th September. KGM, Korean built to last. T&Cs, fees, charges and exclusions apply. Finance for approved consumer and commercial applicants of Angle AFL Auto Finance. Australian credit licence 530731.
Step up with new Bailey Aluminium Step Extension Ladder. It's the quickest and most compact conversion style ladder available. Bailey Step Extension gives you step, leaning and extension with a rear leg section narrow enough to work within studs and manholes. Speaking of holes, cover yours in some free Bailey and tradie undies. Spend over $200 on Bailey ladders and or Bailey fall protection gear and get a free pair of Bailey and tradie undies. T's and C's at baileyladders.com.au.
Don't you worry, your mum will get the best care at our nursing home.
You mean like 12 months free roadside assistance with every logbook service on almost any car kind of care?
Yeah.
Get the care you deserve at My Car Tyre and Auto. People first. T's and C's apply.
It's here. The Supreme and Leader Caravans nationwide Super Spring stock sale is on now. Save thousands on brand new Supreme and Leader Caravans. These Aussie-made legends have delivered style, comfort and unmatched quality for over 39 years. Make an offer. No reasonable offer refused. Hurry, these are never to be seen again prices and they won't last long. Sale ends NRL Grand Final weekend or while stocks last. Visit your nearest Supreme or Leader dealership today or jump online now at supremecaravans.com.au or leadercaravans.com.au.
Meet Andy.
Hey there.
Like you, she's heard me reveal some of the games banks are playing with your savings.
Sneaky fees, hidden clauses.
The difference is she made the switch to a game-changing Macquarie savings account with all gains and no gotchas.
Great rates. And I can access my money anytime without losing interest. That is more than I can say about my old bank.
She's actually earning interest on her savings.
Yeah, I am.
Open a Macquarie account in minutes and you too can say,
I bank with Macquarie.
Your savings game changer.
Let's go.
T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks finals footy.
The Triple M footy review for Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
This is the Triple M Amy review. When clangers happen, it is lucky you're with Amy. The Cats by 30 points. Nat Ioannidis is in the room to come in, Nat.
Oh, Howie, they're up and about down here in the Geelong rooms, as you can imagine. 30-point winners to win through to yet another preliminary final. This is such an incredible team with such an amazing history as they just make their way down. There's lots of hugs for Bailey Smith and for the players as well. Haven't managed to spot Tom Stewart just yet, though, as we know he's going to miss the grand final after being concussed in the first term of this match. But as far as the team goes, this is an amazing win and an amazing result for them. Let's have a listen to the song. A big win for the Cats here at the MCG. 30-point winners over their modern-day rivals, the Hawks, to win through to yet another grand final. This is the Triple M Amy review. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy. Joey's down here with us to review this incredible win for the Cats, and they were pretty emphatic after about quarter time, Joey.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, from quarter time onwards, they were clearly the better team. They played some unbelievable footy. They were tough around the contest. They were set up well defensively, and they just had too much talent and firepower in the forward half of the ground, led by the old boy Danger, who was one of the great all-time finals performances. But really, they had winners everywhere. Just looking across this team huddle, you could look at every line and say that they had winners. I thought Zach Guthrie was sensational when Tom Stewart went out of the game. I thought young Jai Clark had some really moments. I thought Tom Atkins' game was incredible as a midfielder, alongside obviously Holmes and Smith, and we spoke about the forwards, and they've all had their moments, Jeremy Cameron included, and the tall. So it was a pretty special performance by these Cats, and we all thought coming into this that they would be the premiership favourites and they would win, and they have certainly done that, and they are absolutely flying.
We were hoping that we were going to speak to Max Holmes, but looks like they might be going into a team meeting. No, we're going to have a chat to Sean Manor.
We're going to get him on quickly.
We're going to get Sean Manor on the cans very quickly.
I'm just looking at him pinching himself, mate. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
It's amazing, Joey. That's you've been there, you know what it's like to get to a granny, and that's as good as a feeling as it gets. But I know we'll celebrate it tonight, and then you've got to go again next week. That's the bad thing.
Sean, what is it about this team? We know how much success you guys have had over. I mean, I know you've only been there for a short amount of time, but coming into this side, what is it about this team?
I think it's not just the team, it's the club. Everyone from top to bottom, there's no hierarchy, but everyone's here for the same purpose, and that's to win premierships. And I think the goal's always top four, and you can go from there. So I think we've brought into that mentality of, we're coming in, we're winners, and you just got to play every second that it means the most. So I guess that's probably it.
One of the stories of the game, mate, the old boy, Danger. You had the best seat in the house, mate. You tell us, we can't talk any more highly of the performance. What did you see from him down on the ground level?
Oh, mate. Yeah, exactly. No words to describe that. He's one of a kind. I just embraced him then, and he's got a big black eye. I think that happened in the second quarter. He ran into Jez. I think it was 4 or 5 times those two bloody ran into.
Jez, nearly any other player would not have got up off the ground, and he just bounced up.
Mate, there was one, I think in the third quarter, Jez come over the top and absolutely smoked him. I was just sitting there like, what are you two doing? Like, this is incredible. But that's why he's the captain of our club. He knows what it takes to get to here, and he's been one of the best players in the competition for a long time. And he continues to show that at the ripe old age of 35.
Obviously, there's so many fantastic storylines to come out of this one, but probably the downside is Tom Stewart going out with concussion. He'll almost certainly miss the grand final now due to those concussion protocols. I don't know if you've managed to see him, but you guys must be really feeling for him.
That happened early in the game. As flattening as, pre-finals bye. Should we talk about that now? Should be now, shouldn't it? But it's one of those things that he's an absolute superstar of our club, and I bet you in the scat test he would have nearly tried to get through it, even though he probably couldn't. So he's just one of those people, and it just gives him more motivation next week to do it for him. It's slightly even thinking about it right now.
Do you have time to reflect on your journey and just think about now where you are to be able to play in an AFL grand final? You did it the long way, the hard way, you never gave up. It must be nice if you just take a moment to reflect and say everything you did has been worth it.
We'll reflect in 8 days' time, Joey, I reckon. But it's one of those things that you probably reflect along the way as well. I think I've got really good support from my wife's been amazing. You always keep me grounded. I think I've been a pretty grounded person, but when your head does get a little bit big sometimes, she brings me back to earth. So it's an incredible journey. I think I said to a few of the Hawthorn boys, obviously they were down, but it's like, we're out here playing in front of 99,000. Footy doesn't get much better, does it? So it's hopefully, it does get better next week, hopefully.
So what does the next week sort of look like for you? I know you haven't been through it before, but how do you sort of mentally prepare yourself? You've got to go through the whole grand final parade. There's going to be a huge build-up. How are you feeling about it?
Super excited. I think, I said we'll embrace it tonight, but we'll keep it as any other week. I think obviously late in the week it'll get a bit more challenging. There might be a few more media commitments for players, but I think we'll have the next 2 days off, be on Monday, and then I think we'll probably come down Friday for the parade and do a captain's run and everything like that. I don't think it'll change at all.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Of course, it's going to be, like I said, a massive week. But for now, I think that you should really just enjoy it, because it was a big win over your rivals, and it's not every day you get to say that you're through to a grand final. Congratulations.
Spot on. Thanks so much.
Well done, mate. Go and enjoy it. Well done. Congratulations.
Sean Manor there speaking to us after the Cats' massive win over the Hawks. That was for Bob Jane T-Marts. They have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. This is the Triple M Amy review when clangers happen. It's lucky you're with Amy.
Great story, by the way. 27 years of age. Never gave up on his dream. A VFL gun. Thought his time might have passed him and been overlooked, but he's been an incredible pickup. I mean, we're going to talk about Bailey Smith and what he's done, but to get Sean Manor in the draft and the role that he plays in that team, that half-forward group, I don't think it should be underestimated what he's been able to do.
The rising star of the... what did he get? The rising player or something?
The best young player.
Best young player.
The first 2 years in the competition to hold the most coaches' votes.
At 27, it's been an incredible year for Sean Manor, and now he gets to cap it off with a grand final for the Cats. Of course, we did mention there Tom Stewart. You've really got to feel for him.
Absolutely.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, and this was worst case scenario, that a player would get concussed in a prelim and miss the grand final, and I've got no doubts they're going to change it and they'll make it the pre-grand final bye. And unfortunately for Tom Stewart, it's going to be too little too late, and of all players to have Tom Stewart, the heart and soul of this footy club, obviously one of their best players, he will be absolutely devastated, and it's going to be a blow. On the flip side, I think this Geelong team are good enough to still win it without him. Look at the back line tonight. As I said, I thought Zach Guthrie was huge, and the other boys all stood up. O'Connor, Mullen's job to completely blanket Nick Watson. Jack Henry, despite having a pretty significant ankle injury early in the game, fought it out hard, Connor O'Sullivan. So they've got enough to cover it, but it's a big blow for the Cats, and it's going to sour a little bit of the big win tonight, no doubt.
Jack Henry is the other one that we're going to keep an eye on during the week, because he could not put any weight on that foot. Obviously, he did come back and played a pretty important role on Jack Gunston in defence, but we're certainly going to be keeping a very close eye on him. Would you suspect that Reece Stanley will just come in for Stewart?
It's not automatic. I think it'll be Reece Stanley or Jed Buse. Buse is a like-for-like, obviously, as a genuine lockdown defender. It might depend on who makes it into the grand final. If it's Brisbane, maybe they've got a few more dangerous small forwards, and Buse might play on a Charlie Cameron or someone like that. But I think it's going to be interesting because they dominated clearance tonight, Geelong. They dominated centre clearance. We spoke throughout the call, the amount of goals they kicked from stoppage was a massive factor. So it's now 2 weeks in a row, the Brisbane game and the Hawthorn game, where Mark Blitzarves has done an incredible job. So they're going to have a lot of thinking to do. It's not automatic, but we trust Chris Scott and this coaching group, and whatever decision they make, will be the right one.
There's going to be some really, really great storylines to come out of this one. One is going to be obviously Patrick Dangerfield, just how well he's played. Are you just in awe of what he can do at his age?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was an incredible player to play against, one of the best of the modern era, there's no doubt about it. And at 35 years of age, to throw his body around like he did and influence the game in the way that very few can do, and to do it still with 18 years of footy behind him, it was a phenomenal final, yet in some ways not surprising. We all probably thought that he was going to be a big factor in it, and the game that he played was one of the best we've seen.
And the other player I sort of wanted to mention was Max Holmes. We're going to talk to him, but he's managed to sneak away, which is completely understandable.
Yeah, they're good at that, a few of the Cats boys.
Oh, look, he just wants to enjoy it, as you can imagine. But hey, he actually missed the 2022 grand final because he did his hammy in the prelim. So it's great to see him get some reward after having a really fantastic season.
Yeah, he was sensational. I thought he started slow, but he worked into the game, and I thought he was terrific. But one of the best players on the ground. Brian, congratulations, mate. It was a brilliant team performance. Obviously, a bit of a shaky start. The Hawks really came out of the blocks, but from quarter time onwards, I thought it was some of your best footy.
Yeah, it was. It was a terrible start, really. I was getting very angry with what we were doing and the decisions we were making, but even more prouder with how we responded on the back of that. We rode momentum, we took our chances, and then when they had their chances, we got it back, which was so important because in finals in the past we haven't, and in games in the past we haven't, so it was so important, and I'm so proud of the boys the way we did it.
Brian Myers speaking to us for Bob Jane Teammates. Brian, you mentioned the way that you guys did come back after that first term. What was it? Was it a message from somebody, or is it just that this group is just so experienced, you know exactly what needs to be done?
I think it's experience. That's what we could lean on, is that, and I think we're the best team in the league at reacting to our mistakes and changing things and adapting. And once we hit quarter time, I knew that we wouldn't look back, but we didn't want the game to get away from us, and it was starting to get away from us. So it was very impressive how much we could urgently stop that and do our job. And I think we did a fantastic job from then on, as Joey was saying, and I'm very proud of the boys.
It was uncharacteristic, the ball use. You were sloppy with the ball in that first quarter, kicks that were missing targets, and it was just like, what's going on? Geelong haven't done this all year, but as you said, you regroup. But we just spoke to Shawnee Manor, and what a great story for Sean. But we asked him, and you had the best seat in the house, the old boy, Danger. Mate, that was phenomenal what he did tonight.
He is untackleable. I would hate to be on the opposition team when he was bursting out of those centre bounces, barging off 3 and then delivering inside 50. It was pretty special, and I'm very lucky that he's in my team the whole way through.
I know you guys don't care who you play in the grand final, but obviously there's a massive game tomorrow between Collingwood and Brisbane. Do you watch the game? How do you personally go about your preparation for that?
Yeah, I'm a footy head and a footy nuffy, so I wouldn't miss it no matter what. I'm sure a lot of the boys probably won't, and they deal with it very differently and probably talk to me and get the recap from me or some of the coaches. So I think that'll be the case, and I'll be watching very closely. Don't care who wins. I just hope for a good game from them, and I'm pretty happy we're in the box seat now that we can just watch it and sit back, because last year we were playing in that game and it was pretty stressful after knowing what was coming.
What have you learned from last time? What have you learned from last time? You're in the grand final. What have you learned about the week? Maybe how you can handle it better, or just things that you now need to focus on coming into the game next Saturday? Oh God. Is that your partner?
No, I would hope so.
I don't know who that is.
Who is that? Who is it?
That is my partner, Gemma. Yeah.
Gemma, how proud are you of Brian?
I am so bloody excited.
He was good, wasn't he?
It was really good. I felt so sick.
Yeah, it was a hard watch early, but he was
You
brilliant.
won't like me being out, but I'll leave you guys to it.
What did you learn from last time that you're going to take and enjoy about the week?
God, I've been in two now, and they're both very different. One was in the hubs where nothing was going on, and one everything was going on. I hate the Friday, so I remember living through that and saying I never want to make another grand final because of the Friday. It was that stressful, but now that I'm back here, I'm pretty happy to get to that Friday and enjoy it. But I think everyone will live it differently. I'll be pretty cool, calm and composed, I think, and just go with the fly. I'll end up watching the NFL on Monday, so that'll get me through, and then I'll watch it again on Friday, and that'll keep me occupied.
Who's your team?
Philadelphia Eagles, but I love it all. I watch every game.
Very good.
It's going to be an amazing week, Brian.
Yeah.
Make sure you enjoy it. Lap it all up. You're not in the COVID protocol, so you can have a proper parade. You don't have to worry about. You don't have to go down the Yarra on boats or anything like that. So just enjoy the week.
Soak it up, mate. Well done. And you were brilliant tonight too. Well played. Well done.
Congratulations, Brian Myers there speaking to us for Bob Jane Team Masters. This is the Triple M Amy review when clangers happen. It's lucky you're with Amy. There is a massive game on tomorrow, Joey. Collingwood and Brisbane.
Oh, got to do it all again.
Okay, firstly, do you think that there is a team that Geelong would prefer to play in the grand final?
I think they would prefer to play Collingwood. I just think Brisbane have shown that they how to get through the Cats' deep defence. They've done it a number of times recently where they've been able to just kick the ball through, change angles. So they'd prefer Collingwood, I think. But in regards to the game tomorrow, I do think the weather will play a factor. I think if it's wet and it's raining, that will play into Collingwood's hands because I think they will want to make it a bit of a low-scoring, dour affair. That's how they've tended to play this year. That's how they've won. Where Brisbane on the dry deck, where they can use the expanse of the MCG, use their foot skills, I think that will be important. But we have got Lee. How are you?
Absolutely unprecedented down here in the rooms for Triple M. We have a third interview. We finally managed to find Max Holmes. We didn't think we were going to. Max, congratulations through to the grand final. They tell us at university not to ask how you're feeling, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What's the feeling like right now?
It's hard to put into words right now, I'd say. I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty ecstatic. I came off for 3 minutes ago and gave Brian a big old hug and I'm just happy. I don't know what else to say.
First grand final, so it's a big thrill for you. A lot of boys here have played in a couple, but a lot of hard work. You've had a long journey. You've had some tough road. It must be exciting to now finally know that you're there and you can showcase your talents on the big stage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's out the rear window 2022 now, so I'm happy to be here, and we'll just treat it like any normal game next week, and nothing has to change.
And missing out on that 2022 grand final, the heartbreak of getting hurt in the prelim leading up to that one, and then the drama of whether or not you were going to get through the week and the hammy was going to pull up. Just does it make it a little bit sweeter heading into this one?
Yeah, well, I actually have no idea what happened during the week of last granny, so I didn't experience it at all. I was to my own devices trying to sort myself out, so it would be nice to actually step aside for a bit and just really soak it in.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, we're all a bit thrown because we've got a third interview here. Who have we got here, Max?
That's Mum.
Mum, we've got Mum. Mum, what's your name, Mum?
My name's Lee Naylor, Lee Holmes, yeah, just Mum.
Lee, congratulations. It must have been pretty nerve-wracking watching Max out there today. Oh, you can't hear me?
No, that's okay.
That's okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy the grand final week.
Thank you, I will. And it's, you know what, you can't underestimate just how exciting it is for your child to make the grand final. I mean, I feel really emotional. Like, you think, oh, it's just another game. It is absolutely not another game. Lee Montagna, you know that, and it's a privilege to watch your son play. I'm excited. I'm in tears. Jackie de Koning came in and came down to sit next to me when the siren went, just so she could hug me and cry, because she knows how much it meant, when Max, missed out last time. So it's a thrill, and I'm just going to bloody well enjoy the week.
And so you should, and so should you,
the
Max.
parents ride the highs and lows more than anyone. Last one, you're going to watch tomorrow? You're going to sit down and watch tomorrow afternoon, or are you going to give it a miss and catch up later on?
Nah, I'm a footy enough, so I'll chuck it on. Yeah, it'll be good.
Enjoy it, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Well done. You've had an awesome year. Well done. You deserve it, and go and let it rip next week. Well done.
Max Holmes there for Bob Jane T-Marts. It's all happening down here in the Geelong rooms at the moment. As you can imagine, everybody wants to talk to Max Holmes because he is such an amazing story. Just quickly before we do go, Joey, the Macca's I'm loving it moment. Tonight, the I'm loving it moment, it happened in the 4th minute of the 4th quarter, and I reckon you're going to enjoy this one. This is how we called it on Triple M Footy.
Now close, caught with the footy, they scoop it out. Myers, danger, surely not, Dangerfield. He's unbelievable. He's the king, he's Paddy. He's playing one of the great finals and sending his team into a grand final.
I nearly forgot about him.
He's big, he's strong, and he's just too good.
Yeah, and he's going to have a massive role to play in the grand final. Of course, the Cats will play the winner of Collingwood and Brisbane. That's tomorrow for Choice Hotels around the ground. Choice Hotels get you more for your money so you can check into more, get the lowest price guarantee when you book direct at choicehotels.com. We are on air tomorrow, Joey, from 4 p.m. Jack Heverin, James Brayshaw, Dale Thomas, Isaac Smith, Michael Roberts and Theodropoulos.
I'll be tuning in. I can't wait. It's going to be another massive day tomorrow.
Huge team for a huge game. Very quickly, before we go, you got a tip?
Brisbane.
Okay.
Brisbane Geelong Grand Final. That was my prelim weekend tip, and I'm sticking with it.
I don't think that we can lose it. It's going to be a great game regardless. But here at the MCG today, it was the Cats by 30 points over their rivals Hawthorn through to another grand final. For McDonald's and Room Hot Water, Triple M rocks finals footy.